Oh,
Good
morning!
Hello.
Good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on where you are in the world. Here, it is quite early in the morning.
Yep.
Very early.
Earlier than we normally do, right?
We've had our caffeine though, double shots.
Because it's a very special day because the BAFTA Games nominations have just gone live.
What?
Literally, just now.
Just gone live. Well, half an hour ago, but you know, give us a break. And it's actually, I'm really excited. So there's like 18 categories, a couple of new ones.
Some record breakers.
Some record breakers. But you know what? Rather than us telling you, why don't we roll a little VT of all the games nominated this year? Check them out.
I tried to live by my own rules, no matter what.
You think you can scavenge down there and it makes no difference, but every single thing you bring back has an essence.
This is crazy.
Yeah, but we're a little crazy, aren't we?
There it is.
Easy peasy.
You called me. So here I am.
You got a crush on me or something?
That'll get their attention.
Wow. A lot of games.
That is an excellent selection.
I have a lot of feelings about a lot of those games.
I love those videos and they get me so hyped. I'm just like, oh, I want to play all the games right now. But so let's start off with the games that are leading the nomination, shall we? So both Death Stranding and Control have 11 nominations each.
Which is more than God of War.
God of War was the previous record
What
holder,
the frickety
which had
frack?
10. But you know, to counterpoint
I know.
that, there are more categories this year, so it kind of works out. So what shall we start off with? Shall we start off with the new categories?
Yeah, let's do that. Go for it.
So the new categories this year, there's Best Animation, which is kind of like breaking out from, because obviously there's Best Artistic Achievement before, but animation is more the technical achievements, so like motion control or like, you know, facial capture, things like that.
I feel like it makes a lot of sense to have that as a new category because,
Yeah.
like, with the especially with the next gen coming along,
Yes.
it makes sense that they now want to start celebrating like artistic animation achievements because things are going to
Yes.
start looking more and more realistic, and the stuff people can do with that is just going to
Yeah.
be mind-boggling.
So Best Animation and Best Technical Achievement are two new categories. So Best Animation, we've got, let's have a look. Well, yeah, so Best Animation, we've got Call of Duty Modern Warfare, we've got Control, we've got Death Stranding, Luigi's Mansion 3,
Aw.
Sayonara Wild Hearts, and Sekiro Shadows Die Twice.
All
What
of
do you
those
reckon?
games are so stylish.
Yes.
You know their like brand. What's a better word for brand? Aesthetic.
Aesthetic,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like straight away as soon as you see them.
And as well, like I think the main thing for a lot of these, Control and Death Stranding stand out to me animation-wise because of, you know, just the like it was amazing the facial capture on these
Yeah,
games.
the
Like
character
you could really,
models are so realistic.
yeah, you
Yeah.
could really see the just every facial expression.
Lord knows I'm not the biggest fan of Death Stranding, but it does look
It
amazing.
does look incredible.
Also, Cheeky new member. We see you,
Oh.
David Garcia. Hello.
Hello.
I don't.
And also Sekiro, I think
Oh.
it really deserves a nomination where animation is concerned, because animation in any From Software game is so important for like just the flow of the overall gameplay.
100%. And considering Sekiro doesn't have lore shoved in your face, like being able to tell stories by the way what people are dressed in, like the way different layers of clothing moves in Sekiro is phenomenal. It gives such a sense of movement, especially considering Sekiro uses his grappling hook so
Yes.
often. Like you want to feel like it's no effort at all for you to leap 3 stories with a
Yes.
grappling hook.
Yeah, I was a big fan of the Call of Duty night vision levels as well.
Oh,
The
yeah?
animation where you're creeping through, breaching and clearing rooms in a house, just almost was photorealistic at times.
Yeah.
It was really incredible.
And then, so technical achievement, we had Plague Tale: Innocence, Call of Duty Modern Warfare again, Control, Death Stranding, Metro Exodus, and Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Now, like, technical achievement is kind of like on the programming side as well. And I think, yeah, all of those games do display a certain level of excellence.
Yeah, A Plague Tale had over 1,000 independently AI-controlled rats on the screen at one point.
And you know we love those AI rats.
Yeah,
Excellent
I
rat
love
knowledge.
Plague Tale. All of Plague Tale's rat swarms, it isn't one AI that's making up the whole thing. Each rat has one AI which acts in a swarm mentality. That's the technical achievement, is
That is a
controlling that
technical
AI, I bet you.
achievement.
Yeah.
What would your pick be out of all these ones?
Core. I think maybe Death Stranding. Just the whole look and feel and the way they've created just such a realistic environment.
Yeah.
You could take screenshots of that game and think that's a photo from somewhere in
Yeah.
Iceland or something.
That's so
Definitely.
true. And also, when you think about it, like, you need like that level of technical achievement to make a game about carrying parcels from A to B compelling. You know what I mean? Like,
Definitely, yeah. Outside Xbox is in the chat.
Hi,
Hello.
What's up?
Good morning.
Nice of you to join us.
Yeah. So, the other new categories I'm really excited about. So, in previous years in BAFTA games, you had a Best Performer category. But this year, it's splitting. So there's Best Performer in a leading role and Best Performer in a supporting role.
I love that.
Nice.
I love that,
I love
right?
that.
Yeah.
That's so like seems to be taking leads from kind of movie awards.
Yeah.
Just to appreciate more than just the lead cast member, I think is a great
And it's
sign.
so well deserved. I think, like, you know, the more like games are getting into full motion capture performance, full facial capture, like the standout performers really are going the extra mile. And there are
Definitely,
some
yeah.
incredible performers out there. Do you want to take
Yeah.
the lead on the leading role?
We have Jolene Anderson as Karen Reynolds in Life is Strange 2,
Mm-hmm.
episodes 2 to 5. Troy Baker, of course, as
Yeah.
Higgs in Death Stranding.
This is a supporting role. Got you.
Supporting role, yeah.
alright.
Sarah, because I thought, why not reverse it? Supporting role first, lead actor
why not?
second.
Makes sense.
Sarah Bartholomew as Cassidy in Life is Strange 2. Ayisa Issa as Fliss in Dark Pictures
Fliss.
Anthology.
Fliss,
Yeah.
that's
Fliss was amazing.
She was.
one of the
Amazing.
characters you didn't kill.
R.I.P. Conrad.
I had so almost forgotten. Fliss was great though. I thought she was fantastic. Leia Seydoux was Fragile in Death Stranding, and Marty Suasalo as Ati the janitor in
Artie
Control.
the janitor.
Artie,
Artie
sorry.
was like, MVP in Control as well. I loved him in that role. So Life is Strange too has 2 nominations in this category, and honestly, like, I think they were both incredible. Like, Karen comes into Life is Strange quite late.
Okay.
And she just blew me away. Like, I think a lot of people playing that game were fully ready to despise Karen. Just
Really?
because of how she was set up. So,
Okay.
no spoilers, but she's she is mentioned a lot before she comes up, and she's made out to be a very bad person. But actually, once she arrives on the scene, she gives you more context, and you're like, oh well, actually, this is more nuanced, and like, and her performance is so nuanced.
Yeah.
That it's just really, really interesting.
I love it when they do that with the characters, when they make you think one thing and then they're like, oh, surprise, people aren't two-dimensional.
Yeah.
They're actually very complex.
Who would your pick be in the supporting role?
For supporting role, I think I'm going to have to go for Troy Baker as Higgs. in Death Stranding.
See, someone in our stream yesterday was like, "Oh, Troy Baker, he's like the Meryl Streep of gaming, and that he's like nominated for all the awards." But you know what? He's nominated for good reason. He is a very good performer.
He takes on each role really well and gives something different to each role. And Higgs in Death Stranding is super creepy.
Yeah,
Really.
really.
Oh,
Really
is he the one that
creepy.
licks
Yes.
Fragile?
Yeah. You kind of recoil from the screen a bit from him. He has this really threatening aura, and it's really well done. That was one of the only roles in that game that really popped out for me. I was just like, wow.
And it is a
enthralled
game
whenever
with
he's
a
on screen.
lot of big
There's
characters in it.
there's loads of big stars in it, but for some reason Troy Baker popped off the screen. And
And I think it's probably to his credit that I didn't realize it was Troy Baker to begin with.
That's
I mean,
good
I know
though.
you
Yeah,
noticed
That's
that is
good.
good, yeah.
I feel like that's a sign when the actor is doing their job is when you forget that, like
they are.
Leonardo DiCaprio in Wolf of Wall Street.
Yes.
Completely forgot his Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
I was like, he's just a douche. But yeah, he's really good. Also, I feel creepy is really hard to pull off.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy to laugh at people trying to be creepy because it's so ingrained in our brain. But to be able to do it
Yeah.
the way Troy Baker does it is pretty
It's
cool.
really, really
What about
cool.
you? What's your pick for that category?
Oh, it's tough, you know? Like, I honestly do think Ati the janitor was amazing in Control, because, like, it was such a difficult role to play because you're not really sure who or what he is for a very long time.
Ooh.
In fact, I don't really think you ever do, but, like, he manages, because the game kind of sets him up like, oh, is he baddie? Is he, like, he's very ambiguous, put it that way, but there's such a warmth to the way that he's played that you kind of trust him implicitly straight away.
He sounds a bit like Silence. You know, Silence from Horizon Zero Dawn, you're not sure if he's on your side or not.
Yeah.
But I love
yeah.
characters like that you sort of keep you guessing.
Yeah,
'cause,
exactly.
I mean, like we said before, people are quite complicated, so you
Yeah.
can never really figure out if they're on your side or not.
Also, like, I think I don't know if, I'm sure Marty Suasalo is, but the janitor is Finnish, so, like, it's just such an interesting new accent, like, that you
Awesome.
just don't normally hear in games, which is really cool.
That's sweet.
And then, obviously, Lea Seydoux, like, really cool as well.
Yeah,
But
she's
I
great.
think Fliss was a real standout in
Yeah.
Man of Medan.
Because she had to be. What I really liked is how she kind of shrugged off Conrad, but kind of
Yeah.
affectionately. Like she knew he was just being
She's like-
a guy that was maybe a little awkward and just trying to overcompensate.
And it also came, like, because she's just in control of herself. Like,
Yeah.
she's like, you pose no threat to me. So
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
do
Fliss
whatever
was
you want.
great. I
Yeah.
think she was definitely the one that we remember from the from the thing.
Shall we move on to leading role?
Go
do you
on
wanna do you wanna read these out?
Well, leading role, we've got Laura Bailey as Kate Diaz in Gears 5, then Courtney Hope as Jesse Faden in Control, Logan Marshall Green as David in Telling Lies, Gonzalo Martin as Sean Diaz in Life is Strange 2, Barry Sloan as Captain Price in Call of Duty
interesting.
Modern Warfare, and Norman Reedus, the man with the fetus, as Sam in Death Stranding.
I probably could have guessed that Norman Reedus would be in this
I
category.
feel like everyone knew that he was going to be in it, surely.
Which is, I mean, again, like that game cannot have been an easy thing for him to do. Like, because he's just, it's so all encompassing, that
Yeah.
role. Like, and it's so intense. Like, it feels like you're in Norman Reedus' space the
Yeah.
entire
You do.
time.
I mean, when you get too close to him, he knocks you away.
Yeah.
Like, you are literally
Like,
in his
no.
personal space.
Or you can take like selfies of him mugging off in the camera, can't you? So,
I think, like, Gonzalo Martin, I mean, obviously, Life is Strange 2, like, my game, I love it so much. But, you know, he really brought such a warmth to Sean Diaz. I mean, I think him and Roman Dean, who was Daniel Diaz, they had such a great chemistry. And I know that they worked really, really hard on their roles. To the extent that Gonzalo Martin actually, he slept rough on the street for a while to prepare for his
Whoa.
role. Yeah.
Holy
And-
crap.
yeah, no, he really went the
jeez.
extra mile because their voiceover director he's absolutely amazing and really coached them properly through that. And also, I spoke to them last year, and I know how much a BAFTA nomination specifically will mean to him. So
Amazing.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I think Courtney Hope, Jesse Faden, amazing. Like, she carries that game like 100%.
Yeah.
So cool.
For sure.
What about you? What do you reckon?
Honestly, now that you've said that about Gonzalo Martin, I think
Yeah.
that, like, sleeping rough is such an important thing to do if you want to communicate properly the, like, core of your character. So I think he deserves it.
I remember
for
him
sure.
saying that like the voiceover, just for some reason he was delivering lines and they were just like something wasn't quite right with
Yeah.
him. And I think Phil, who's the voiceover director, he mentioned in passing, he was like, you know, you need some more lived experience on this. So Gonzalo was like, right, well, I'm going to go out. And he said very candidly, he didn't like Phil at this point. So he was like, I'm going to prove you wrong. So he went out, did this thing, and he went, I think the next time they had a voiceover session, he delivered his line and Phil was like, immediately, what did you do?
Amazing.
Something was different, and he picked
Amazing.
up on it straight away. It was such a cool
Also,
story.
one of the best driving forces to get you to do anything is spite.
It's so true.
Spite keeps me going more days than not. Like that, I love that.
Success is the best form of revenge.
Yes,
Yeah.
Someone said.
completely.
Oh, that's
completely.
such a good line. Oh my gosh. Who's your pick in all these?
I think my pick is either going to be Courtney Hope as Jessie in Control, just because I really enjoyed Control. One of the only games I've actually completed this year and almost 100%ed.
How cool was the ashtray maze?
Ashtray Maze
Such a good
is like
sequence.
what a standout level,
Such a good sequence.
even like in the last 10 years. It's
I
a
honestly
great
think
game.
they deserve the technical achievement award just for that. Like, it was so good.
Yeah, no spoilers here, but play Control just for the Ashtray Maze mission because it is awesome. I also really liked Barry Sloane as Captain Price, though.
Really?
Yeah, I've always been a big fan of Captain Price as a
Yeah.
character, and this is his third voice actor. You know, everyone was a bit like, is he going to be able to, be just as good? And yeah, he is a really commanding figure. He there's a point in the game where the characters kind of have to break some boundaries and push some, push some boundaries,
okay.
and
Yeah.
he guides us through that section really commandingly, really well.
And it can't be easy as well because, you know, a series like Call of Duty, you don't really think about it in terms of performances and single-player campaigns.
Which is really unfortunate.
Yeah.
Because I've heard of Captain Price before. He's like an iconic character.
He's
Yeah.
about as iconic as that series gets.
Yeah,
right?
basically.
Yeah.
It's good to see him getting the nod then, definitely.
Yeah, man, it's really cool. I really like the new categories. They've been introduced to kind of reflect the importance of craft talent and technical expertise in game making. And I think, yeah, it's really nice to see, you know, the programmers getting nods, that performers and supporting roles are getting nods, because every single, you know, person that's working on a game, it's not just about the people at the top. You know, it's about everyone coming together and creating something amazing. And I think like all the games here really reflect that.
Yeah.
But shall we move on to some of the not the older, but you know, the more standard categories that everyone's kind of familiar with?
Yeah.
What should we move on to next?
Gonna have to keep note of which ones we've covered.
Yeah.
Well,
Do you want to go alphabetical? Is that going to be
yeah,
easiest?
let's start back. So we covered animation a little bit. So let's go to artistic achievement.
Artistic achievement.
I
right.
mean, we should probably read out what the nominated
Yeah.
was. I was just going to dive straight
Yeah.
in with what I think.
Well,
Okay, I'm going to say
Yeah.
all these
Go for it,
things.
go for it.
We got Concrete Genie, developed by Pixelopus, published by Sony. Control, developed by Remedy, published by 505 Games. Death Stranding, published by Kojima. No one knew that. Developed by Kojima, published by Sony. Disco Elysium, developed by Zaum. Am I saying that right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, Knights and Bikes by Rex Crowell, Muyu, Kenneth C.M. Young, published by Foam Sword, Double Fine, I assume. And Sayonara Wild Hearts, developed by Simogo and published by Annapurna Interactive.
Okay.
Sayonara Wild Hearts is amazing. I love the look of that game.
Yeah.
I think it's really hard to kind of pull off this iridescent and yet really colourful look at the same time, and to kind of have this restraint in the kind of palettes and colour and style you use, and it's so iconic. Like when you see Sayonara Wild Hearts, I don't think we've seen anything quite like it before.
Yeah, I think
It's
that's
really
fair.
bold, and it has swords and girls. So
So it's on Zoe's
Yeah.
list of things.
I
yeah.
think Sayonara Wild Hearts deserves to win that, honestly. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, I think so. Disco Elysium in this category has 7 nominations, which is incredible because it is the debut release from that studio, and like it is a gorgeous looking game. Like it just captures like this weird sort of kind of dystopia. Like I guess the place Revachol, the place that it's set, is just kind of a little bit grim, a little bit horrid, a little bit run down, but it uses such gorgeous kind of watercolor effects.
Love that.
And all the portraits of the characters are so, like, they just have such a vibe, a vibrancy to them. Like, it's really, really cool. And I feel like same thing, I've never seen anything that kind of looks like that in a game. It is evocative of, like, because it is basically a CRPG. It's like, you know, you're literally rolling dice and stuff. Awesome. It's got, like, it kind of reminds me of the kind of artwork you would get in a board game manual or the box of a board game, you know, that kind of way.
Yeah.
Where you can tell it's digitally painted, but in
Yeah.
like in a obviously
In a very
emulating,
stylish kind of way.
emulating actual paints itself.
Well, I'm going to have to go again for Control for this one. I'm a big fan of brutalist architecture, you know, big concrete buildings, angles and stuff, and everything in Control has this like really, brutalist architecture vibe to it. There's lots of pyramids and jagged bits of concrete, and it's all multiple level playing fields.
Yeah, and it
and
does like.
Yeah, and it again, stark, bold colours popping out the screen. It's a really just in your face with its artistic vibes.
I have to say, I can't think of another game that features brutalist architecture off the top of my head, but it is also very fitting that the BAFTA Games Awards will be taking place in the Queen Elizabeth Hall in the South Bank, which is itself a very brutalist architecture building. So that will look very, very good.
It definitely will. I feel like the brutalist architecture. I haven't played Control. I really want to play it, but I haven't played it yet. But the trailers I've seen for it and the art, it feels like the brutalist architecture really brings out the telekinesis loads.
Yes.
Because it's such a perfect, simple background for her superpower.
Every time you turn the
has.
camera, it almost looks like you could make an album cover out of the level design.
The thing that I really liked about it too is like, so Remedy have kind of toyed in the past with having live action sequences in their games, but this goes like a little bit of a step further, and it has like live action projections on the walls and the ceilings and everything as you're moving around.
Wow.
I honestly have never seen anything like it in a game. It was so striking, especially there's a bit where you're walking through like this big chamber and you start seeing like projections of a forest, and it's so trippy, isn't it? Like it's just really impressive.
What?
And really, like, really
I can't
gorgeous
quite
looking.
visualise that.
Yeah.
We do have a super chat from Anthony that says, it's 8 a.m. How are you guys making words happen?
It's hard.
We have a lot of caffeine in our systems right now.
We're just so excited. We're hyped up on games.
And a super chat from Chris that says, Starbucks delivery service needs to exist.
Oh my God.
You're
Yeah.
preaching
Can
to
you
the
imagine?
choir right now.
But yeah, I always love, I really, really do think that there are so many beautiful, gorgeous looking games out there. So I'm always so happy that categories like artistic achievement exist.
Completely.
Because I think like just the general look of so many games is so unlike anything else out there that it needs to be celebrated.
I love that Knights and Bikes is in there as well.
Yes.
It's quite a sweet, cute little game. But the first time I ever heard about it was at EGX Rezzed, and they had little bicycles you could sit on to play the game. So that's always stuck in my mind.
That's adorable.
And we do need to shout out Death Stranding as well, because like that game's artistic achievement is something else. I mean, that's all Yuji Shinkawa is art direction, which
Incredible.
is above and beyond.
The gold and the oily black stuff.
Yes.
That pairing is just like amazing, incredible. I'd want him to design my flat based on that,
my
like
gosh,
gloopy
yeah.
stuff. Like it's just so fantastic.
Dread
Technical words here, gloopy stuff.
Red Wolfie says, Zoe, you really need to play Control. Maybe we
I
can
do.
sort that out later.
Literally on the stream.
On this stream.
This morning I was like, guys, if we play Control, can I please play it? Because I really do want to play it.
Once we kind of chat through a couple of these, we're going to actually start playing some of the games.
Yes.
So we have, coincidentally, we do, because we play games here, who knew? We do have a lot of them loaded up onto the console already. So if you have any choices of what you'd like us to play, shout, and maybe we can start off with them because we've got a wide selection.
Loads. Ian, there's a super chat from the Castaway DC that says, be honest, does Ian have jorts on below this desk?
Should I show them?
Yeah.
Here you go, look.
It's like he's wearing
No
nothing at
jorts.
all.
We are
His knees are covered.
professionals
jorts.
on this stream.
There we go.
And another super chat from EA122 that says, just a little something for drinks and snack fund.
Aw.
Champagne is on expense though, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Maybe some Prosecco or Cremant if we're feeling fancy. All right, shall we move on?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
So let's kind of go let's go audio achievement, but then maybe bounce on to best music, because they are separate, but you know, kind of they do sort of feed into one another. So obviously, music is music. Audio achievement is more like the soundscape of a game.
Right.
So audio achievement, we've got Ape Out. I mean, yeah, that's a great choice for that category.
Sure.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which by the way has 5 noms, which I think is really impressive. It's tied with Life is Strange and Outer Wilds for 5 nominations apiece. We've got Control, we've got Death Stranding, we've got Star Wars Fallen Jedi, which is the first in these categories we've been reading
interesting.
about. And Untitled Goose Game.
Yes.
Best honks in the business.
I
Honk, honk.
love it.
Yeah, I do love that that's in there, because although the music for that game is utterly charming, I think that the little sort of additions that the sound makes to the overall game, like, because you're just causing mischief, it's the little things that make that game so satisfying.
It's so joyful.
Yeah.
Like the honks especially. It's just, I don't know what it is, but whenever you do it, it's always the perfect time, if that makes sense. Like, it's just, I think to be able to communicate that much joy in being just really mischievous is such an
And what I
achievement.
really like about it is the honks change sometimes depending on what you're having. So you have a
And
bottle.
the harmonica.
The harmonica, you can honk through a harmonica, or you can get a bottle and it kind of like echoes the honk a little bit.
It's really
Just
good.
little touches like
It
that
is.
are really like just tickle me.
It's the attention to detail for sure.
Yeah. We have a new member real quick. Lars
Ooh,
Hansen.
Lars.
Welcome.
High five,
Hello,
Lars.
new
Nice.
member.
Yes, so I mean, all of these games really did go above and beyond in terms of audio achievement. Obviously, I mean, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order probably deserves it just for the lightsaber sounds alone. I'm sure it did more than that, but the lightsaber sounds in a Star Wars game, how much more important can you
Pretty
get?
important.
Like,
Pretty important. Yeah.
what about you, Zoe? What do you reckon in audio achievement?
Honestly, Untitled Goose Game. The thing is, I think, for me, games are a lot about how I feel when I'm playing them, and I feel so ecstatic when I play Untitled Goose Game, because it's such like a simple premise, but it's done so lovingly and so joyfully. And yeah, like you said about the honks making a different noise when you have them on, like it's just lovely, and I love it.
Something that's so small for me personally, as someone who grew up like loving the sound effects of like file pages turning in Resident Evil and stuff, the sound of the to-do list being crossed out, that is ASMR to my ears. I just love stuff like that.
That must be ticking something in our brains to be like, you have done a thing.
Yay!
Another new member, Peripheral Media.
Nice.
Hey.
Thank you so much.
Shall we jump to music?
Yes.
Go for it.
All right. So for music, we've got Control, Death Stranding, Disco Elysium, Outer Wilds, The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening, and Watam. Now, I'll jump in for a sec. Outer Wilds music is gorgeous, and it's important as well because it actually feeds into the game.
Yeah, the whole point of Outer Wilds is that you use the music to find people who are lost, or you just need to find them for some other reason. But the instruments they choose are so carefully chosen.
Yes.
Like there's a banjo, I believe.
Yes.
There's
a whistling.
A whistling.
Yeah.
But it's just, they're all instruments that are quite, what's the best way to put this? Like, it's not like it's violins or cellos or a piano. It's really heartfelt instruments that you can kind of pick up without a ton of formal education, which I really love.
Because it's a game that's all about passing on information and storytelling and collaboration. And the moment, no spoilers, that it all comes together and all those musical tracks coalesce is just, it's really satisfying.
Beautiful.
There was a really important super chat that's just disappeared.
I'm literally, Ian,
I
can you?
Yeah. I
did
don't
see
want to
it.
miss that.
No,
I don't want
no.
to miss it. But I was on a thing. So insert dumb name here has super chatted and says, "Hey y'all, I haven't told my friends and family yet, but I am going to propose to my girlfriend of 3 years."
Exciting!
That's amazing.
Thanks for telling us first.
Yeah, I
Go
feel
for it.
very privileged.
I hope it goes well.
Yes.
That is so amazing.
I'm sure it will.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
Congrats.
So what do you reckon to music?
I'm going to say Outer Wilds.
Yeah.
Just because I do love I love Death Stranding's music.
Yeah.
Low Raw, I think, are great. Like, you first recommended them, and then we played Death Stranding, and I heard them, I was like, oh my god, this is amazing.
I'll be honest, Low Roar and Silent Poets did get added to a lot of my playlists after playing that game, and that is a good sign of good music, right?
But Outer Wilds, the way the music is inherent to the story and is so important for you playing it, and to listen to that much music for the whole game and not be fed up of it at the end, I think is pretty important. So I'd say Outer Wilds. How about you?
Something about Death Stranding for me, just the music really stuck with me. When you're walking like down a hill, and then the music starts swelling and getting louder and louder, and the camera pulls out, and you just have this view over this incredible landscape while this amazing music is playing. It was beautiful and haunting at the same time, conveys loneliness and
That's true.
how big the journey is. And so, yeah, that really stuck in my head. I'd say that is my favourite. But I did love the Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening remake, and the way they remade all the music and that was just, it tugged at my nostalgia heartstrings all the way through. So
I think you're absolutely right, though. Like Death Stranding, the music does absolutely enhance other aspects of the game, which is super, super important. And I think Disco Elysium does that as well. Its music it's very understated, but like it's just because there's so many great comedy moments in that. Like that game, it sort of straddles so many different genres, and the tonal shifts are really, really kind of not jarring sometimes, but they're quite like, it goes from comedy to serious to like back to something else, and the music is key in making those transitions work. So I think like that's really cool as well.
I said Outer Worlds and not Outer Wilds.
Very
It
easy
is
mistake
the
to
morning. Yeah. I've done that so many times now. I mean Outer Wilds, of course,
Yes.
not Outer Worlds. Although Outer Worlds is still a good game.
Okay, so shall we move on to another category? Who wants to
Yes.
pick one?
I want to pick family
Okay.
because I want to
Family.
call out one game there in particular.
Family. There we go.
So in the family category, we have Concrete Genie, Knights and Bikes, Luigi's Mansion 3,
Yes.
Untitled Goose Game, Vacation Simulator, and What Arm. And a new member, Dodger 5277.
Hey,
I see
thanks,
you.
Dodger.
The game that I think should win this is Concrete Genie because
Really?
it's about a boy who really likes art. I might actually tear up doing this a little bit. I can't talk about it, but he gets bullied, but art is his way out of it.
Oh, that's so lovely.
And I
I've
think
never
it should
played
win
that.
for obviously personal reasons.
Yeah, oh, that's amazing.
I'm tearing up a tiny bit
That's
here.
good. That's
I
lovely.
did my
You made
fancy
me cry.
makeup.
Do you reckon like so that that sounds super important for the family category
Yeah,
as
so
well, right?
for kids playing it to see that like it's art is not something to be like for people to mock you for. I think it's
No.
really important. And also for parents just to be able to play games with their kids as well
Absolutely.
is so key. And it's just a beautiful
That's a
game.
beautiful
It's really
message.
beautiful because the art he paints comes to life on the walls, but then he gets sucked into like an alternate dimension where his art is also like his negative emotions. And in the game, there's enemies like monsters and stuff, but bullies are the main enemy that you have to run away and
Wow.
escape from, which I think is. I mean, obviously, there's the game Bully, which kind of glorifies bullying.
I've never played it.
Well, the name of the game is Bully.
Right,
But anyway, in
that's true.
Concrete Genie, the bullies are the enemies. So I think showing something that you can really easily identify with is really important.
That's amazing. Thank you for giving us that little insight
Sorry.
as well. No, that's amazing.
I definitely think Concrete
I
Genie more
haven't played
deserves it.
Concrete Genie, so I never really thought about it that way. But you know what? Like any game that shows kids and any family member really that your art it's not only a release. It's like it's a way of verbalizing or just expressing yourself in so
Yeah.
many other ways. That's
Yeah.
really, really cool.
And the bullies are awful and horrible. You should stand up to them, definitely.
I mean, like Luigi's Mansion 3 is probably my pick just because it was nice. Because it was nice. Like it was. I mean, it's just fun. It's Luigi's Mansion. Like honestly, I'd never played 1 or 2, so I didn't know what to expect coming into it. But it's just got like that lovely feeling gameplay where you can just pick it up and just carry on. Like it's super satisfying. Gooigi was a great addition. I thought.
love him.
Luigi.
Yeah. What about you, Ian?
I'm probably. You see, there's 2 games on here with VR.
Ooh.
Which ones are those?
Concrete Genie has its own VR segment where you can you go into these little kind of dioramas almost, and you paint, and what you paint comes alive.
That's awesome.
So you can do swipes of the brush, and grass will appear, and then that grass will start waving, and so it's a very like Zen kind of VR experience. So I could imagine families going on there and having a nice chill time, painting some sceneries and stuff. And also Vacation Simulator, the sequel to Job Simulator, which is one of my Job Simulator is one of my favourite ever VR games. Do you know Job Simulator?
I've definitely heard of it, and
Yeah.
I've seen some bits
You
of it.
basically
definitely.
play like a robot trying to simulate human experiences, and you have little jobs
Amazing.
like working behind a shop counter and stuff. And in Vacation Simulator, It's basically, you go to different holiday destinations and do little comical jobs and stuff
That's
there.
amazing.
But, it's so funny, and it's the sort of VR game that doesn't have much locomotion. You just kind of stand there and do things and pick stuff up. So it's not intense. It doesn't really have any nausea factors or anything. So it's a good little. It's one of the games that I would always say, try this first if you're new to VR, and you'll have a wonderful time.
Do you want to pick it? Oh, sorry.
We have a new member, DC.
Hey,
DC.
Hi, DC.
Yeah.
Do you want to pick a category?
Go on then.
Go on then.
I might go back to. Let's do British game.
Okay.
Because I'm going to skip that one. I guess we're going to save that one
Oh
till
yeah, we'll
last.
save that one for last. Yeah.
Okay, so British game, we've got Dirt Rally 2.0 from Codemasters, published by Codemasters. Heaven's Vault by Joseph Humphrey, John Ingold, Laura Dilloway, and published by Inkle Inkle. Knights and Bikes by Rex Kroll, Mu Yu, Kenneth C.M. Young, and it's Foam Sword, published by Double Fine Presents. Observation, the development team is No Code, and it's published by Devolver Digital. Then there's Planet Zoo, by Frontier Developments, and self-published by Frontier as well. And then Total War 3 Kingdoms, and that is by the Creative Assembly, published by Sega.
Awesome. Going to do a super chat real quick.
Yeah.
From Dodger5277, our new member.
Hey!
They say, my roommate, my cat, Maria, and I say good 2:30 a.m. to you
Whoa.
from Claremont, Oklahoma. Thank you so much for staying up.
Oklahoma, where the wind.
I mean, I was going to do a thank you to them, but you can also sing if you want. Aoife serenaded you. There you
Yes,
go.
and
Thanks.
also, hi Maria.
Hello.
Hiya.
Okay, so for me, this category, I'm going to say observation. Because not just because I know that the team at No Code watch our channel.
Hello.
Hi, congrats on the nomination. But like I powered through that game. I think like in an evening. It was really, it's like a horror game set in space. It makes perfect sense. Like it was so
Tick
so
all
good.
those boxes.
And it actually looked incredible as well.
It's the sort of game that I could imagine a movie being made out of as well.
Yes.
It's one of those games that just is so different to other games I've played. A lot of games, they copy and paste the same things, but Observation is just, so different and inspirational in the way that it's chosen to tell a story.
Yeah.
I was compelled I never got to finish it all the way through, but the parts I played, I was proper drawn into it, and the voice acting and is really cool as well.
It shows what you can do with a very simple idea, with very like the setting is quite it's quite tight. Like it's a small sort of thing. It's like it's just such a simple idea that goes so far. Like it was just fascinating and creepy and scary and just really cool.
So I haven't played Observation. What's the premise?
So you're in space. You're in a space station.
Space. Cool.
And
Space.
Just weird things start
Weird
happening.
things.
You kind of,
Do you want to give any
the
spoilers?
AI computer almost, and you view things through security cameras.
Oh,
so you
okay.
kind of like choose what security cameras to look through, and then looking through the security cameras, you can unlock like hatches for the crew member who's stuck on the ship.
That
and
sounds
stuff.
really voyeuristic.
And there's some kind of something's happening that is not right, and you've got to journey through as the computer trying to help the crew persons, and it is it's worth playing. It's not an incredibly long game, but it's one that will stick with you, and it's one I really need to finish. Because,
You do. It doesn't take much to finish it as well.
No.
Well, we actually have it on our console as well, so that's one thing that we can potentially play later. How about you? What do you reckon to British game?
Planet Zoo.
I knew you were going to say
Yay.
that. I love
Edibles.
I really enjoyed our stream of it, but also I really like the way that it's kind of pushing conservation and reintroducing animals back into the wild, because I think public opinion is kind of realising that we need to do more for the planet, environmentalism and stuff. And I think it's great that the game is modernising to reflect that as well. And it's just really fun and joyous. And when we're trying to catch those monkeys, which is amazing. I'd say Planet Zoo. I think it's got a great message, and it's just a really well-made, solid game.
Quickly, super chat. Good morning, subscribe. Oh gosh,
It scrolls out.
We've also got a new member. Hi, Bookworm.
Hi, Bookworm.
Amazing. Also, I love that name.
Quickson Quincy, sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Good morning. Subscribe to the channel because of Zoe's enthusiasm playing through Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, thank you.
I even cried again at the end of Cosmo Canyon.
Oh.
Looking forward to enjoying. Sorry, looking forward to enjoying everything else you guys do. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Aww.
Oh, look, I don't make me cry for twice during the stream.
No, I think that's a really good call. I love the guys at Frontier Developments. Having talked to them about Planet Zoo, I know how passionate they are about pushing the conservation angle. And like getting, like as a kid, I was obsessed with animals. Okay, I was like convinced I was going to be a zoologist, even though I didn't really know what zoologists actually did. So like as a kid, that would have been my dream game. That it like gives you so many animal facts, that it lets you like play around with like all the different toys and feeding things and enclosures. It's so cool.
And the enrichment is really important, which I'm becoming even more conscious of.
Yeah.
It's just a really good game. I think it's one of those games where after you play it, you'll see zoos differently, and you'll notice more when you go to zoos and wildlife sanctuaries and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So Planet Zoo. How about you, Aoife? What's your game?
Well, observation, I reckon.
Yeah.
Like observation, but Planet Zoo is definitely in there as well. But like, yeah, I think this category is a really cool one for BAFTA to have.
Definitely.
Because it is really great to celebrate. Best of British as well.
Yeah, I got a quick shout out to Dirt Rally 2.0 as well. I'm terrible at it and I crash all the time, but Codemasters are the masters of racing games now, and Dirt Rally, just the way that feels to play, they've had years and years of experience to draw on. It's like a top-notch racing game, and Codemasters are a British team through and through. I've been playing their games since 80 something, since I time travelled along. But yeah, Dirt Rally 2.0 is a phenomenal racing game, even if you're rubbish at racing games like I am.
But that's not a good game, is even if you're bad at it, you really like it.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so shall we move on to a different category, or shall we have a little taster of what BAFTA awards ceremonies are actually like?
That sounds classy.
Shall we have a little taster? Shall we roll a little video of one of the previous year's BAFTA
little amuse
award
bouche
ceremonies? An
of
amuse
BAFTA.
Very exciting to be here and surreal.
Such a diverse set of people, games, people behind the scenes.
Nervous, but also very excited.
So let us get started. Shall we get started, ladies and gentlemen?
We're in shock, honestly.
Wow.
This is unreal. Give us a moment, there's a few of us.
The BAFTA for Best Game goes to... amazingly, What Remains of Edith Finch?
This is incredible.
And the BAFTA goes to Super Mario Odyssey.
Thank you very much.
The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
You're looking very dapper in your tux, by the way.
Thank you very much. You know, it's the BAFTAs, so you got to step up your game, right? And the winner is...
I can't believe I'm actually holding a BAFTA in my hand right now.
9 nominations for Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice.
Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice. Senua's Sacrifice.
I'm walking on air, I can't believe it.
This year's BAFTA Fellowship, Tim Schafer.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, and you're all standing up. That's good. Stretch those leg muscles.
It's been a pleasure to be back. I'm Derek. Good night. Good luck. Farewell.
And we are back. Look at that. Who's that gal talking
Who was
to all of the
it?
people?
I've never seen it before in my life.
Yeah, I don't know who that was. So this year, as we said, it's going to be at the South Bank again. This is the second year the BAFTA awards ceremony has taken place at the South Bank, and it's also Dara O'Brien's 10th year hosting.
That is amazing.
It's pretty good.
He's so great.
And you saw in that VT that so that was Tim Schafer receiving that fellowship. That was 2 years ago. That was the 2018 awards. This year, Hideo Kojima is getting the fellowship.
I mean, he's a pretty big deal.
I think that's fair. He joined some very good company, but like he changed games. Like when you think about the Metal Gear Solid series, I think like Metal Gear Solid 2 was probably the first postmodern video game I think I ever played.
Ooh.
Like just to get
throwing out the real terms here.
But I think that it is deserved, and Death Stranding didn't hit everything just right for me. But, and we can talk about that later.
Yeah.
But I do. I mean, I genuinely loved the Metal Gear series, and I think he did some really great stuff.
I don't think you can deny his influence at all.
Yeah.
Andy's in the chat as well. Hey, Andy.
Hello.
I thought you said, and he's in the chat.
And
I was like, what?
Kadina is here today.
I think that's a great shout. You can't
I'm
deny
actually
it.
surprised that he hasn't won it before, to be honest. When I heard that nomination, I was like, well, he's like, wow. But
You just assume that he's already a big
he's such
deal.
a big... He is like a developer star. Like, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's up there as one of the biggest names in the industry. Even, you know, Hollywood celebrities know him. You know, you can...
Well, he's got them nominated at BAFTA games now as well.
So that's going to be very cool seeing him there.
Yeah.
It's Emma Pringle's first live stream. Hello. Sorry, I just had to shout her out.
Welcome.
Welcome.
So do we want to jump back in? You said there was a category that you wanted to talk about.
Yes, let me turn to that right now. The narrative category. So I'll go through nominations and I'm going to go on a bit of a rant about stuff. Good rant. What's a good word for rant?
Or a celebration.
A celebration of stuff.
A hype train. Hop aboard the hype train
Choo-choo. So we've got Control. The writing team was Remedy Entertainment from 505 Games. Disco Elysium. Writer team was I just love saying that now. Life is Strange 2, episodes 2 to 5. The writing team was Don't Nod Entertainment. Outer Wilds. The writing team is Mobius Digital.
Oh my gosh, they're both on there.
Outer Wilds. Writing team is Tim Kaine and Leonard Boyarsky from Obsidian Entertainment. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order were Aaron Contreras and Matt Miknovitz and Stig Asmussen.
Okay.
Right.
Nice.
Outer Worlds.
Right.
Worlds. The one set in space. Nope, that doesn't help. The one made by Obsidian. For me, that game is really important because of Parvati's storyline in particular. No major spoilers, but she's dealing with realising she's not straight, and the way they deal with her kind of companion quests. And the way it evolves, and the way that it's not about her struggling with her sexuality, it's about how she communicates that to someone she's fallen in love with, is really, really important, especially because it's one of the sexualities that isn't represented that much in modern media. I'm just going to say it, she's asexual, basically, which doesn't get a lot of representation. I don't think the representation it deserves. So for me, that's really, really important to have that as a companion storyline that's about her feelings and her wanting to kind of communicate that than her coming out, basically. Yeah. I love it.
No, it's
I think that's really good.
It's so well done. It's not sensationalised or anything. It's done with real heart.
Yeah.
I mean, Zoe and I were playing it through basically at the same time. We kept messaging each other going,
oh my God,
everything has to be done for Parvati.
She's protect her at all costs.
Yes, she's an amazing character.
And really, all the characters in Outer Worlds, talking about the right one. I genuinely love like the AI on the ship. Like you get to learn more about. The more you talk to people, the kind of more they reveal when you're doing the main storyline. And the writing is really funny. It's witty. It feels really. I'm going to say the obvious comparison: New Vegas.
Okay.
Like it's really. What's the word?
Punchy?
Yeah, punchy. Like it goes there. Like it doesn't really pull any punches, which I absolutely love. So
irreverent?
Yeah, irreverent. Doesn't take itself too seriously and knows completely what it's doing. And the capitalist taken to the extreme in Outer Worlds is fantastic. So I'd say Outer Worlds. That's my pick for narrative.
What about Ian?
Well, I'm going to have to go for Control, I think. I was just... I was really drawn in by the story of Control. It's such like it's very Twin Peaksy, very mysterious. There's loads of twists and turns that you don't really see coming, and there's this overarching like story of this. The location, I can't remember what the location's called. I think it's the Big House or something.
The oldest house?
The oldest house.
That's a cool name, right? That's a cool name.
And it's like a building that is almost alive and it twists and turns
and
changes.
It's constantly changing.
Yeah, you never really know what's around the corner, and there's so many different parts of the game that have been left unanswered. It's just a really intricate mystery, and I really loved it.
They've created a lore that could really span far beyond the game that they have, like for sure.
Yeah.
We've got a super chat. The end of LIS2 hit me so hard. Also, Aoife, you should check out I Am Not Okay With This on Netflix. Some LIS vibes and definite Chloe Price energy.
I watched the trailer for that last night. It does look really good.
So the reason I'm reading out that at that specific time is it feeds into my choice for narrative.
Look at that.
Which is so weird, right? No, I mean, so like I think Life is Strange 2 had a really tough job in living up to this bar, the standard that LIS1 set. And like they could have Donut could have very easily just made the same game again, but they very like pointedly didn't. They went a completely different way with it. I think that the framing the brotherhood relationship between Sean and Daniel Diaz at the very center of the game was just an amazing thing to do. It was a great choice. Bringing in elements of like, it was quite brave in a lot of ways. It brought in elements like regarding immigration, regarding like the current state of the world, like in terms of like politics, what's it like to be like an immigrant living in the US. It was just like really interesting, and like it was different in the sense that LIS1 was a mystery. Mm-hmm. You knew kind of what the trajectory was from episode 1 to 5, and LIS2 was different in that you never really knew where it was taking you, but the road trip was just always interesting, and they had some fantastic characters in there, so that's that for me. But also I think Disco Elysium deserves a nod because the writing in that, there's so much of it. There's so much, but it is incredibly intelligent. Like it's galaxy brain like the whole time. Like it's just very, very funny, very different. I think it was like the writer is actually a novelist.
Wow.
And it shows.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I quite like the narrative in Outer Wilds as well, but for me, that narrative took a bit of a backseat to my own adventures, and I kind of made up my own narrative as I went along, because it's a game a lot about exploration, and there are a lot of runes and glyphs that you can translate and stuff, so you can each bit of the narrative is drip fed to you, and you only get that knowledge by exploring.
That's cool.
And part of the adventure for me was making my narrative of, suffocating myself in space by accident or getting exploded, and finding my way to these little narrative points. So that stood out for me there because it's a good narrative, but also it allowed me to construct my own as well.
Yeah,
that's a really good way to put it.
Okay, what shall we do next? Shall we do let's go evolving game and kind of roll that into multiplayer. They're two separate things. So evolving game is a category where it's not just games that were launched this year, because obviously they are evolving. It's a game that's being updated and constantly being changed, whereas multiplayer are games that did come out in the last year. So for evolving game, we've got Apex Legends, we've got Destiny 2, Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers, Fortnite, No Man's Sky Beyond, and Path of Exile. So I think for me, I mean, we've played a lot of Fortnite this year, but also I think Apex Legends has been really, really on it in terms of keeping that game constantly fresh and interesting.
Completely agree. Yeah. Plus the reveal they had for Revenant, where they set it up to make you think this big name, his name I don't recall, but big buff guy was going to be the next added character. Everyone thought they knew it, and then he gets killed at the end of the teaser by Revenant.
What a troll!
Yeah, it was fantastic. I think that was just a great stroke of genius. But I think Apex Legends is a great shout, 100%.
Definitely.
But what are you going to say? And I think I might know what you're going to say.
It's a toss-up for me because although I'm not a huge fan of Fortnite, the way they have kept changing the game, making it relevant, creating these huge events with like pop stars. What's that guy with Marshmallow? Yeah. Doing live things.
That guy with a marshmallow. Do you mean DJ Marshmallow?
DJ Marshmallow, yeah. So I'm well down with today's music. The live events. They had a live event for Star Wars.
Yeah, they legit showed off a world exclusive clip of Star Wars in the game. That's insane.
In the opening crawl for Star Wars Episode 9, they reference a message from Emperor Palpatine that got played only during this Fortnite event.
That's amazing. That is crazy.
So they have all these crazy tie-ins and stuff. But for me, I love how No Man's Sky Beyond took a game that everyone thought, was it was quite a disappointment when it first launched. I think even the developers would admit that it wasn't what they'd originally aimed for. And No Man's Sky, instead of just packing it in and trying a new thing, they have worked their butts off and they have created the game that they wanted at launch. and more. There is so much going into that game. Time and time again, I'll load it up and there'll be new additions, new downloads for it. The introduction of VR was just incredible.
Yeah.
It doesn't look perfect down the PlayStation VR because of the limitations of the headset, but just being able to be on a planet, get in a spaceship, fly into space, land on another planet, get out and explore and make a base, all in VR. It's like having your very own universe to explore. So, you know, the way that has evolved is, in my opinion, incredible.
Yeah.
I would also say No Man's Sky Beyond. I think to be able to stick with a game after the amount of people getting angry at them, Hello Games at the beginning, and then also like just to stick with it for so long and to turn it into what it is now is incredible. Which just shows real strength and I think faith in what they originally wanted to create.
Yeah, did you hear about their fans? A lot of their
with the billboard. Yeah. Oh my God.
Their die-hard fans clubbed together and bought a billboard advertising space just outside Hello Games' office, just saying thank you, Hello Games.
Oh, that's quite
I mean,
nice.
come
So,
on, that's
know,
lovely. Yeah.
You don't hear many fan bases.
Yeah, sticking with them.
Sticking with them and being that thankful. So,
That's
you know, fair play to Hello Games.
We do have a super chat, which
it was from
Peripheral
Media, who says, "Goodness me, this conversation is really making me miss games journalism. This energy is hitting me hard. Thank you, Team EJ."
Wow.
Do you know what? Like, this is why I love stuff like this, though, because it's so easy to like sort of just be like, okay, games, yeah, la la la. But this is like, man, we're so lucky. Like, look at how many great games came out. Look at how much craft goes into these games. Like, it's just really exciting to be able to be like, yeah, you know what? Games are awesome.
They certainly are.
Games are a force for good. Games are brilliant, and look at how much work these people are putting into these games.
Oh my God, so much.
It makes me want to go home and play them all, but we're not going to go home. We're going to play them right here in a little bit. But we've got still a few more categories to go through, so let's jump back in. Game Beyond Entertainment. I love this category. It was it's a recent addition to the BAFTA Games ceremony, and it's kind of like what games are doing kind of beyond entertainment. What, like, it's games that might have a message or might have a particular goal in mind when it comes to like maybe it's about culture, maybe it's about like just something a bit different. So Game Beyond Entertainment, the categories or the nominations are Civ 6, Gathering Storm, Death Stranding, Kind Words, Lo-Fi Chill Beats to Write To. I can tell Zoe wants to talk about that one. Life is Strange 2, episodes 2 to 5. Neo Cab and Ring Fit Adventure, which I think you know what, I'm glad Ring Fit Adventure is in there.
I definitely think Ring Fit's a good one. But let me talk about Kind Words, Lo-Fi Chill Beats to Write To. The whole premise of this game is that you write nice letters to people and you send them off, and it has Lo-Fi Chill Beats, which is what I listen to when I need to work. And I think it's a great way to show that games are a force for good. Like, they definitely 100% are.
Right there.
Yeah. But Lo-Fi Chill Beats to Write To, Kind Words is it's putting that out there. Like, the whole point of the game is to be kind and to be nice. And I think kind of that's always encouraged in games, of course, but to have that as the point of the game is to be kind, I think is absolutely fantastic. I think we need more games like that.
Definitely.
Plus Lo-Fi Chill Beats just zen me out instantly, and I think a lot of people feel the same. So I'd say Kind Words, because I think it just sets a great precedent.
Yeah.
Be nice.
Oh, be nice. Yeah, that's nice.
What about you guys?
Well, I think I'm a big fan of the way Nintendo, they don't just make games for screens, they make games for outside of the screens as well. Like Nintendo Labo last year people laughed at Labo when it was cardboard. But
cardboard.
But yeah, I did the feature on the VR stuff and just sitting there and building it, and the invention, like how intricate all the builds are, and how that all slots together is so cool. And so Ring Fit Adventure is just I thought that was quite a nice way to gamify keeping fit. Also, I can still feel the ache in my legs from the Christmas challenge you made me do. Too many squats. So I quite like just the way Nintendo brings a bit of physicality to video games.
So let me just hop on my Life is Strange 2. So obviously, I'll keep it brief. Like, everyone knows how I feel about Life is Strange 2. I think like that, and I've said it before in the stream. Like, the fact that they do not dedicate themselves to going beyond and tapping into underrepresented outsiders within society. I think this, like Life is Strange 2 is specifically kind of about outsider or being on the outside, trying to find where you belong. And it just, there were so many parts in that game that made me feel like physically uncomfortable, but it's so important because it's like, there were scenes where, you know, you're facing all these microaggressions as Sean Diaz, who, you know, who is from Mexican heritage. It's just, it's horrible. You're like, oh my God, I can't believe, like, these are situations that people find themselves in, and it really does, it just makes you think, you know, completely differently. And then I think Death Stranding probably, like, it does deserve a nod as well, because there are very few people, auteurs, let's say, game auteurs, that can do, that have the power to do what Kojima does. Like, these are facts. Like, there are very few, there's very few opportunities for games to be as huge as Death Stranding. And, like, it sort of transcends gaming in a lot of ways, and did when it came out, because it's like, you've got, like, super celebrities, you've got, you know, big soundtrack, like, its soundtrack was released, like, to big, you know, applause and everything as well. You've got Monster Energy drink sponsorship within the game. Like, it is just, it's a kind of like it's just a huge.
Yeah, I don't think you'd see like many huge publishers being brave enough to publish something that's so experimental.
Yeah, that's
true. But with
definitely
the power of Kojima Productions behind it, you have this name that has allowed them to do something that's a little bit different, and it's not going to hit every mark.
No.
Like, not everyone's going to like it. I was a bit of a roller coaster with what I thought of it. But just, yeah, the vision and the ability to bring that to life, I think deserves a shout.
Absolutely.
For sure.
We forgot to go to multiplayer as well when we were talking about evolving games, so let's do that super quick. So multiplayer, do you want to read it out?
Yes, I do. I found it.
Yes.
Multiplayer, Apex Legends, Borderlands 3, woo, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, Luigi's Mansion 3, TikTok, A Tale for Two, and Tom Clancy's The Division 2.
Anything stand out there to you?
Borderlands 3. Yeah, I mean, you know I was going to say it. I really love the level scaling thing in Borderlands 3. I used to find it really hard to find people to play with, because, not in Borderlands 3, but just in general, because, you know, when your friends been playing the game for years and you just want digging in, you kind of, you feel like a real noob. So with Borderlands 3, I love the fact that you got the chance to scale to your buddies or not. And also you could choose not to, in case you wanted to just kill them over and over and over again. And I just thought that was a really simple, great way to make sure that it was opening up to kind of have these shared experiences online with your friends with Borderlands 3. And the loot scaling as well, I think, is probably a really difficult thing to do.
Yeah.
And like loot instancing, where you get the same loot or you don't get the same loot. I feel like it's stuff that we don't really get to see. We don't see behind the curtain a lot and stuff like that. But it's such a basic, simple thing for good multiplayer. And I really like the fact that Borderlands 3 just was like, co-op is a core part of the Borderlands experience for so many people. And they just made it great. So I'd say Borderlands 3.
For me, I think, that's going to be Call of Duty Modern Warfare for me, I think. I almost said Apex Legends, but Call of Duty Modern Warfare, it captured the vibe of the original Modern Warfare for me really well. The original Modern Warfare multiplayer I played for countless hours, and following Call of Duties, my excitement of the multiplayer drifted off. But something about the Modern Warfare's multiplayer this time around has just clicked with me, and I'm quite good at it. So,
a good reason for liking any multiplayer. What about you, Aoife?
Guiji. Luigi's Mansion 3. Guiji was it's just really sweet. It's just such a fun game to just pick up, and it's got a real heart, and then, you know, it's just lovely. It's just lovely to play.
It's a cute game to play in co-op.
It's a cute game to play. Adorable. All right, so let's go quick to debut game, because then that's all of the ones on this page.
I mean, you said there were more categories than before, and it really definitely feels like it. But that's great. I love the fact that this many games are getting a chance to shine.
So debut game is the debut game from that studio. So it doesn't mean that like the people making it have never made a game before. For example, Death Stranding is nominated. Kojima has made 1 or 2 games in the past, but this is Kojima Productions' very first game. So therefore, so yeah, do you want to read out the notes?
Okay, cool. So for debut game, we've got Ape Out. We have got Death Stranding, Disco Elysium, Katana Zero, Knights and Bikes, and Manifold Garden.
Anything stand out there?
I'd say Katana Zero.
Yeah.
I think it's such a great concept and it's done so elegantly. You have to get through the whole the whole level with one life. If you get hit once,
it's done.
You're done. So what it means is you've got to really embrace the kind of assassin vibe that you have. Like you need to just move constantly, like up, down. Like you get so ingrained in the the elegance and the kind of swiftness. You do feel like an assassin because you have to be perfect. Nothing less than perfect will succeed. And I think for that to be a debut game from a studio is just amazing.
Super stylish as well. Like all the neon, it just looks gorgeous.
It's
and
really
swords,
good.
so it's playing to your
swords.
Yes, swords.
Bobby Ian.
Well, I've actually only played one of the games on this one, so I'm going to have to go for Death Stranding.
Okay.
But as a debut game, it was a blockbuster, really, wasn't it? You couldn't go anywhere without hearing about Death Stranding. So out of them all, that's not only the one that I played, but the one that I feel like made the biggest impact.
That's that's a good way to put it. I would go Ape Out and Disco Elysium were both super, again, great concepts, just really well executed. So I think that's that. Yeah. Okay, so we've got this. We've got
Game design.
Game design. All right. You want to read those ones out? Who wants to go for that?
Do you want to do it? I can do it. Do you want to do it?
I'll do it.
Fine.
Okay. Game design. So we got Baba Is You. We've got Control, Disco Elysium, Outer Wilds, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, and Watam. I know which one you like out of this category.
Well, yeah, I absolutely love Baba Is You. It's just the perfect puzzle game. It's so good. It's can I explain it? It's like
you literally with a face palm there, like
it's really hard to explain in a way that makes it sound compelling. I guess it's almost like computer programming, but a little puzzle game. So your little character is called Baba. And you have all these little icons.
Because you is Baba.
You is Baba. Baba is such an immediately cute name.
Yeah, and you have these. You have to so. For instance, you have to push the word "win" to a flag to make it so that the flag is to win. But to push the "win" to the flag, you might have to make rocks be able to be walked through. So you have to push parts of the game together to create almost like programming
it's like visualizing coding, basically.
Yeah, but it's so hard. Like, it makes you feel incredibly stupid, but then super intelligent when you do the puzzle. I went on a 6-hour flight to New York and I played it the entire way there, and it felt like a half-an-hour flight because I was so engrossed in it. That is incredible. But also, Outer Wilds has some of the most incredible game design I've ever played, in terms of making you feel like you're free to explore a universe, or like a little, pocket of planets, and just it makes everything feel like you're discovering things for the first time. You're discovering things for yourself. So both of those two for me equal.
I would say it's a real achievement to make a galaxy feel cozy.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
To make space feel cozy.
Yeah,
definitely.
Like that's a real achievement. But I would say for me, Outer Wilds, super, super amazing. Disco Elysium, the way that you've got it does feel like a role-playing game and a dice rolling game because there are so many checks that you have to go through, and some of them are done invisibly. Like, it's really, really cool. But Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. I'm sorry, but From Software, in terms of game design, I think they're unparalleled. Like, every From Software game is just so amazing the way that it's crafted. Like, it's just so compelling, so difficult, but always feeling fair. Like, that is not an easy thing to pull off. And the boss fights in Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, I feel like it's an evolution from Dark Souls in that it's more difficult and more punishing, but so much more satisfying because of that. And I always remember the quote when I had that interview with Miyazaki, who said that the entire concept of the game was designed around swords clashing.
Oh,
and
the
I think
sound.
the sound of swords, and I think that does 100% come through in the final game.
I'm gonna say Sekiro as well.
Yeah.
Because I'm still starting off with Sekiro, but I have read and watched quite a bit about it because I love monsters. The monsters in that game are amazing. The ape fight in particular.
Yes.
I think it takes real skill to be able to make monsters. You don't like the way they're attacking you, but by God, you respect them. And Sekiro really does, the way that all the different fur moves and the way the clothes move, the way that each boss, mini-boss and monster definitely feels like it's... You're seeing a motif which you might whereas games in Bloodborne and Dark Souls, they do exactly the same thing. The monsters, you meet them the whole way through the game. They're a core part of it, and they manage to still make them interesting for the entirety of the game. And I absolutely love that.
It's the attention to detail, and I think the way that those worlds are really intelligently designed as well is that it's not linear. It's not exactly open world, but you never, like, it's all about sort of the environmental storytelling as well. Like, you never feel lost. You kind of always know where you're going, but you never feel railroaded as well. Like, the worlds are just a joy to explore and to sort of find your way around.
Yeah, I was playing it this weekend and I finally killed that mini boss. But yeah, when I was making my way through it, I was like, I don't see a clear path to go, but I'm actually okay with that. Usually that stresses me out because I'm like, I feel like I'm missing stuff. But with Sekiro, the fact that you know that when you die, something bad is going to happen. And also all the things are going to respawn, I think just makes you don't take that world for granted, because you're like, I don't want to come back here again because I don't want to have to kill things again, in my mind at least. So you drink in every aspect of it at that exact moment in time, and I think that's amazing.
Awesome. Original property?
Sure.
Yeah.
Original property, Baba Is You, Control, Death Stranding, Disco Elysium, Outer Wilds, and Untitled Goose Game.
Untitled Goose Game.
Untitled Goose Game.
Yeah, I think this is
Untitled
a really great year for the original property category.
Completely.
Because these are all brilliant titles, like, and they're all brilliant in their own unique ways.
Definitely.
I couldn't pick a favorite.
Why is everyone doing thumbs up in the chat? I feel like we've missed something.
Yay!
We got too into talking about Sekiro. I love the fact that it's kind of given the nod to new IPs.
Yes.
Because sequels are great, sequels are fantastic, but I think it takes real guts to produce a new thing, because that's so scary to be the first thing.
The thumbs up was from Nightcat saying, give a thumbs up to say thanks for the stream.
Oh,
and stick around to see some, maybe many of these games being played as well.
Yes.
We will be playing
Very
them in
soon,
a little
actually.
while.
We've only got a few to go. Actually,
one more to
we've
go,
only got
right?
one more after.
And it's the big boy.
So start getting your votes in now for what you would like us to play, and maybe we will play it.
Yeah. What for you stands out in original property, Aoife?
Oh, it's so tough. I mean, I honestly
because you want all of them to win. Like, they're all amazing.
Like, they're all amazing in their own way. Baba Is You, because it sounds like such an original concept.
Yeah.
Control, because I think that, like I said before, it did things technically, artistically that I've never seen before in a game. Death Stranding, because I mean, it's such a huge thing, and it did take risks, because I mean, it's so huge that nothing is without risk, and sure, it had a lot of support behind it, but at the same time, it's a bit out there. Disco Elysium, just because like it's so smart and so clever and so gorgeous as well. Outer Wilds, because it's just so lovely, just so lovely. And Untitled Goose Game, because you're a naughty goose. It's a lovely morning in the village, and you're a naughty goose.
I love it. I saw someone in the chat earlier said, Untitled Goose Game is the most British non-British game.
I know, it's so weird.
I don't know how they did it, but I feel like they tapped into a subliminal bit of all British people, England, Wales, Ireland, Scotland.
Clever
it's like,
Aussies.
we knew it. For me, it's Untitled Goose Game for that.
Yeah?
I think the amount of joy it's brought in, not just the game itself, but memes. People have been like doing funny stuff about it online. It's now bled into Doom and like other things. These geese signs are appearing places in real life. I think it's fantastic. It's created a real movement just towards like joyous mischief, and not mischief for the point of being mean, mischief for the point of just chaotic neutral. It's just your natural alignment.
It captured a lot of people's imagination and just like gave people, like you say, like there's so many games that it's about like being the aggressor, or it's about like attacking, or it's about, just not violence or anything, but just there's a very specific reason or a lofty reason for doing something, whereas like there's something quite freeing about just wanting to cause a bit of mischief as a goose.
And you're not doing it to inconvenience anyone, you're doing it because you want to do it, which I feel like I have to distinguish to real life people sometimes. But yeah, what about you, Ian? What would be your standout original property?
Untitled Goose Game made me realise that my spirit animal is a goose. Yes. So I think it's going to have to be, I think, just over Baba Is You for me. Baba Is You was it blew me away. It really did. But Untitled Goose Game, we had so much fun with that on
my God,
stage.
when
at
you wore
EGX
that
and stuff. Yeah, should have brought it with me.
Amazing.
But for me, Untitled Goose Game, I think.
Okay. All right.
What about you?
Oh, I
You think you can't pick?
You basically went through each one.
You were like, yes, this one, yes,
I
this
love
one,
them all.
yes.
Yeah.
I love them all. They're all my babies.
They are all great games.
So we've only got one category left.
It's the big one.
Well, oh no, we've got two then.
Oh, okay.
We've got two because
My
I
mistake.
forgot we didn't do that one. Okay, so we've got first off the EE Mobile Game of the Year.
Oh yes,
which
of
is
course,
the award voted on by the public, by the way. So we've got
Assemble with Care. We've got Call of Duty Mobile. We've got Dead Man's Phone, Pokemon Go, Tangle Tower, and What's the
Ian,
Golf?
which one of those would be your pick?
I wonder. Have I got it?
You probably do.
I do sometimes have, when we're filming in here, I have Pokemon Go on in my pocket or by the side because
he plays it every day.
the signal in here is a bit weird and it makes my character run round in circles so I can hatch eggs without moving.
Niantic, if you're hearing this,
don't patch it. It's the lazy man's way to play. No, Pokemon Go for me is my mobile game of the year. It's pretty much the only game I've ever played for such a long extended amount of time. I play it every day. It gamifies my walk to and from the shops. It gets me out and about exploring where I live. I can go for walks with my wife and we play it together and stuff.
Really
We're in like
sweet.
a Pokemon off at the moment. She's after a year and a half, she's got more Pokemon in her Pokedex than me after. So she's obviously loving it and rubbing it in, but now I'm like, I've got to play catch up. So yeah, for me, Pokemon Go, hands down.
For me, it's What the Golf. It's just one of those games that is perfect for mobile, I think. Like, it's just, you know, the thing you can kind of pull out on the train and just do your little thing, and then you're like, huh, that's quite good, yeah. You know?
Yeah. I'm going to say What the Golf too. I love playing it on the live stage at EGX, which you can watch on our channel right now, by the way. But I think it's for me, games are a lot about what makes you happy, and What the Golf made me really happy. So I'd say that one, definitely.
Okay, and then it's on to the big one.
Big one.
I think it's been really fun to go through all of these because it just kind of reminds you, like, a year is so long.
Really long.
2019 feels like forever ago already, but like going through all these, I'm like, man, that was a good year.
It was a good year.
That was a really good year.
I think because the new console generation cycle is starting very soon, we think that it's been slow for the last year. I mean, because it's our job to do it, we kind of keep tracks and stuff.
Yeah.
But having read this, you're right, so much good stuff has come out, and it's amazing to see all of it in a list.
Yes, best game.
Good God.
No, you go for it.
Okay, best game. So we've got Control, Remedy Entertainment, 505 Games, Disco Elysium, Zaum, Luigi's Mansion 3, Next Level Games and Nintendo, Outer Wilds, Mobius Digital and Annapurna Interactive, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice from Software and Activision, and Untitled Goose Game, which is House Panic. So I mean, those are like, I love that there's such a spectrum.
Yeah,
of those
massively.
It's
I don't know. It's
too hard to pick.
I'm torn between Sekiro and Untitled Goose Game. But this is the thing, they're so different games, it's so hard to pick which one's better because they're both phenomenal.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's tough. It's really tough.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm tossing between Control and Outer Wilds for me. Control because the story and the gameplay kept me playing all the way through, right to the very end. And Outer Wilds because if I turn the lights off in my game room and play Outer Wilds, it feels like I can just go off on my own adventure and just, I feel like I'm visiting places no one's ever been before. It's such a different vibe to any other game I played that
and isn't
year.
that, in essence, one of the best things about games as well?
Yes.
That they can transport you to other places. It's one thing that games can do that nothing else can. I think that's really amazing. And it's actually really cool that how many of the entries in Best Game are actually original IPs as well. Like, they're all kind of, they were all unknown quantities. But, well, apart from Luigi's.
I was going to say that's the only one that's.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's incredible.
Like, which is really exciting, and it shows what a good year it was for like new ideas and stuff.
I loved Luigi's Mansion 3, and they
amazing.
do some great updates to it, but it is a threequel. So, you know, and if I was gonna pick, it would be something that something different that I had not played before, and both Control and Outer Wilds for me tick that box.
What about you? Do you have a...
They're all
I feel like
so
we've all made the
good.
same noise, like we're just...
I'm just happy for everybody. It's just so good. Like I'm really excited to see like who sort of wins in all the categories, because I think there's some really, really strong choices there. Is there anything that you kind of are surprised hasn't been nominated? Anything that you think deserved more of a nod than it got?
I am very surprised that there's no Resi 2.
Right, I was going to
here.
say, like I
wonder
why.
why.
I guess.
Is it?
I don't know. Because I think it was really impressive, and it really.
I would have thought it could have gone in technical achievement.
Yeah.
Technical achievement,
It
audio
looks
design as
great.
well.
It did look incredible.
It looks good. To get gore, oh my god,
No,
that
that's right,
gore
they
is
had the wet
so
lip
good.
gore,
Yeah, it looks really good. I'm surprised that's not anything. I'm surprised. Am I surprised? I think Outer Worlds with an O definitely deserves narrative.
Yeah.
I am surprised it's not an original property, because I think it was really cool, and I love that it's a new spin on the kind of what do you call it, retro space vibe, like there's probably a word for it, but I don't know.
Retro futurist.
That's it, yeah. And the kind of themes of that game with like capitalism gone to the extreme, I think are very pertinent right now.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised it wasn't in more, but I'm glad that it's a narrative at least.
Yeah.
What about you?
I think Resi 2 would
Yeah.
probably, I probably would have expected it to get at least one nod, but you know, other than that, I think that this is a really good sort of roundup. I'm actually, I guess I'm surprised and not surprised that, like, because when God of War got 10 nominations, like, that was like, what, you know, just
God of
absolutely
War.
sweeping the board.
Amazing.
But this year, we've got 2 games with 11 nominations each. Like,
What 2 games are they, Eva?
Death Stranding and Control.
Yeah.
Like
So
that is
much.
crazy. And then you've got Disco Elysium with 7 noms, and then you've got Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Life is Strange 2, and Outer Wilds, which each have 5. So like those are the real kind of, like, from a nominations perspective, those are the real standouts.
The caliber of games is just so
Super
high,
super
high.
So yeah, like I guess we're going to go and play some of the games now. I reckon we should start with Control, because you are quite keen to play
Really
it.
want to play it.
I
Yes,
think we should do
please.
that. But before we do, so just a quick recap. So the actual awards are taking place this year on April the 2nd. And, you know, you should follow BAFTA Games on Twitter, which is at BAFTA Games, to sort of keep up to date with everything that's going on. I think the awards, like as usual, they'll be kind of streamed on twitch.tv/BAFTA Games. There's also the nominees party, which always happens the day before, and I think this year it's at the Mayfair Hotel. But before we get into playing the games, shall we run a little VT of a previous year's ceremony?
Yes,
just for the fun.
I think so.
Welcome to the 15th Annual British Academy Games Awards.
Super excited. I'm very, very excited. We are the most powerful form of storytelling in the world for the 21st century.
And you have to listen to her. She's wearing a cape. I mean, it must have been quite terrifying at parts, but it's kind of paid off, I guess.
It's still terrifying.
What has the journey been like for you to sort of get into the sandals of a character that was iconic before this game?
I see what you did there. I love it. It's very difficult to say to your children, Daddy can't be with you because he has to raise Kratos' child instead.
I had 60 people I needed to kill them in interesting ways.
Donut County.
I think it gives raccoons a bad name.
I think Dara O'Brien is very much phoning it in lately, don't you think?
Please welcome your host for this evening, Dara O'Brien.
Welcome to the British Academy Games Awards.
And the BAFTA goes to...
Into the breach.
This is terrifying.
It's really hard for a game designer to walk downstairs in heels.
Old school RuneScape.
Oh, wow.
The Return of the Oberdin.
Thank God I have a speech.
The Return of the Oberdin.
Thank God I have a joke.
And the BAFTA is awarded too.
Whoa, no, we do not.
I had one job, which was to put this on this side.
Wow!
Yoku's Island Express.
Oh, wow. Congratulations to them. Congratulations both for their winning game and for their God of War cosplay. I don't know if you've ever smelt a pirate, but unless you're a fan of fish, rum and urine, it's a very difficult cuddle. I have repeatedly shot my horse in Red Dead Redemption.
The BAFTA for music goes to
God of War.
Jeremy Davis as the stranger in God of War.
God of War. God of War.
God of War.
This is a pretty amazing thing. Seriously, you guys are amazing, and we would not be here without all of you. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, games.
Games. So that was last year's award ceremony, which took place at the Queen Elizabeth Hall, which is where it will take place this year. And I don't know who that gal was on the red carpet.
Who was that?
But it looked real cold, and Julia kept taking the piss out of her because she was wearing her coat like a mafia boss. So, yeah, that's very exciting. You can see a lot of God of War in that video as
made
well.
me quite emotional. God of War, oh my god, that game. If you haven't played that game, finish watching the stream, then go play it. It's so fantastic.
Speaking of playing games, let's do it.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what you think of this.
I'm excited to play it.
I really liked it.
Grab the controller. Sorry, it's early. I couldn't put my normal enthusiasm behind that.
That's the first one that we got so far, so I think that's fine. Oh, how put this all the way to the bright. It is so bright in here.
It is really bright, yeah.
Okay, cool. Speakers, cool.
Cool.
Subtitles for you guys. Start new game.
Don't forget to invert the y-axis.
Oh. Is that enabled by default?
No. I'm going to read a wee bit of info on the BAFTA Games voting, how it works, just for the crack. So approximately 800 BAFTA members vote in 17 categories. Their choices are compiled to form, because the 18th category this year, by the way, is voted on by the public. Their choices are compiled to form shortlists, which are then considered by juries between 9 and 12 industry experts who vote to decide the 6 nominations and the winner in each category. The Fellowship and Special Award are proposed by the Games Committee and approved by the board, and the EE Mobile Game of the Year Award is voted on by the public. So, there you go. It's a big, well, I guess it's to make sure that you've got that range of industry expertise and stuff. It's pretty interesting.
I am intrigued.
Concrete.
I know I shut you out sometimes.
Here you go. Well, straight away with some brutalist concrete architecture.
Yeah. The first shot
it's
is
just
concrete.
like, this is what you got. An awesome big concrete building.
So that's the oldest house.
Yeah. No identifying marks to it at all. You know,
I love that.
It's not signposted.
It's
just
a
a big mysterious building.
Is it the kind of building that escapes your notice until someone points it out to you?
I think it is, yeah. It's like how in the Men in Black movie they dress in suits, because, you know, they just blend in.
Yeah.
Is that why you're wearing your suit now?
This is the thing though, if I saw someone wearing a black suit with
You'd be like,
I'd be like, oh, where are they going? I think you stand out. If you want to really sort of blend into the public, you should just wear like a hoodie and some jeans.
It's what all the Marvel characters dress in. A hoodie. That's their like.
Or put on like a hat and suddenly you're invisible.
Yeah.
Like Joe from You.
What is it called?
A picture.
The prison.
God, that sort of chipboard, like the wooden walls, is so dated.
Yeah, it really
different
is.
for each of us. It can be beautiful or terrible, but we're all transfixed.
Hello.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But it's all a lie.
It's
oh my god.
So weird, right? Like,
I love it
immediately
already.
You're just like, what is going on?
To us. We're lying.
I have a feeling we might need to boost the brightness up even more. To put it in context, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 very bright lights in the studio at the moment.
Yeah. It's not all this dark. I think we'll be okay once we're into the game proper.
So how long would you say Control is?
I probably took, I think it was 10 to 12, but then I spent a few more hours in there trying to get all the all the trophies. I think I platinumed it.
Did you?
Yeah. Yes, I did. I spent.
What was the hardest one to get?
There are these things you have to do. Yeah, she's got some great unlockable outfits.
I was literally about to say that's a cosplay in the making.
Yeah. If
and
you
that is a great
you
cosplay.
should totally cosplay as Jesse Faden.
Yeah, you have to do these little missions, just little side missions, and they just take a little while to track down, and some of them are randomized, so you have to keep grinding away a little bit.
Okay.
A typewriter.
Yeah, there's a lot of old school like office equipment. This is there's so much office equipment to wreck in this game.
Oh.
Boop boop.
Nope. Square.
And a load
so
of
many
collectibles.
files.
I just want to read this real quick.
Mm.
Pay. Ooh. Anything smart.
Smartphones, smart gaming devices, anything smart. But like that's because the
no
setting
technology. It sounds like.
Yeah. Well, they say a lot of things in these notebooks and stuff that you pick up that makes no sense until you're part way through the game and you find out some of the secrets, and you're like, oh, like why are you not allowed number 2 pencils?
I love games like that like hide stuff.
Yeah.
Because at the moment, Jessie's been called to this place. She doesn't really know why, and you as a player definitely don't know why.
Hello.
And a lot of the reasons why you're here, you don't find out until much later into the game, and you're like, oh crikey.
It's going to be one of those games where I play it and I'm like, why the hell haven't I played this yet?
Yeah.
I'm a fool.
There's
so many bathrooms, so many, like every floor. They're very true. Actually, that's a really cool thing about this game that the developer said. So they made it with the idea that it would feel like a real building, and that also you could navigate it without using a map. They did put a map into it eventually, and I don't think they needed to because they made it so like it's signposted.
That's
all
awesome.
the time.
That's really
cool. So you can. I never looked at the map because you can just look at the walls and be like, right, processing this way, got it.
Why are empty offices so creepy?
Did you do the flotation tank missions? Where it's the Japanese doctor who's like it's kind of like a therapy session.
I don't know if I
You
did.
must have, because they were so funny. Like they were genuinely hilarious.
A person.
Who's nominated?
Oh,
Who's this guy?
Ati?
Yes, that's Ati, the janitor. Yeah, you can see like he's really good.
Sure.
We've got a super chat from Paul the Bearded One Downing who says, "Great job, folks. Have a brew on me." Also, great news. My Rift S is on its way this afternoon.
Nice. I'm glad you managed to find one. He tweeted me saying that they were sold out in a lot of places because of Half-Life. That game is selling out VR headsets left, right, and centre.
Nightcat says, "When your building is, spoiler, you need a lot of toilets."
Yeah.
What does Neen Joanne something mean?
Where?
Oh, they'd be work from the axe to take them behind the sauna.
Yeah, that's the great thing about
Finnish?
Ati like speaks in riddles.
I love him.
Finnish and riddles. Like,
so cryptic.
I mean, but I feel like that's a very Finnish Scandi thing to do.
Yes.
Like a lot of their mythology and lore is all about.
Yeah, there is a bit of that folklore in it.
There is, yeah.
Speaking in riddles.
Macraza says, "Can't wait for the 2 story DLCs for Control." Do you know anything about those?
One of them is rumoured to be based on Alan Wake. It's not 100% confirmed yet, I don't think.
There
but
are some
the logo,
references to Alan Wake.
In fact,
there's a video
Seamless.
about that on this channel right now. 13, I think, references to Alan Wake, and the whole Remedy universe. There's a reference or a couple of references in there to their other one. What's it called? The one that had some full motion video in.
They all did. Nope. Max Payne.
No, there is references to Max Payne in this as well. It's the other one that they did that had like a little TV show built around it. Oh, my brain's gone.
That's Bright Falls.
No,
That's Alan Wake.
That there is some Bright Falls nods in there as well.
Help him out.
Everyone in the chat will know.
He directed me to a lift. Where's the lift? I feel like I walked past it 2 seconds ago. There we go.
It did appear there. It wasn't there before, so.
Someone will say it in the chat. But yeah, the whole Remedy, basically this game ties the whole Quantum Break. There we go.
Oh.
There we go. And yeah, the whole Remedy universe is kind of tied together with this. It explains, it offers an explanation for some of the weirdest stuff that happens in the other games. So yeah, I loved digging out those Easter eggs and like tying stuff together. So one of those DLCs, the logo of it looks like the Alan Wake box art, just with the name Alan Wake taken off and stuff. So yeah, that's definitely got a tie.
I love
sequence, right?
Shady government stuff happening. I love some shady government things.
Specific.
MK Ultra, Stranger Things, hell yeah, Wormwood, Mindhunter, give me all that. Tell me how governments are bad and what they're hiding.
I just find shots like this super satisfying.
I feel it's scary that the office environment has become so ingrained into the human experience that it's now a touching point for loads of horror and uncanny stuff. like using a
true.
forest or like a house, like the office is now something that can be surreal.
It's, but it is the mark of great design that you can make like a building that is so mundane, so weirdly ominous.
Yes, absolutely. Super chat from DC that says, good morning and good night, Team Eurogamer. 1:30 a.m. here in California. Can't wait to catch back up after getting some Z's. Thanks for doing this special stream. You look absolutely fabulous. Thank you.
Good night.
1:30 a.m. Thank you so much for staying up.
Look at the ceiling.
Since the men of this
Are you still what?
Yeah, look at the ceiling. This one.
Ah!
Yeah, it's just.
Is this not what Kanye's West says Glastonbury looks like? Yeah.
This is what I meant earlier about the architecture in the game.
It is
just
gorgeous.
everything, like you can look at everything in this game.
Laguna Leonhardt offices suck, that's why.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I don't know. Aperture's offices in Portal 2 I think are really stylish. I love them.
True.
They look out over very deadly human experiment things, but I think they're well cool.
Aperture's offices are just, that was such a well-designed game as well.
Portal 2 is one of the rare games that was better than the original.
That's true. It was,
Fight me.
Yeah.
But I think most people share the same correct opinion.
Amazing.
I love the design of this office, by the way. I wouldn't mind working here.
Yeah.
You guys
Well.
No, I think like it's kind of like a bit retro, isn't it? It's
I
kind
love
of very
it.
60s style.
I'm all about that Mad Men stuff.
Shit.
The director.
No, that was the guy.
Not even time for a space between them.
What would you even do?
What would you do? What would
Pick
you
up
do?
the murder weapon.
Obviously,
Definitely.
get your fingerprints all over that.
Contaminate that crime scene.
Nice eyelashes. I love, so the great thing about the board is whenever it's talking to you, so that it's only subtitles, you can't really hear what they're saying, but look, they kind of, there are multiple meanings for certain games.
Oh my god.
Certain names, sorry. So like
meanings for certain names.
Yeah, so like it'll be, it shifts, it's kind of, I guess it's hinting that the language is contextual.
Oh,
it's really
okay.
cool. So like the meanings change. Oh, here we go. There's a bit of live action stuff. He's about to check out a pregnant cow.
a key component.
Oh.
He's not really. I hope. No, he's checking out objects of power, I think. So there's these objects of power in this game are just random everyday objects that have some kind They have some kind of special power.
I'm trying to take all of this in and I'm not really doing it. So objects of power are weird objects that are unusual in some way or another.
Some people might think that it's a haunted object, and they may like,
but
oh
you know
my
better.
thing. But the Bureau of Control, they know that it's an object of power.
I love
none of the above.
Bubblegum something gun sword.
These are the concepts, tattoos we see in your mind.
It really reads like an AI that doesn't quite understand how humans work. Can I jump?
Yeah, you can. I love the later stages in this game where you do feel so powerful. Right?
Yeah, you get to a point where you just
oh dear,
oops, unstoppable.
But yeah, it's something about entities trying to understand humans and like drawing those links between those words that you yourself wouldn't have, and yet you understand why they did it. Really unsettles me.
These blocks that you're running on as well, they have a nice gold and black aesthetic, very BAFTA.
Yeah. It's very BAFTA. Very BAFTA.
Stick the mask award on top of that.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you're very powerful.
Yeah.
Bosh.
Poof.
Oh,
One of
telekinesis
the greatest,
is my preferred superpower, so this is awesome.
One of the greatest pleasures in this game is running up to a desk or a set of drawers and go, and just watching the paper flutter out.
Oh, there we go.
Yoink.
Her performance, I can totally see why she's nominated for performer in a leading role.
Yeah.
She's so good.
Oh
like,
my
look
God.
at the little subtle facial animations are just so good.
Okay.
There you go.
Now I have a gun.
Now I have a gun. Look at how creepy these the bad guys are in this. Look at they're so like squat with like these big long arms.
Really long arms.
That's very slender, don't you think?
Yeah. So untalented.
Like exaggerate one part of the human body. Oh, it has to recharge. And
yeah, the gun has infinite ammo, but you do need that little bit of time to.
It does it can be quite slow firing and reloading. I used a lot of telekinesis in this over the gun, but
what was
sometimes
that again?
it's useful.
Triangle.
Yeah, melee is really powerful. Like if you get right.
Oh, I don't like the way they walk.
I know it's horrible, isn't it? Don't worry, they don't normally appear like this. They're normally wearing clothes.
Oh, good. That's less creepy.
So this is just them. This is a bit of naked time.
Yeah.
But
Bit of naked time. They're just out of the shower.
I'm just shooting the drawing repeatedly.
Codex versus the World says this actor was the best part of Quantum Break. Do you think he's Courtney Hope?
I didn't realise that. No, I did not know that.
Cool.
She has been in the Divergent series.
Wow.
I did Googling. Yeah.
Sean is the guy in Quantum Break is the guy that Zoe killed in.
Conrad!
Yeah, Sean.
Is this something I can pick up, or are these just glowy things?
They are.
Oh, you can pick that up there.
The blue things, you do pick them up.
Yeah, that's your health, but I think you're full on health right now.
Because I didn't take any damage.
Nice.
Because this is the tutorial, but I'm still going to get cocky. So can only the director wield this gun?
That's right. Yeah.
So does me wielding the gun.
You're the director.
Jesus,
Yeah.
no pressure.
I know.
So suddenly, yeah.
And you're immediately. Oh, these are the live action bits. No, the bit behind.
Yeah.
Full body is live action, and then it's so cool. But these projections just look so nice. Look at how many layers, how many different angles.
Did you
you're
hear
seeing.
that? It's the dead man. Right after the pyramid spoke to me. And
The
it was
thing
just
is,
noise,
as a
and
person, I am
understood
incredibly
every
curious.
word.
So I find it really hard to not ask live on streams what's going on, because I'm like, the game will tell you what's going on.
Yeah,
Be
it's fine.
patient. And I assume for a game like this, you're not going to know a lot for a long time.
No.
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on for ages. It's almost like one of those games that you kind of need to play again from the beginning once you've completed it, and then you'll see so much stuff that you missed last time.
So creepy. So creepy. Nice.
I don't like that.
Oh, don't like that.
Sean Ashmore, isn't he?
That's it, Sean Ashmore.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
is that
right,
the actress
live
in
action.
real?
Yeah. Is that? Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, that's what she looks like.
So cool. And then straight back. It's pretty seamless.
It is. God, it looks really good though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You stopped it. You. Oh, thank you.
The performances in this is so good.
Horror.
Kill these guys.
Yeah. It's a book.
I do games.
Yeah, you took
I do
control
games
of that
good.
situation. Hi-oh.
I keep trying to press square to reload, and I'm like, nope, it's not how this game works.
But I like that. Yeah, this Control has performer nominees in both. Oh, that's a mod.
Oh,
yeah,
I thought I was going to run away from it.
So we've got Courtney Hope is nominated as performer in leading role as Jesse Faden, and then you've got Marty Suosalo, I hope I'm saying that right, as Addie the janitor for performer in a supporting role.
This is what you were talking about.
Yes,
projections.
exactly.
Oh,
This
what?
Isn't
This
it
is
so cool?
Amazing, but
It's like something like Natural Born Killers.
Yeah. But I think I really like that the performer category is split. Because I do think it shouldn't just be about the main character in a game. I think there's so many great performances in games. And it's often the way, isn't it, that so many performers, it's the ability of a villain or a supporting character to kind of steal the show a little bit is always because they have
villains a good villain will
I'm a
always
big
steal
fan
the
of
show.
a charismatic villain.
Yeah,
for
totally.
definite.
Who's your favourite charismatic?
Vast from Far Cry 3.
It's amazing that Vaz made such an impression considering the fact that he's not in the game for that long.
No, he's
Right?
he's not the main boss.
No.
He's
so
like a sub boss.
Do you reckon Ubisoft kind of regret that?
Yeah, I
Like,
think they must do, yeah.
The way they introduced his character was so it was like jaw dropping. Like the character actor that plays him, Michael Mando, the whole speech where they basically when they showed off Far Cry 3, they did the insanity speech, which is like what's the definition of insanity, and that was actually an improv from Michael Mando during his audition.
In Better Call Saul, Michael Mando is a fantastic actor.
Yeah.
I think he was in Sense8 as well.
Yeah,
He
potentially.
was, and another. Oh God, memory's going.
He's
been in
very
quite a few sci-fi things. He was also in Spider-Man: Homecoming. Is that the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Who was he in that?
He was just a random henchman, but at the very end, he got teased as being the Scorpion.
Yes,
right.
yes,
But
yes,
then
yes.
he wasn't,
that was him.
and I thought he was going to be in the second Spider-Man, but then nothing.
I think they're gearing up to have no spoilers to the end
Yep.
of that, but I think they're gearing it up. I think it's
They
still
are.
it's still
Right,
happening.
okay.
I'm going to say GLaDOS is the best charismatic villain that ever
Ooh,
existed.
Nice, yeah.
GLaDOS is possibly my favourite character in video games ever, apart from Kratos.
When you think of how amazing that is to like have an amazing villain, be a robot, be charismatic, be funny, and have no face,
rip into you.
Yeah.
She's mean to you.
She's so mean.
The journey she goes on in Portal 2 is absolutely incredible.
It's funny how your two favourite villains end with, or characters end with os.
I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for an os.
So this is just like a little safe room. There's no way in or out apart from the way you came in.
Someone pointed out that I'd been shooting my colleagues.
Whoopsie.
Look, if people are floating, they've got no business floating.
They shouldn't be floating. Shouldn't be up there.
shoot
Get down off the roof.
What you should do,
Innovations?
go to that back of that room there,
Yeah.
and just triangle at some of these desks. Just send,
Oh!
send that office furniture flying. Kaboom!
Yeah, I love that it leaves marks on the floor.
Screw you, paperwork.
Yeah, you're taking the carpet off.
If I suddenly had telekinesis, I'd be doing this the whole time. I feel like I might turn into a villain if I had telekinesis.
Imagine what a goose could do with telekinesis. The mischief.
God.
You know, there's a homebrew of goose appearing in D&D. Someone's brewed up a goose along with what they do. Like, they can't be detected by any spells. Gods can't detect them. They don't outwardly harm the player, and you can't harm the goose. It just always appears.
Amazing.
OP goose.
Someone needs. I'm sure someone's already done it. Actually, I was going to say someone needs to mod the goose into Resident Evil 2.
I think someone probably
Has to have been done. Same like the Thomas the Tank Engine.
So
mods.
this is the way I came.
Yeah.
So
They would shoot me from
yeah,
here.
so keep going this way to the right.
The right.
Down here.
I think is it.
This is one of the
Oh,
desks.
Oh no, you came from the director's office, so we're going that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're going further into the bureau. So.
Turn to your left quickly.
Oh no, that's the way.
Yeah, sorry. I love the pipes.
Were those a real thing?
Yeah. You get them in supermarkets as well, like big chain supermarkets. The cashiers put the money into
Oh
them.
yeah.
I've been this way, so
No,
you'll go
you're
up
going
here and
the other
left.
way, yeah. Central executive. That's where you're headed. So yeah, this way.
trying to
Having a
peer,
nosy.
having a peer.
So maybe behind you now.
Ruthie says, "Give the goose
Oh, yeah,
telekinesis, you cowards."
Oh.
Central executive.
Oh, I love
like
that.
It's so
I
silent.
love that.
And it makes like a noise and it comes up as well.
They tried to invade me earlier.
Oh, the hiss. That's what the baddies are.
Castaway DC says, "I think I've seen the Goose Mr. X mod, or I might have dreamt it." Oh no, Braden says the Goose mod for RE2 does exist. I think it's still being built though.
Oh, right, okay.
The hiss is the enemy.
Look
Yeah.
at this, the big, weird, creepy triangle, like pyramid just hanging in the centre of that
Someone's
room.
going to get shot here.
This bit, yeah, no, do. I would definitely recommend doing that because there's going to be a bit more of a difficult baddie once you jump down there. So
Wait.
you may as well thin out the numbers while you're up here.
Can I see anyone from here?
Yeah, you can see
Just
them.
the
They're
floaty-
hanging. Yeah. Take
Oh,
them
are
out.
these bad
Take
guys?
them out.
Look, I've been.
Take them out.
We said you had no business
Yeah.
floating. I warned you.
There you go, you've angered them now.
Sleepy Time says, "Well, that's my next D&D session, mate. Telekinetic Goose." Yes.
Google it, and there is like people have set up brews for it. Because one of my favourite things to do is to look at homebrews because they're amazing.
Well, your character in our campaign is a homebrew.
Yes, War Jester's a homebrew. I didn't come up with them. It's on a Reddit thread, which I'd recommend people looking at. Is that everyone?
Yeah, well, once you get down there, there'll be more of it, yeah. So what, are War Jesters based on rogues?
They're based on people who wanted to be rogues, but also wanted to be centre of attention the whole time.
Love it.
Shit.
So no stealth?
Wow. No, War Jesters can still be stealthy. It's just the point of War Jesters is that you're stealthy until you're not stealthy. And then when you're not
super not
stealthy,
stealthy.
you are very not
Okay.
stealthy. You're trying to attract as much attention as possible and buff your teammates, so...
Speaking of our D&D.
Speaking of,
yeah.
what day is it today? Is it Tuesday?
Yes.
That means tomorrow is the next, the very first part of the next campaign of the Break Quest Club. Does it even have a name yet? Have we come up with a
I
name?
think it has. I personally, we threw some names around and there
We
was
did,
one.
yeah.
I think we settled on
It was
one, but I
yours,
can't
think.
remember what it was.
Was it the Family Jewels?
The Family Jewels. So episode 1 of the Family Jewels will be going up tomorrow, and we're going to have a premiere. So
Yeah.
we'll be in the chat as it goes live. If you want to join us and check it out. It is a really fun campaign. I'm so
great.
excited for this one.
We were saying in the stream before that like the first campaign was us kind of familiarising ourselves with our characters. This campaign, we know what our characters would do.
Yeah. It's
and we
really
lean into
fun.
it. Okay, so where are health packs? How will I spot them?
That's the
'Cause
health, the glowing little things. They
all
don't-
of these?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your health is full right now, but yeah, use cover. Make sure that you're not standing right there and
Have you learned how to launch objects yet? Has it given you that power? Not yet. That's the best part. When you go, bring up a big chunk of concrete.
So satisfying.
Makes you feel so powerful.
There you go. Look at that! Look at how cool that looks. Like
it looks really cool, but I'm trying to focus on not getting deaded.
No, I think you're done.
I think you're okay.
Oh, is he gone?
So
Yeah,
you
just
need
gotta
to,
take control point.
yeah, which is stand in the centre of
So
that.
these are all health? Or is
Yeah.
there only the big ones?
Your health's full.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
So these are control points, and then.
Oh. God. Games like this just make me sad because I'm like, why don't I have powers? I want to have powers. I want to do cool
Why
stuff.
not game in real life?
I maintain that if there was a scientific trial that was like, you have a 50% chance of getting powers and 50% chance of
Would you do
dying,
it?
I'd be like, yeah.
No way.
Win-win scenario here.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, I definitely do that. Oh,
Would
it looks
you?
nicer now.
No.
Yeah, I
No,
would.
I'm too much of a chicken.
Leaving mortals behind in my wake once I have telekinetic
If there was
powers.
a 75% chance.
Yeah,
of
I'd
power.
maybe give that a go.
Yeah.
Nostalgia department.
Yeah, I love each.
Dead letters! Oh.
You do have to go to dead letters quite soon, actually.
Yeah.
After you've, so you have to speak.
Oh.
With,
Hello. You gotta go talk to
Yeah.
somebody first.
So what I
she's
love,
back the other way.
yeah, what I love about cleansing the control points is all the architecture is all weird, and then when you cleanse the
Yeah.
control points,
Figures itself out.
it kind of slots back into place.
Are you just having a look, or do you want to know where your
I said
is?
she was up here, right?
No, she's over there. Keep going right. Up those stairs? No, sorry. Yeah, up there.
Oh, up here, cool.
Through into that?
No, through there.
We should point out we don't have sound in
Yeah.
here, which is why I need to pay attention to the... Oh, so they do have a map.
Where is she?
There is a map.
Oh, the safe room intercom. Yeah, where's the intercom then?
Oh, okay. So if you come back out again, there'll be one of those big safe doors. You went into one earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And there's basically they're hiding in there. But where?
It was through here, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it's over there.
I thought I saw it.
It might be down there. Yeah.
Is this it on the side here?
Yeah, no, that's not.
Oh.
No, that's not it. Where is?
Where is
Is it in
safe room?
here?
No, that's the lift. Gosh.
Back here?
Where is
I'll go up these stairs and have a look.
Where is it?
Yeah, it might be.
Would not be able to sprint for as long as these guys can in any game.
Oh,
Here we
is
go.
that it? Oh, no,
No.
that's security room 1, so you'll get a pass card to go through that later.
It did say pull up the map, but
Alright, you can do that. Is it
I...
touchpad? Or is that
No, I'm on doing touchpad now. Options, nope.
No.
D-pad?
Nope.
Ah!
Oh! There's one of these. Okay, well, that's not.
How map do?
How map do? Where is it? Well, look, I'm just going to start destroying stuff if I can't find anything. Oh, I can't do my telekinetic thing here.
Because it's nice.
Okay, let me just
It's a
take
nice place.
let
They
me
take you to nice places.
Look at the controls real quick. Sprint melee, toggle map.
Up and D-pad.
Oh, up on D-pad, cool.
Sarah White, I have a friend who insists on playing all his games without audio.
No.
How?
I can't.
What?
Why?
Okay, where am I going? Central Executive?
So you got to be So
it's here. It's in this room somewhere.
Somewhere there's an intercom.
And I'm looking for an intercom. Is it not this in the middle?
No.
Oh, outfits?
Yeah. So you can unlock outfits as you go. I don't know if Jessie's unlocked any at the moment.
Was it not the intercom by the security door?
Maybe.
Just make
have
a beep
have a
boop to get
run
through
around
security
the
doors.
outside of everything. Try it.
Round the outside.
No, so that you need the security card 3 to get through.
Through here?
No, there's might be an object of power. Oh yeah, the jukebox.
That's the one for the motel, right?
Yes.
You guys are speaking a foreign language right now.
Keep running around the edge wall of this.
While you're
lower
having a
area.
look, let me just bring everyone up to speed. Hello, if you're just joining us.
Oh, hi.
We've been doing a very special live stream today because the BAFTA Games nominations went live this morning.
The shelter to your left, that shelter.
Oh, there we go.
Thank you, Austin. I just saw them in the chat.
So yeah, we've been chatting about all the different nominations. There were 18 this year, and including a couple of new nominations. We've got Best Performer in a Leading Role and Best Performer in a Supporting Role, two of which are in this very game, which is why we're playing it. And then you've also got new categories for Best Technical Achievement and Best Animation, and those are all so that you're celebrating the craftsmanship of games, because games are awesome, but we all knew that anyway. So yeah, we're just going to play through some of the nominated games. Control was leading the nominations, along with Death Stranding. They both have 11 nominations each across the board, which is pretty incredible, beating the previous record holder, God of War.
Sorry.
Yeah. But yeah.
I love her haircut. I used to have a haircut like that.
Oh, you could totally sit that.
The hiss.
The hiss, the sound of poison gas. Oh, like the sound of poison gas.
Castaway DC says the game is looking more and more like the shady secret agent that is purposefully withholding vital information. Agent 32, what are you up to? Don't you shuffle your papers at me.
That's classified.
We were, because we're professionals, we were miming being on the news earlier.
We were.
We are the news!
This is the news!
As soon as, before the cameras went live, we were all doing this.
Trench is dead.
Amnesia says, this is one of the most futuristic and artistic battlefields I've ever seen in my life. That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
And the gun. Do I tell her it looked like a suicide?
I like that you get her internal monologue as well.
It's cool, yeah.
You're trying to, because she's probably thinking the same stuff we're thinking.
It's not always clear who she's talking to as well.
That's awesome. Like in Hellblade.
Yeah.
It's hard to make out.
Everyone's saying, ouch, did we?
Oh, fuzz sound.
What happened?
Some static?
Sorry.
What did we do?
Was that the hiss?
Oh yeah, could have been. It was probably me.
It might have been Sarah.
Tugging on my cables when I was flipping my things. The little patch she's wearing is it's homebrew kit to keep the hiss from turning them into floating bodies.
Oh, what does that?
Yeah.
And she's not telling her how she got into the building.
No, she's what? I can't remember
Thanks,
what Pope's.
Tom. He's sending us messages.
Oh right.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, I don't know what. I can't remember what Pope's actual job is, but she's kind of like the second in command to the director.
Awesome.
And she's now that Jessie is the director, she's basically giving Jessie her introduction.
Yeah, the second that you picked up the service weapon, like everyone at the bureau, without question, except you as the director, like you're just in charge now.
And
Holy
in
crap.
fact, yeah, you'll notice that all the oil paintings of the previous director are now oil paintings of Jessie.
Yeah.
So what does it mean that there was an oil painting for Janitor?
She's the opposite. Faceless.
I'm gonna be
has the keys to everything.
I'm gonna be buying this game when I get home.
Yes. It is great. And the great thing is, like, it's not, like, too long as well. Like, it's just a really focused story game.
I love that.
And I actually really like the gameplay as well. I really like combat. Thought it was really, like, satisfying. Like you can tell already with the service weapon. It's, like, punchy. And you can modify it later so that it's, like, a shotgun or a sniper rifle or
a missile.
Or a missile.
The haptic feedback definitely helps with the controller. Cleanse the hiss-corrupted agent.
Over there, to your right. It's one, yeah,
There they
floating.
are. Go on, heal them, Zoe. Heal them.
By shooting them?
No.
It reminds me of, you know what game I haven't heard of in a long time? What? Atomic Heart. What is happening with that game? You guys seen Atomic Heart? I don't know.
Zoe, you did a Conrad.
Oh.
Whoopsie.
Everything I touch dies.
Atomic Heart released a video about a month ago, I think.
Oh really? I haven't seen that video.
It's still very bizarre, Bioshocky with like Russian postmodern vibes, and it looks incredible.
I'm really excited for it. I think it looks great.
Yeah, it's such a small team making it that you wonder a little bit like, have they bit enough more than they can chew? Will they actually be able to do what they're aiming for? But it looks like the pre-rendered videos that they've been putting out. It looks
And it's all real in-game stuff. It's
Is it
not,
in-game stuff? Is it?
Yeah. I keep going. Am I being?
Speak with Emily. So she's in the
Yeah, she's,
boardroom.
I know, but I've gone the wrong way twice to get to the boardroom. Here we go.
If you want to hear more about Atomic Heart, by the way, there's a video on this drama all about it. Might be a little bit out of date now because it's about a year old, but there's a lot of details in there about the studio that's making it and stuff as well.
Are there any like nominated games that we've talked about today that you haven't played that you're definitely going to go home? I know which one you're going to go home and play. Are there any for you?
That on the list.
Yeah.
Ooh. I really need to maybe try Sekiro out. You know, not in stream settings.
Maybe. Yeah.
It's just I'm scared of it. It intimidates me.
It's one of those interesting
I
things,
was
though.
scared
Like,
already.
do you think that in something like this, do you think the difficulty of a game is a barrier to entry when it comes to, you know, talking about how good it is?
I think it depends on the person. It really depends on the person.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a few friends who have played Sekiro, got scared off by it because it's just absolutely beaten them, and then they've come back a couple of months later, a couple of weeks later, restarted, used the skills they learnt when they were struggling, and realised that they felt a bit more powerful, and then they've said it's the most amazing game. One of my friends says it's the best game he's ever played.
Wow.
Yeah, so, you know, and he started off hating it, like, I'm never playing this game again. So I'm not sure it's too much of a barrier.
I think it's just interesting because, like, the game potentially is narrowing the audience of people that will play it, but then and accessibility is so important. But then when that challenge is the core kind of focus of the game, then you know at what point should they sacrifice that or think about like you know I don't know. It's a bit
like it's a bit like horror. From Alien Isolation, a lot of people are like, oh, I'm glad you lot did a Let's Play of it because I'm too scared to play it myself, which isn't a fair point. Oh, I should really go back and play Observation and complete that.
Isn't Trench dead?
Oh, yeah, he did. Yeah.
Is this like his old files that we're going to go look at or something? Okay.
Keep an eye out.
I am so worried about asking questions. Like, this game is so weird, so it could be literally anything.
Yeah, that's the one thing I'll say. Like, this game, it was really cool playing it because you genuinely didn't know what was going to happen next. You know, it's really, really unpredictable, which is cool.
If you were stuck in this kind of situation, what would your reaction be?
Yes,
I'm the boss.
Yeah, mine would be like, okay, I'm in charge now. Yeah.
I said I was looking for answers, but I might never understand.
Okay.
You might have missed there that she actually came to this building in search of her brother.
Dylan.
Yeah.
Because of something that happened in her town, Ordinary.
There you go.
I pay attention to
nice.
things.
See, I can't talk and read at the same time. But yeah, something happened in Ordinary, which was
I want to be a part of this world.
Which is an other
worldly event.
This is that I finally found
it. And they covered it up.
To see the hiss.
Love it. I love ripping them down.
But also, according to Quantum Break, some graffiti on the wall in Quantum Break could stand for an Alan Wake event as well.
Oh, cool. I don't remember a lot about Alan Wake.
Alan Wake was great.
Came out a while back. I love that chair. I think my parents have a chair like that.
Don't look very comfy.
Fancy pants.
A good chair for reading a book on.
Yeah, definitely. But no numbers. I feel like they've managed to disassociate themselves from how things work. They're like, what is weird about a telephone? What could be weird? No numbers.
That's it.
Like, what is the whole point of the object? Let's just reverse that entirely.
It's really cool though, because I don't think it's too much of a spoiler, but like in other parts of the building, they're housing objects of power that have to be like kept isolated in their own little chambers. So you're walking past a bunch of them, and it's like a rubber duck. A jukebox, an inflatable thingy, like there's some really random stuff, and then you've got like there's a fridge that you have to always be watching it.
Yeah.
It's
fridge. That sounds like
Blank?
SCP, Secure Containment Protocol, the game. You have to always be watching the monsters.
Stuff
one of the
like
monsters.
That really freaks me out.
So can I?
There it is again.
Okay.
Our welcome.
I love it when you're just like,
don't
can't
ask the
that
question. Okay.
I think you're heading to Dead Ladders.
Yeah, I'm going to the communications department to find the hotline. Oh dear.
That's not ideal.
No.
I haven't seen blood here before either.
What does it mean?
Oh, you're not a
fun.
friend.
No, I don't think
They look
you
like
see
friends.
any friends wandering around.
Well, there were friends of ours before.
And
Came out the
outside of
thing.
that area, Central Executive is kind of like a safe zone.
It's fine. I
where
got plenty of bullets.
all your
I think Magpie says
colleagues are.
it was the rubber duck from the Hitman universe. Possibly.
I saw someone had modded Thomas the Tank Engine into Hitman 2.
Oh
You know, the Miami
God.
level that's set on the racetrack, and all the race cars are Thomas the Tank Engines
Amazing.
flying around.
That game is so good for mods as well.
I feel like we should do a quick reintro of ourselves. Like
Yeah.
now that it's been, how many hours has it been since we started?
2 hours.
2
2 hours and
hours.
4 minutes.
Yeah. Hello there. Started.
We're Eurogamer.
Hi.
I'm Zoe Delahunty-Light, and I'm shooting some bad guys.
Yeah, I'm Aoife Wilson. I'm not shooting bad guys, but I might later. Who knows?
And I'm Ian Higton, and I'm sitting incredibly still because I'm not sure whether my mic is making a weird noise or not.
Oh no. No, apparently
No?
we're fine.
Okay, okay. Relax.
Today we're doing a very special live stream because the BAFTA Games nominations went live this morning. If you're just tuning in, we went through all the categories, all 18 of them, and just chatted about all our predictions and what surprises there were, what the main takeaways were. It's all very exciting.
It is, yeah. So many good
Very
games.
early for a live stream for us. We normally live stream at 3:30 p.m.
What time did you get up at today?
Well, I set my alarm for 5:45, but I woke up at 4, and then I was like, BAFTA, and then had nervous drop in, drop out sleep.
Oh, I
for a
hate
bit.
that. It's
Yeah.
the worst.
What time did you get up, Aoife?
Yeah, you must have got
Also
up
4
well
o'clock,
out.
yeah. I mean, my alarm was set for 4:30, but I did the same thing where I woke up, and as soon as my cat knows I'm awake, he's
That's
like,
it.
food, step on head.
Food is
get
what's
up.
happening now.
Is that how your cat tries to wake you up? Walk on your head?
Yeah, he just meows really loudly in my ear. And when you try put he's figured out now that if I put the covers over my head, he can just shove his face in.
Oh.
So he just appears like going meow.
That's adorable.
Yeah, my cat just stabs me. She puts her claw under the blanket and just extends one. And just,
That's so
With a
deliberate.
single
isn't it?
sort of really slow stab, and you're like having a dream, lovely dream, and then all of a sudden like a stab.
What time did you get up at today?
I was up at 4 as well.
What?
I feel like we're all shed into the Eurogamer hive mind.
We are like when one of us is awake, all of us are awake.
My alarm was set for 5:30, but I was up from 4.
The sky is awake.
Yeah.
So I am awake.
I like/don't like this.
No, it's scary.
Dead
Yeah.
letters.
So if you missed the nominations, the reason we're playing Control is that it is one of the 2 games that were leading with 11 nominations each. So it was this and Death Stranding.
You're not allowed up here.
No, not for you.
Yeah.
Disco Elysium had 7 nominations, and then Outer Wilds, Life is Strange 2, and Call of Duty Modern Warfare each had 5 nominations.
That is awesome.
Has he got armor on? Is that what that white bar
Yes.
is? Can I crouch?
Try R3.
Let me just try shooting.
So it's not the armour, it's like the red glow around him.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And that will recharge after a while, but you can break that red glow. I think they're using telekinesis blasts on
cool,
them, and
okay.
then you can shoot them to...
So the white is his shield, kind
Yeah.
of.
Which of the nominations kind of stands out to you? Which one are you kind of most invested in? Kind of
Well, I think, for me, it's going to be best game.
Yeah. That's the toughest one to call.
Exactly,
I think.
yeah.
It's a big
Each
one.
game has such strong, original points to it.
Yeah.
So it's going to be like it's anyone's money really for me.
Yeah.
for
I couldn't
that
call
one.
that one.
No, not at all. It's going to be an interesting one to find out.
Should I turn the brightness up here because I really can't see a lot, or is it meant to be this dark?
It is quite dark for now. You have to defeat the bads, and then it should light up. Defeat the bads.
Nice.
Yeah, interested to see game design as well. Who wins out of that? Because Baba is you, and Outer Wilds both have this very original game design.
Yes. Is Baba Is You quite short?
It's difficult to say because it all depends on how good you are at working out the puzzles.
How long was it for you, Ian?
Well, I got through 6 hours straight, and I didn't do too
Oh, it's longer
much.
than I thought it would be.
Yeah, well, I think if you had a computer for a brain, you could do it pretty quick because the levels are quite small.
If you're an AI, you'll have no trouble.
Done, yeah.
Some of them puzzles. It's just one small screen with a couple of words on and getting put around, and I was like, that's impossible. And I sat there staring for an hour, nudging things backwards and forwards. That's impossible. And then all of a sudden it would click. And I'd be like, oh my god!
Oh, it sounds
like,
obvious.
I'm so stupid. This game's so
I was
clever.
going to say it sounds exactly like Portal.
Oh, Sexy Teens Get Off My Lawn says, God damn it, today was a day off for me to play video games and watch you awesome people, but my boss has an emergency, so I need to go in.
Get off my lawn.
All I'm saying is a day off is a day off.
Yeah.
Just look at it. Floppy disk.
Do you remember the little creepy puppet shows in this?
Oh, they're so creepy.
Oh, great. I love Muppets, so this is going to be fine.
They're called
Muppets
something
are
like
compared to these guys.
the Nuclear Kids or something like that.
Yeah, they're really weird. It was like a puppet show made for kids that are in this facility.
Yeah.
So, chat, let us know what your thoughts are on, like, do you have any favorites for the noms? Do you have any predictions? What are you all up to today? We're very tired. We've all been up since 4, as you heard, so, like, keep us company.
Please.
Please.
Hey, C, no, I didn't complete Barbarous You in 6 hours. No, I completed a fair few levels in 6 hours, but nowhere near completed it. I was probably stuck for about 4 of those 6 hours. So yeah,
is it like
not
just?
that clever.
Is it structured like it's just puzzle complete, new puzzle, or is it like? Is it?
Yeah, puzzle complete, new puzzle. So each one's a little interconnected puzzle. And once you complete one, it opens up a little map, so you can pick another one.
Okay.
I would recommend anyone who loves puzzle games to give it a download.
Yeah.
It's perfect for the Switch as well. Having it portable and just dive into the puzzles when you're
that's
in
better.
There you go.
Oh,
Sorts in. What I love about this room, the Dead Letters room, is you can go all the way up to the top, but not until later in the game when you've unlocked some powers. So there's so much to explore in this section.
Awesome.
And if you wander around, you can find old letters that people have sent.
I'm all about that.
That
and just a little friendly blood trail as well.
Yeah,
I'm the kind of person that will read every single note. It's taking all my power not to go into my inventory and read all my notes right now. So,
this is one of the only games where I have read all the notes. A lot of like Outer Worlds.
Donk.
Bad man or gal. Bad thing.
Pneumatics.
Yeah, I skipped a lot of the readables in Outer Worlds, but this I was like, I want to drink in every little bit of
the
lore.
readables in Outer Worlds are great. You should definitely read them.
It's a sign of a really strong game.
You do need to go into the pneumatic tubes.
I was going to say.
This fight is a nightmare's nightmare, by the way. So
oh, great.
Luck with that. Oh, actually, it's not.
Oh! Do I just need to dodge? Please!
I think so. You can't grab them out of the air yet.
I have telekinetic push, and that's about it.
Jacob says maybe get the intern to get some coffee for you, maybe a donut too. Bold of you to assume we have interns here.
Yeah. I can't shoot this thing, can I?
No, so you have to make your way there. So if you head up towards that way, and then you have to hide behind the scenery until you get all the way up and round. So.
Shift says, I will say that Disco Elysium isn't going to be for everyone. It's all story, role-playing, and mystery, but not much action or railroading. It's branching. I think that's really fair. It definitely isn't for everyone. There is a lot of text, like, which for some people is a dream. But yeah, there's not, like, even the combat is kind of text and role-play based. Like,
so I've not played Disco Elysium. I've seen videos of it, and
it's great, but like, I mean, honestly, like you will be sitting reading and not much more for half an hour to an hour quite often. Like it's very text heavy, which is great, and I'm so glad it exists. But yeah, I can totally get that it's not a game for everyone.
Okay, where am I trying to get to?
So just behind you.
This way.
If you go round to the left, there's some stairs. There you go, up those.
Whoop.
Whoop.
Yeah, playing Disco Elysium is like reading a novel, says Gavin UK. I mean, that's fitting since it was written by a novelist.
And then up the stairs to your right.
Yeah.
You just missed it.
Oh.
There you go. Yeah, like I heard that. I can't even remember, but there's so many different lines of dialogue in there that it's, no one will ever have the same playthrough because of just the amount of branching dialogue in it.
Yeah, it's just one of those great things that the character that you build is so unique to you, and there's just some great zingy lines in there. Like I remember there's one that's something like humans are simian-shaped chaos. You know, it's just like really, really punchy sort of descriptors and stuff.
I want this power.
Oh, you're going to get it soon. So
Oh,
I think. You're going to get it.
Oh.
So I believe if you run up to it.
No, I'm waiting for it to finish throwing stuff.
I think you.
Give it to me.
Give it
To
to
grab
me.
it. There you go. Yeah.
Floppy disk.
Give it.
The save symbol. Grab it.
Slap it.
Yeah. Nuke.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
To launch / yeah, telekinesis is the one.
That is my preferential power. That and the ability to alter reality, which is what Wanda Maximoff can do, which means you can do anything. Anything.
That's why it's a mega level.
Yeah.
Are they really the ones pulling the strings?
She is. What's the name of the Richards son? The guy who can create realities. Michael.
What's this one from?
He's the son of Mr. Fantastic, and then as a woman, he can create realities. He can create cosmos. Richards. Richard? I don't know. Chat, you'll be able to correct me, I'm sure.
What?
Marvel.
Is Marvel which one?
Fantastic.
Oh. Fantastic Four.
Oh.
Is that the one with Stretchy
We're
Man?
R1.
Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Stretchy Man.
Stretchy Man.
Oh,
Stretchy Man, Rockman, Invisible Woman, and Hotman?
Hotman.
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 You made an unintentional
The
Avatar
Human
The Last
Torch.
Airbender reference there.
Oh, did I?
Yeah. The people of the Fire Nation, they greet each other going Hotman.
Fuck, do they?
Yeah.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
There's such a fun. No, well, it's because it's in an. I love Avatar: The Last Airbender. Any chance to talk about it on there, but like, yeah, there's one episode where they're infiltrating the Fire Nation, so they're dressing up as Fire Nation people, and Sokka, who's like just the comedy relief of the group, is amazing, is like going Hotman, and he calls himself Wayne Fire or something. And this is my wife, Sapphire Fire. So good.
Amazing.
I've only seen the movie. The
No,
live-action
don't
movie.
watch the movie. It's
Holy
awful.
crap.
It wasn't great.
Franklin Richards.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I knew there was a Richards in there somewhere.
What you're missing here by playing this with no sound is the awesome sound it makes when you bring stuff to it. It goes,
Yeah, it feels proper powerful.
yeah.
I am Jean
Great
Grey.
Awesome.
Yeah. So does it auto lock onto targets for you with this?
Yeah. It's pretty generous as well with what you're
It
picking
is,
up. Normally, if you can't even see anything like a box, it'll give you a chunk of concrete that it just rips from the ceiling.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, telekinesis is super powerful as well, which it should be.
Yeah.
When you're just eating
Zoe-
desks, sorry.
Eating desk.
Well, Jean Grey can she can wrap. She can telekinesis explosions. Like she can wrap the explosive force around her and use it, which is amazing.
Phoenix Force.
Yeah. You're majored into comics, right? I mean, if this conversation wasn't enough to show it, like. Okay, I want to go classic for this one. Where are you?
Yeah, I went to see Birds of Prey. The other
Oh, what do
day.
you think?
Is that any good?
It's all right. You know, like it. I feel like it could have done with a bit more of a tidy up and a bit more of an edit, and I think it should have focused more on the actual the interplay between the characters individually. Like I think it was really great. Like Margot Robbie is a fantastic Harley Quinn. Like Huntress, amazing. It's herself from Scott Pilgrim.
Ramona Flowers. Yeah.
She's amazing. Like Cassie Cage, also great.
I got it.
Is it better than Suicide Squad?
Yes. Oh, unquestionably. Like, yeah. But yeah, it's Kane. Not come on, Cassandra Cage. That's Mortal Kombat. Cassandra Kane. Yeah, it's great. Apparently, they were going to have Lady Shiva in it at one point, but then they didn't.
Who's Lady Shiva?
Cassandra Kane's mother. Little tidbit for the comic book fans. Cassandra Kane is initially mute in the comic books because her parents brought her up to be so focused on killing that they thought verbal communication wasn't important. So it was all about body language. They kind of make a little bit of a reference to it in the film where there's she basically the first time you see
What?
her, yeah, right.
Oh, where are you?
The first time you see her, she kind of doesn't say anything because they're like, "Can you speak?" And she goes, "Yeah, obviously
nice.
I can," or something like that.
Where are you? I want to give you a present. Do you want a present?
Whoa!
Oh dear.
Oh,
dear, I got
no,
two.
Hilo.
You got cocky.
I got cocky.
Gift returned.
That doesn't sound like me
Gift
at
returned.
all.
Yeah, do you know what? When I was growing up, I wasn't too into Western comics. I was really into manga and stuff like that. So I really loved the works of Rumiko Takahashi, things like Ranma Half, Urusei Yatsura, Katsuhiro Otomo's stuff like Akira and Domu, things like that. Like crazy Japanese dark
Did you ever
sci-fi.
read like Junji Ito and stuff?
No, never read that one.
But if
no.
you're into dark Japanese
He's a horror.
yeah.
Is he the This Hole Was Made For Me?
No, I'm not. I'll have to
Junji
check
Ito
that
is
one out.
like
So creepy.
So creepy. Like even the kind of thing that like just the images on a page are just really disturbing. Like it's really good.
Gosh, yeah. The thing is like
Can I?
nowadays there's so much choice when it comes to like geek entertainment. Like back in the day when I first got into manga and stuff, it was only just emerging in the UK. It was like Akira came out and then it was like manga entertainment. It was a new business that released, Dominion Tank Police on VHS
check out
and
this
stuff.
new stuff.
Yeah. I remember a CBBC article about anime and manga and like it being like, look at this brand new thing. And, so I really got it because I can remember when I was really young, Channel 4 showed off loads of Studio Ghibli stuff, and I watched Castle in the Sky or Laputa.
Yeah.
And I was only about 10, and I didn't really understand what I was seeing. It felt so different and so magical and so mysterious compared to the other cartoons I watched.
Ghibli is so special.
Yeah, it stuck in my head for ages, and I didn't know what it was until anime and manga became a thing in the UK, and then I was like, oh my god, it's that thing I watched when I was so young, wow! And then Studio Ghibli is obviously amazing.
What's your favourite Studio Ghibli film?
My favourite is either Laputa because of that, or Totoro because when I went on a school exchange to Japan, the family I stayed with, they showed me Totoro and it was in Japanese, and I didn't know what was going on, so I made up my own story in my head of it going along. The animation is beautiful anyway, but it's just, but yeah, just the experience of being in Japan and watching that.
That's pretty special.
Maybe there's a key.
I always forget that you lived in Japan for a little while.
That's amazing. That's
You had the Persona go to school in Japan.
Yes, I did. Yeah. Only for 3 weeks, but it was so incredible and such a humbling experience. Everyone's so nice out there. I'd love to, if I could go travel back. Well, I can travel back in time, obviously, but that's the period I would go and do again.
What's your favourite Studio Ghibli film? You don't really like it?
No, I just haven't. I wouldn't dare to admit that on the stream.
Do you have a Netflix?
Yeah, I just haven't. Yeah. I haven't watched many. Spirited Away was good.
The only one that's not on there is one I really want to watch again. It's Graveyard of the Fireflies.
Oh my god, no, I can't. I once was enough for that film. It is so good.
I don't want to watch that.
I was genuinely harrowed at the end of it. I was like, I need to go. I need to go watch something happy. Like,
I need puppies.
It is so relentlessly horrid.
But I went to the sites.
Did you?
For on my honeymoon, we went to we went on a whole trip of Japan.
Yeah, that did sound like amazing.
Yeah.
Are there doors to get through here? Yeah, we got Section 1 doors.
But before you do that, go to your left. Look to your left. Sorry, no.
The nice blood trail isn't really enticing.
Love it, yeah.
Is there there's a control
there is,
point
you
there?
should use that, then it'll be like a save point.
Yeah.
You don't need that.
Control points.
Oh no, yeah, clearance level 1. Yeah.
Oh, I already got one of them.
Oh, cool. But yeah, get that because that's a fast travel and a save. Like a save point as well.
Cool.
I don't have a look quickly on there. If you go back and do we have any outfits that you can? Oh no.
No.
You can only change outfit back in the main room.
We're playing this on my profile, and I have completed the game before, so I don't know whether that will, because we started a new game with this.
Is there a different boss fight?
Yeah. Oh, this one. So this one actually, a few people on Twitter gave up after this boss fight.
It's quite tough. I played it at a preview event, and it was it upset me.
You're gonna give me some tips, or you're just gonna tell me how hard it is?
I would say
launch things.
Launch loads of things. Keep back out of don't only go into the center of the room when you're gonna grab some health, but I think these spots here behind, keep ducking behind this thing.
Okay.
On your
this
right.
thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically, you wanna make sure that you're kind of covered off, and that you can only have to defend yourself from one angle.
From what I remember as well, you have to launch things in quick succession, and he'll dodge the first two, and then the third will hit him.
Yeah.
Also, maybe there you go. I think you hit him with one there.
No, you're getting there.
Yeah. And then obviously
there will other enemies will start to spawn now. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where it gets a real pain.
It seems like I can't quite control this.
Yeah, he's a bit of a random floaty boy.
Floaty boy.
Tomasi.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So these foot soldiers really weak. Okay. Whoa.
Whoa. No, it's hemmed in the corner. That's just panicking for you. There you go. Get yourself some help. There is another level to this, but I mean,
he's nearly halfway down. I'll dodge that one.
Come on, give me some stuff.
So if you're just joining us, we're playing Control because earlier today, much earlier today, we came in because we wanted to have a live stream to chat about the BAFTA Games nominations that went live today. 18 categories, and Control is nominated in 11 of them, tying it with Death Stranding for the most amount of nominations. But yeah, so there's lots of other. Should we go through some of them quickly again?
Yeah, while I'm getting my ass handed to me.
So one of the new categories, there are a few new categories for 2020. Animation, technical achievement, which is kind of the programming side of things. And for the first time, they're splitting performance into performer in a leading role and performer in a supporting role. So in the animation category, we've got Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which is nominated for five categories this year. We've got Control, we've got Death Stranding, Luigi's Mansion 3, Sayonara Wild Hearts, which is one I really need to play.
Yeah, I'm definitely paying attention to this. Did I do it?
I think you did it, yeah.
Well done.
Yes!
Nice.
And Sekiro Shadows Die Twice.
Nice.
And then in technical achievement, which is another new category, we've got Plague Tale Innocence, which you really like.
Oh yeah, Plague Tale Innocence, 100%
Excellent
recommend.
rats,
Yes,
I've heard.
excellent rats.
I think good rats.
Which is a technical achievement. Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Control, Death Stranding, Metro Exodus, and Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Yeah.
Metro Exodus, if you haven't played it, is worth a play. I really like the Metro series.
It's grim.
Yeah, it's got
well
this.
Grim.
It's like a survival action game. It's quite creepy as well.
Yeah.
The first two games are very linear. This new one, it introduced small open worlds to it, which makes it sort of like a creepy radioactive Far Cry almost.
Well, that's
it's
cool.
It's very cool.
We've got a super chat from Terry Fox, aka Terry Fox. He says, "Hello, my friends. You look fantastic. Looking forward to seeing you at Rezzed. Looking forward to seeing you too, Terry.
Rezzed is soon.
It's very soon. When is it, Ian?
It is March the 26th to the 28th. March 26th to the 28th, so that's the Thursday through to the Saturday.
And what are we doing there, Ian?
We are going to be doing live streams and meet and greets. There is, if you went to Rezzed last year, you'll be familiar with the location. It's that little side theatre.
Tobacco Dock.
Yes, we will have a stage there, and we will be sharing it with the RPS. Dicebreaker, Outside Xbox and Extra, and we will also be doing meet and greets.
I really love that setup. That it's kind of like the little side theatre and the meet and greet area are kind of all bundled in together. It's really nice.
It's a good community area.
It's our
right?
little corner. Yeah, we didn't really stray very far from it at all when we were there last year, but it's really fun, and hopefully we will see you there for all of the above. We're going to be playing some fun games, right?
Yeah, we're going to be playing things like this is one of the good reasons about being off to the side and not in the middle of everyone is we can play 18 rated games as well. So we're going to die a lot in Sekiro. That's on the Thursday.
I'm going to need to practice that so much before we go on
I'm
stream.
purposely not practicing it. So
speaking of Sekiro, it is also nominated for quite a few of the BAFTA Games Awards.
How many of those awards?
And Sekiro is nominated for. Oh, that's a good question. Actually, how many did it get nominated for?
Not 11.
Not 11. Not 5. Not 7. Let's
quite
count.
a few.
Okay.
It's got nominated for 1 for technical achievement.
Ooh.
It's got a nomination for animation. It's got a nomination for best game.
3.
And is that it? No. It's got a nomination for game design.
4.
And it's got a nomination for, that's it.
4.
4, yes.
Oh, okay. I thought
Sekiro,
Dream Logic meant I could just walk into
Shadows
something.
are nominated for 4 awards.
Oh, we've got a super chat from David DT who says, eye makeup on point. Why didn't anyone do Ian's?
We need to give you flicks.
He doesn't
I've
need
got
it.
like incredibly long eyelashes anyway.
You do actually, yeah. You need a mascara on that.
Yeah. Cool.
To make them pop. Pop. I tell you what though, there's mornings like this morning is when I really wish I didn't have to do makeup because it adds another hour onto when you have to get up in the morning, which is quite painful.
Yeah, I mean you
4
had to.
o'clock was
Yeah,
a
you
lot.
had quite the commute as well as putting on makeup and stuff. I just kind of
You were just
cannonball rolled out of a hotel
And then
room.
you put on a suit though, so
Yeah, that was already here though. I just.
yeah, my partner gets very upset in mornings like this where I have to get up and then I insist on doing my makeup at my vanity table because you know what? Like,
yes.
that's how it works. So he's got himself an eye mask.
Yeah.
So as soon as I wake up at
an
4
eye
o'clock, he
mask.
puts the eye mask on because then I can put on my.
Oh, he's not back, is he?
Oh no, this is
Different one, yeah. So Moby D says no, people make games this year. No, because Dice Breaker are a thing now. The stage is pretty much full.
Haven't got room for you, Chris.
No room for Chris. No room for Platform 32, my side business.
Aw.
It's gaming at work all the way this year. But RKG
That's right,
are
RKG.
doing
Yes, they
meet and
are.
greets on the Saturday.
We
So-
love the RKG guys.
Yeah, they're great.
So if you want to meet RKG, they will be around on the Saturday in the meet and greet.
Okay, so I did this and he was like, Dream Logic.
Ah, yes.
Keep doing it.
So yeah, you
Oh,
have
keep
to
doing
a
it.
couple of times. This bit got me really confused. This is another thing that you don't start understanding until
Yes,
later on in the
much later,
game.
Yeah, that's true. And so going back to the noms, the other categories that are brand new are performer in a leading role and performer in a supporting role, which are branching from just best performer. And performer in a leading role, we've got Courtney Hope, Jessie Faden,
This gal.
this gal,
This gal right here.
that gal right there. We've got Laura Bailey as Kate Diaz in Gears 5. We've got Logan Marshall Green as David in Telling Lies. I need to play that.
Yeah, I haven't played that
really need to
either.
play it.
No, I've not played it.
I'm gonna. I think it's probably one of those games that you can kind of you can probably play.
I think it's
Not
quite short, but
Yeah.
it's critically acclaimed. Lots of people have really, said good things about it.
We've got Gonzalo Martin as Sean Diaz in Life is Strange 2.
You've definitely
episodes
played
2 to
that
5.
one.
I have played that one, yeah. I think specifically, like, there's the scenes in episode 4 that really stand out in terms of both Gonzalo's performance and Roman's performance as Daniel Diaz. They both did a great job. Barry Sloan as Captain Price in Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Captain Price.
Iconic role. And Norman Reedus as Sam in Death Stranding. It's kind of crazy, like
So many
Norman Reedus is like
in
nominated.
video games now.
Yeah. And then performer in a supporting role, we've got Jolene Anderson as Karen Reynolds in Life
You
is
said
Strange.
Gillian
2.
Anderson. And I was like,
Gillian
Anderson,
I would,
yes.
I would lose my mind. I'm kind of in love with her.
Am I doing the right
me
thing?
too.
It says
Well, so this is the thing. This room is a bit of a puzzle. It's like, how do you get out?
Okay.
And there are, each time you go, there are different ways to get out. And I can't remember. It's something to do with the light switch.
Ring the
and
bell.
I did the.
then
That one.
Okay, so
it's
go,
a
yeah.
room up here will open when you do something. It might already be open. Yeah.
There's this one
Okay,
here.
so go in there, and then there's objects in here that you'll need to.
He has a black
So,
pyramid on there.
ooh.
Oh,
So
we-
maybe you saw the black pyramid on a door somewhere.
Right, we've got a super chat from Eric who says, "Hi, my fave YouTube peeps.
Hi, Eric.
I'm so happy to finally catch a live stream on my schedule. I just got home from work, third shift here in the US. It's 5:30 a.m. and I'm having a glass of rum and watching you.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Well, thank you for joining us, Eric. I hope the rum is delicious. What type is it? And
Kraken.
It's 5:30 a.m. I mean,
Okay,
that's like,
circles.
yeah, that's early or late depending on your perspective, but definitely one of the two.
Yeah, that is 5:30 a.m. Well, that's kind of when we were getting ready to come here, I guess.
I was on the.
So
well,
we feel the
I'd left
pain.
the house by 5:30. So, circling back around to performer in a supporting role,
Oh, yes.
Jolene Anderson as Karen Reynolds in Life is Strange 2, which was an amazing role, I think. Troy Baker as Higgs in Death Stranding. Sarah Bartholomew as Cassidy in Life is Strange 2. Aisha Issa as Fliss in the Dark Pictures anthology Man of Medan. Leia Seydoux as Fragile in Death Stranding, and Marty Suasalo as Artie the janitor in Control.
Nice.
The hotline / seashell.
Like you can hear the sea and seashells.
I've got the box copy of Life is Strange 2, all the episodes ready to play through with. No, I played through the original with my wife, like all the way through, like together on the sofa making choices, like you and Johnny did on there.
Oh, nice.
So we're just waiting for a free weekend where we can smash through the whole thing.
Austin says it's 4:30 a.m. in Texas.
Ooh.
Jeez.
Yeah, well, thank you very much for either getting up really early to watch this, or
crap, did not realise.
Really late.
Let us know when we should switch games as well. What would you like to play next?
I think Dread Wolfie mentioned that maybe time to see another game. Yeah. I don't want to reveal too many story stuff during the stream because I'm aware if people want to play it.
Okay.
So maybe stop before I get to the hotline.
All right.
Sure.
Okay. What will we switch to?
What have we got queued up on the console?
Let's go full screen. It's full screen. Because we've got look at that,
so many games.
So yeah, we've got Untitled Goose Game, we've got Observation, we've got Life is Strange 2, we've got Outer Wilds, we've got Death Stranding. Yeah, we've got
Cuisine
Sekiro.
Royale.
We've got Sekiro and Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Like,
what do you guys want to watch?
Let's we'll chat amongst ourselves to give you a bit of time for feedback, but. Yeah, we got a bit of choice. Everyone's just like filling us in on what time it is for them right now.
Thank you.
It's 10:35 a.m. in Manchester. All the way in Manchester.
Is that what time it is now?
I guess.
I just haven't checked the clock since we started at 8.
Oh my gosh, so we've been going for 2.5 hours.
We have.
Pretty good.
A few people are saying Observation because they've not seen it, so maybe we could jump in. We probably shouldn't play too much Observation, just because it gives. It's quite a short game.
Yeah, a lot of people. I think Observation might be the one.
I think it's someone else's turn to play. I don't want to hold the controller for the whole time.
Okay.
I'm completely buying Control tonight. Good. I have stuff to do. God damn it! I don't need another game.
Yeah, it's good. I love that though when you properly get into a game and you look forward to going home and playing it. It's the best.
It's been a while since I've had a game that I've felt that compulsion to be I need to play more. I think last one was The Outer Worlds.
Yeah, the kind of game that you're sitting at work thinking about it.
Yeah.
There you go. Brock Sisson says download the Fortnite update and then get a win or two.
It's already downloaded. It's updated.
That's true. That is true. It is up for an award. Well, maybe.
We've done a lot of Fortnite.
Well, I'm sure we'll do another Fortnite stream in the not too distant future.
We're streaming it at EGX. You'll be able to watch us live on stage doing Fortnite. That's the very first stream kicking off EGX.
Is it?
Yeah.
So we need to kick it off with a battle royale.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
No pressure.
Oh
no pressure at all.
I find it incredibly ironic that the person who dislikes Fortnite the most has won the most battle royales.
That's true. Yeah.
It's the shooting stuff is very similar to Cuisine Royale, and because I've played a lot of that, I find it quite easy to shoot. But it's when people start building, and I'm like, wow.
It's 11:36
p.m.
in Wellington, New Zealand.
Wow.
I've been to Wellington, New Zealand.
Is it a good place?
It's lovely. It's really lovely.
I want to go to New Zealand and do the Hobbit tour. I mean, the Lord of the Rings tour.
I've done a few.
I want to go to Hobbiton.
Yeah, I've been
North
to
Island,
Hobbiton.
right?
Matamata.
Matamata, yeah.
I actually know someone who's from Matamata.
So do I.
God, does that not go up higher, the Gamma?
Oh yeah. A presenter from the old shopping TV channel I used to work at called Drew Nichols. Loving your work, Drew.
New Zealand?
Yeah, he's from Matamata. He's recently went there. His family live there, so he goes back every 3 years or so to visit.
It is a lovely place.
So subtitles synced to audio. Okay.
Cool.
Ian's a Schnaffler savant.
This is very true. I loves to loot.
I loves to loot.
Getting heckled by school kids again. Oh yeah, Johnny didn't enjoy that. We kicked
I
off
missed
with.
that. I wasn't there for that one.
Yeah, we kicked off with Apex Legends, and some school kids came in, and they weren't very kind about our skills. I couldn't really hear them because I'm a bit deaf, but Johnny could.
Don't give them the attention.
Just kids.
Yeah. Florian Legal says, "Hi guys, just woke up and having a lovely breakfast watching my favourite YouTube channel. I hope you had a great stream since this morning. Have fun. I want some breakfast."
We should have called this Breakfast BAFTA stream.
Oh!
Why didn't we call it that?
We did throw around the idea of having mimosas, but it was deemed a little bit too early, and plus the lack of sleep, we would have just been trashed after half
Yeah,
the
but
class,
I think they would have loved to see that. I just
probably
been like,
would have enjoyed
It's like dribbling.
Like, we're fancy guys, it's BAFTA. We
No,
have
we're
to be
in black
fancy.
tie.
Yeah, well, kind of.
Yeah,
Ian
we are in
definitely
black
is.
tie.
Ian's literally got a black tie.
So when I googled black tie, it was all pictures of people with dicky bows. But I don't have a dicky bow, so I've just got black tie, so I don't know if I'm like, letting the black tie side down or not.
Black tie is a state of mind, as well as an item.
What is
of
it?
clothing.
Who was it? Jack Donaghy that says black tie optional like every day.
What am I, a farmer?
Yeah,
After 6
6
p.m.
No, it wasn't. It was Aziz Ansari in Parks and Rec. He says black tie optional, just like every day. When he's doing his like pitch for Winter Swag.
Oh, I love Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec is really, really good. It is very dark. It's been dark for a while.
Yeah, what's going on?
It's some text has come up. We
Oh, there you go,
yeah.
We
Okay.
are in space. There is some radio transmissions going on.
I'm just sad that none of you were allowed on-stream coffee. Well,
we
it
want
just, we
on-stream
wanted to
coffee.
be, we wanted
Where's
to
our
be
intern?
fancy.
Can we not have an intern?
Intern!
Oh, John No Code Tires is in the chat.
Hello.
The makers
Hello.
of Observation. Congrats, guys.
Hey.
Thanks for watching. Congrats on your BAFTA nom. And
I'm
yeah,
excited
no
to see it.
Yeah.
The idea of controlling security cameras, I think, is something that people are very conscious of nowadays. Surveillance, state, and all that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. I'm just looking to see how many noms Observation has.
Definitely.
So one for British game.
Yep.
Is that?
No, I saw it was in another one. Blah 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 blah. This is fun to watch. Just looking through lists.
We're reading.
I can't see it in any other way.
Okay, let's pay attention. I think, but anyway, like, yeah, BAFTA-nom is incredibly awesome.
Sam, are you there?
Everyone's like, yay, John McCann. Yeah. Napstream, woo! This is moving. Napstream.
It's a shame we can't hear the sound as well. This is very, reminds 2001 Space Odyssey as well, with all the blinking lights and yeah.
Dr. Emma Fisher, 140412.
In it's not Observation, but a game called Tacoma by Fulbright. The way that AI communicates is they use ASL, American Sign Language, which is really cool. I love that.
Quill, the mouse in Moss, uses a bit of ASL.
Oh, really?
When
Oh,
she's
awesome.
Communicating. Voice error, print errors
Great,
detected.
thanks, Sam. That's
Wait, can you not just... What happens if you reject it?
I don't know.
Okay.
Question.
Who knows?
Sam,
So this is me, Sam.
are you there?
I'm
Respond.
the computer systems
That's the
administration
name
and maintenance.
of the robot in Outer Worlds. Sam, he's the cleaning robot. Always perpetually cheerful.
I hate it when computer AI has a human name. It's very unsettling.
Oh, I like it when it stands for something though.
Yeah, no,
I think
it's
really
amazing.
cool,
Yeah, it's awesome. Like, did Mother stand for anything?
I think it might have. Mother's especially creepy though.
Mother!
You're not my mum, I'm not calling you that. All the AI in Tacoma were named after Greek gods, I think. Jupiter or Roman gods even.
You would know.
Sam, you seem to have put it up in module 8.
Love my
Zoe loves
myths.
her mythical
I really
myths and
do.
legends.
That should give you access
Yeah,
to
so
limited
each,
system
this space station is made up of pods and hubs.
Cool.
And so you, at the moment...
Yeah, it's really cool how it all connects
Yeah,
together.
at the moment the crew member
Listen, I'm
is
stuck in the Horizon
changing my
airlock in
position.
module 11.
That's
But
I need to
soon
get
there'll
in
be
tonight,
a
but I'm
point
not sure
where
if it's safe to open this hatch
I
door.
can get to
Can you give
move
me
around
hull
myself.
and pressure
You give
diagnostics
me a
on
hull
module
and
9?
pressure
I love it when
diagnosis.
you have these like sci-fi rooms which look really bare and kind of sci-fi, and then people enter and they put all their personal stuff on it.
Yeah.
It looks so cool to me, more so than ordinary rooms with knickknacks.
I think that's what Alien Isolation did really well as well.
Yeah, with the dipper.
Yeah,
Iconic.
The little sort of, because it's Alien Isolation was really good at capturing the original game's look, where it was like, I mean, especially now, it's kind of retro.
Yes, yeah, like
But-
80s synth retro or something.
Hull context false. So that's come away from the hull, perhaps.
Oh, super chat from Dodger5277 that says, I want to see Aoife play the game she did on Halloween. Her dropping F-bombs every voice is quite funny. What game was that?
Was that, was it Visage? Did we play
Oh,
that?
it could be.
We still
yeah.
need to finish the Lucy chapter of
We
Visage.
do.
We haven't finished that.
Is it module 9 I had
We're being fancy today, so we're
Fancy.
trying not to drop
Yeah.
F-bombs, especially
Yeah.
since it's so
Fancy.
early in the morning.
I even said frick frack earlier. I didn't say the F word.
I missed.
Oh, the
I missed some of the
Interconnected
text on
Autonomous
it.
Network, or IAN.
Oh, Ian, nice.
Can you come up with anagrams? No.
What?
What's the word? What's the acronyms?
Oh,
Acronyms
acronyms.
for
Yeah,
three of
sorry,
us.
yeah.
14 says, if I'm going to keep being lucky at this hour, I need some fried food. I'll be back. That's just mean. We can't talk about food you want when we don't have food here.
Oh, yeah. I'm starting to get hungry.
I'm definitely hungry.
It's not even lunchtime yet.
Oh,
What
we
are
have been up since
That's true.
4, so 8 hours.
So that's connected.
Oh, Andre is from Mexico, so they're going to go to sleep for a while. I have to work at 9 a.m. Hope to see you when I wake up. Sleep well.
Yes,
Thank
have
you
a
for
good
staying up
sleep.
to watch us.
Yes, definitely. We've got people from everywhere.
Yeah.
Later, Cater. Hello, lovely Eurogamer.
Yay.
I need diagnostics on
So
the
I need
adjacent
diagnostics on
modules.
the adjacent modules. So it's a bit of a puzzle game as well because you've got to work out what's going on. Unfortunately, I can't remember.
We have another super chat while you figure that out from Eric Luff, which says, my fave from Sailor Jerry, a bottle of which I bought and sent to Ian. I'm heading off now. I'll finish the stream later. Love you all so much.
Thank you. Season, enjoy the rum.
Yeah.
How come you got Sailor Jerry's?
I don't know.
You didn't.
Because I love
That is,
the
rum
rum.
is your favorite.
I enjoy the fact that we each have an alcoholic beverage, quite distinct to our own thing. What is it, rum, whiskey?
Yeah.
Tequila. Yeah.
Right.
So-
Are you figuring this out?
Yes, slowly.
It is hard.
I
It's hard
can't
when you can't
read.
hear it,
Read and talk.
I
on
found
this
it
at the
really
same
hard
time.
playing Control without
So
sound.
that's true.
It's amazing how much you're like
We
this.
need to go
Where is this?
one,
It's not even
and
just
then
in terms of figuring out where enemies are. It's just
false.
getting your bearings in
Yes,
general, I think.
yeah.
No match.
Come on, Ian. No pressure.
No
Pressure safe,
No
power
pressure.
low.
No pressure.
So the
no
whole
pressure.
contact is false. So
Yeah.
there's something I need to do with
Okay.
this one, but what it is I gotta remember.
Repeat last command.
What would you like
What
me
would you
to
like
do?
me to do, Emma?
So yeah, she's in.
I need diagnostics
I
on
need
the
diagnostics on the
adjacent
adjacent
modules.
modules.
Diagnostics.
I don't know if it's
Yeah.
safe to open these doors.
Okay.
So it's not safe to open this door because the
that's
whole
safe.
contact is false.
No, but it says. Oh, okay.
Pressure
Oh,
safe.
pressure is safe.
Can you
Okay,
select
maybe.
no response?
So,
No responses.
Yeah, it just means
that's
there's
what
no
you,
response.
Because
Oh, right,
when
okay.
you select things, this is you. It's the AI can verify.
Oh, okay.
So
Good. Possible match.
Okay, so there's the whole contacts are true.
Two adjacent
Okay.
modules read true.
Good. We're still
Christy
connected.
says, well, it's almost 3 a.m.
How
here
is
in
the pressure
California. I'm
in
exhausted, so I'm headed to bed. I'll catch up on the stream when I get up later. Good night.
Night.
3 a.m.
System
Oh my
links
goodness.
Jeez,
module
yeah.
9 are online.
Oh, we got
How
some
is the line?
acronyms. Zoe, zooming on empty. Yep. Aoife, all over it. Feckin' Egypt. Ian,
Module
item
9
acquisition node.
is
That's
That's
amazing.
also
pressurized.
awesome.
Okay,
Oh, later Cater says, first stream I've caught in ages. Thanks for being so nice to the Australians tonight. We did say that.
We
when
did,
started,
yeah.
didn't we? We were like, wow, for once we're like here for the Australians.
Yeah.
Here we go. I read that this time. So now I have to check the whole contact points.
Module
in
10,
each module.
hull
This one's
contact points
false.
to 12.
Which is bad, right?
Yeah.
But it didn't.
Suggesting that module 12 is
Oh,
no
okay, so
longer
I think he's
securely
talking at
attached
the
to the station.
moment.
Oh, there you go.
Josh might have been in module 12.
Uh-oh.
There
Josh
we go.
is...
So this is module 10. Okay, I'm coming
I'm
through.
coming through to 9.
I would love to be spinning around in zero.
Sam,
Yeah. I'd quite like to have an AI that I actually trusted.
I don't think I could ever completely trust it.
Yeah.
I don't think it would take you long to forget that it's an AI.
That's
Especially if you spend
creepy,
every
though.
day there. I
That's
just
so
don't think it would.
creepy.
Isn't that thing when people in reality TV shows, they forget the cameras are
That's
there
true,
after about a
yeah.
week?
Yeah.
It's because we're humans, we're built to adapt.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that we would get used to it.
David says, hey everyone, just popped in to say hello, love the outfits, had to go back to work now, bye.
Ian,
Amazing, I love a drive-by compliment. Oh gosh, that's ominous.
Yeah, it's very ominous. What is that? What is it? Is it some kind of... Is that
It looks like Mars.
An alien landscape?
Are you
Same
going
pair
to
of
accept?
steps. Wait a minute.
So that's meant to be like your something's fiddling with your programming.
Something's in my AI.
Jamie says, well, I woke up an hour earlier than I meant to, about 2:45. But the upside is I get to catch a stream. Hello from
Hey.
Seattle, lovely humans.
Go to Seattle.
I was in Seattle not that long ago. For PAX.
For PAX?
Yeah. It is a lovely, lovely place.
Mm.
I got to go, went to do the touristy thing, went to check out the Space Needle.
Nice.
Which is really cool.
Is
That
the
whole
Bean
area.
in Seattle?
It's Chicago. You mean
The
like
Chicago, the
the
beam.
merge?
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
thing?
yeah, Chicago.
No. San Francisco, I'm thinking of the road that goes, the Wiggly Road.
The Wiggly Road. Yes, famously that
The
that
famous
place
Wiggly
in San
Road.
Francisco.
If you're from San Francisco, you'll know what I mean.
Is this thing dead? Is that the dead boy? No, it's the alive boy.
Yeah, so I like the fuzzy filters on these cameras because occasionally it looks like real footage as
It
well.
does.
Yeah.
Especially when she's floating through the hubs.
This is
Sam, run your self-diagnostic procedure.
So I need to run some self-diagnostic
What errors are you
procedures
showing?
on myself. So I'm showing some errors.
Whatever, I don't think she's Emma. Her voice print didn't match.
David DT says, like Ian, I am a Dizzy generation gamer. I'm surprised to see he hadn't played Final Fantasy VII as it was the game of my youth.
Everyone is surprised that I've not played that
Just
game.
not your genre. Really.
No. But I'm going to be changing that soon when the remake comes out.
Soon everyone will play Final Fantasy VII at my tap. Yes.
Relocation functions are
Relocation
offline.
functions are offline.
I require auto-routing
I require
to
auto-routing to
access
access
module cameras.
Okay, I can manually relocate you, but once I get
She's
out
the
of
best
here,
AI
I'll get
voice.
your
I think
systems up and
the
running.
woman who voiced her is an opera singer, so she could alter her pitch incredibly well. Fantastic. Memory core diagnostics.
Weeping. 95%
Oh my god,
degradation.
that's not good.
Sweeping.
Not ideal.
Definitely not.
93.
You are not well.
No. If you're just tuning in today,
Hello.
there's a reason that we're all dressed up. Yeah. That Ian is wearing a suit.
We're not just being fancy. I mean, we are being fancy, but for a reason.
We're being fancy for a reason. Do you want to tell them?
This is our BAFTA Megastream. BAFTA nominations went live this morning, so we thought we'd take some time out and go through the nominations, what games nominated for what kind of awards, what games stand out to us from these categories, and play some of the games that are nominated too.
Yes.
So this year, leading the pack with 11 nominations each is Death Stranding and Control,
Yes.
which we just played. Yeah.
And recover as
And we're
much
playing
data as you can.
Observation now, which
Yes.
is nominated for Best British Game. Which is really cool.
It is.
So diagnose crew tracker.
Yeah, Anonymous says, I'm sorry, Dave, I'm afraid I can't do that.
What's that from?
That's from
2001.
2001. Space Ice.
HAL 2000?
That's it,
Yeah. I think that's where the red light on GLaDOS and all the turrets in Portal 2 comes from. It's
Yes.
his red eye.
The ship in the Outer Worlds has a red date.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Okay, so connection has failed. For the crew
The connection
identification.
between crew tracker functionality and SAM OS has been severed.
So it's working, but the link is
The
cut.
link is cut.
I'll need to reconnect it in Central.
Zoe, zoological
Did I-
optimization entity.
Oh, I like that one. Yes. Aoife, autonomous operations integral function entity. Ian, interpersonal autonomous node. Yeah. I like zoological optimization entity. That sounds
That's
quite
exactly
ominous.
you.
Like,
Might be a safety lockdown.
But also that you
I would
like
optimize
dogs.
those are like dogs and dragons. I would, if I was an AI with access to zoological data, I would 100% try to splice a dragon into existence.
Ian, infinite ageless numpty.
There we go, yeah, that works.
That sounds very technical.
Online now.
Aoife, all of idiot's fears embodied. That's amazing.
Yes.
Zoe, zest of extremis.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, love me a fancy word with IS or OS on the end. I'm all about that.
Oh yeah, this is really cool when you can so you have to kind of look around and get a bit fancy, get a bit clever with how you're turning things on. So if you can see a laptop, you can hack your
Remote
way
hack
into
it.
it. Yeah.
Franklin Nutt says, whoa, this is still going on.
Yes.
Yeah, it's still going on.
Absolutely.
We've been live since 8 a.m.
And what time is it now?
10,
nearly 11.
Almost 11 o'clock.
Yes.
Yeah.
System reset.
We're just that hype about games.
Yeah.
If you're just joining us, there's so many
Games.
good games nominated for a BAFTA Games Award, so we thought we were just going to play some of them.
Yeah. So what are you trying to do now? You're trying
So
to
I need
hack.
to find a document on the wall which has the reset controls on it, or the reset.
Okay.
Will it be on that
steps.
notice
this
board?
might be it here.
Oh yeah.
Here you go, document.
I
Zoom to
love this
interact.
stuff, yeah. Scan.
Hold to
Scanning.
scan. There we go. System link reset. Here we go. So only perform after a full
Thing is, I think this shows how vulnerable AI actually are. Like, I think we tend to see them in kind of ominous, all omnipotent positions, but observation is showing that AI is kind of easier to manipulate than humans. If you just go and then done somewhere, then you're fine. Whereas humans, you have to get sharp things into us and things.
But that's why I don't trust them, because like, the AI might, it's just, it does what it's told. It doesn't have any, you know.
Oh, don't say that. I disagree. No, if an AI gets given a personality like GLaDOS or some of the people in Tacoma, it's all about the AI itself, like how
an AI is as good or bad as the person that made it. I think.
Not really, because sometimes the AI can manipulate its core programming to kind of develop what is it?
Override.
Sentience. Yeah. So I mean, it's Westworld, isn't it? Like the whole thing.
Like it.
I think we have polar opposite reactions. Yours is like, don't like it, don't trust it. Mine is like, it needs to be protected because it's vulnerable.
So it's no, it doesn't need. We need protected from it.
No, disagree. Eurogamer debate, but games are still awesome.
AI will destroy us all.
It will.
That's what I reckon.
And I will be there embracing
I think we've got to
it.
be very careful.
Horizon Zero Dawn. I have not learned lessons from that game.
Yeah, ever since I watched Terminator 2, I've been like, no, bad AI, bad AI.
We've got a super chat from the one who snacks who says, my, you all look so hot, mess me up, you stunners. Aw, sweet, I guess.
We were messing up people earlier in Control.
Oh my gosh,
messing
up myself through lack of sleep at this point, but yeah. Oh, look at all this stuff.
Let's zoom in and get this hatch open as well.
Ooh.
Herring.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've just seen that. That's not good.
That's not supposed to be happening.
No.
Now use your
Did you
system
remember
link
to charge
interface
the batteries?
to open the
Yeah, well they should.
They're plugged in.
No,
Yeah, he knows.
I'm just being silly.
So what are you trying to find now?
Good question. I've unlocked the. It was. She told me to find all the door locks and activate them. Oh, maybe I should open this hatch.
Yeah.
As well.
Nothing bad ever happened from opening hatches. Oh god, she was out there for a long time.
She was behind one of the hatches.
I don't trust her.
No.
Her voice wasn't the same. Open the airlock and kick her out.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
I am rogue AI.
You are embracing the rogue AI, yeah.
Sexy Teen's got off my lawn that says the emergency wasn't really an emergency. Boss just forgot she had a conference today, so needs me to babysit the office for a while. So I'm watching it and getting paid.
Alright. Not bad.
There we go.
I don't trust you.
What?
With your fleshy face.
You can't take the side of the computers. You are fleshy. Take the side of the fleshy things.
Maybe I'm just a really convincing automaton.
We're squishy. I knew it. I had my suspicions.
Yeah. Josh?
Yes. Josh is stuck somewhere. We've lost contact with him.
Josh.
Anyone?
I would.
She looks how I feel right now.
Mornings.
Wait a minute,
Wow.
Wait a minute.
It must be really confusing up in space.
I was going to
having
say,
a daily
yeah.
night cycle.
Yeah.
Your REM, your
It's got to mess with you.
circadian
And also
rhythm.
you have to
yeah.
Completely thrown.
sleep stood up almost.
Well, you'd have to strap
to
yourself
something.
down, Like it's amazing because they obviously your muscles will atrophy in space because they're not doing anything, so they have to work out and do things in space. So there's clips of all the astronauts like on a treadmill, like just being strapped down into it, just trying to keep going.
Unimaginative username says, just got on, is Ian reading the news?
Today on the news.
We were saying earlier that we were doing that
lost contact.
before the stream started.
We're all like shuffling our papers. Shift says, I'm with Zoe, open the airlocks. My god, you people, it doesn't take you long to switch sides.
Yeah.
She's being shady.
I, for one, welcome our new AI overlord.
Please repeat.
Oh, Nikki Sharp says Zoe is the GLaDOS of Eurogamer in the best way.
It's true.
Yes.
Okay, there's a fire somewhere on the ship, so I need to.
Uh-oh. So this is the camera
So
feeds,
I've got I've got my connections up and running now, so now I can look at most of the camera feeds and try and find out where
Josh is.
Where is
there
fire?
is a fire. Where
Can
is
fires happen in space?
They need oxygen to
yeah.
burn, so
Right,
as long
of
as
course
there's
there's
oxygen, they can burn. I'd be interested to see what it looked like.
Yeah,
in
I was
space,
just
though.
thinking that. Like, how does it formulate, or maybe it isn't affected?
NASA or International Space Station must have. No, because when fire works, it's superheated carbon in the air, isn't it? And that's why it goes upwards, because carbon is less dense or something.
Our TV's going to tell. Like,
where's the controller?
Oh, where is it? I don't think we have
the
it.
controller will start from turning off. Shall I go turn it off and on?
Yeah, go on.
Oh,
it's right there. Thank you.
Thanks, Colin.
Throw it, I dare you.
Oh,
hey!
Oh, hugging.
Saved it. Thank you.
Where is the fire?
That was Dean Abdu, who's been helping us with our stream deck and stuff.
He is
tech whiz.
Almost solely
There we go.
responsible for making our streams. Like, you know, we've leveled up recently, haven't you?
Yes,
Dean
we
and you
definitely have.
as well have just like, because
Batons.
Zoe made all the buttons.
Batons.
It's all very exciting.
I can't wait till our next stream where I can try it out again.
I know.
Beep, boop, beep, boop.
That'll probably be Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday, I think.
Today is a very special day because it's BAFTA. We're fancy. We've got someone
fancy.
outside the studio. Controlling.
Yeah.
See.
Yeah. You can't see our bottom halves, but we are fancy on the bottom half as well.
True, I showed my trousers off earlier. Just
Everyone
to prove I wasn't wearing
demanded.
shorts.
Yeah. Ooh.
Extract the fire.
Oh, Nightcat says fire looks kind of like liquid in space as it burns off any ejected oxygen.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's well cool. PHX Renegade. Look, I find it hard to read words.
It's fair.
It says, is Dreams up for any awards? No, it's not.
I don't believe it's eligible
No.
because it's only just come out, right?
Oh, right, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, people were saying that Resi might not have been listed because it came out in January in 2019, which meant that it might have been missed the cut-off.
I don't know. I feel like it should still have been. Oh, yeah, I'm not. I feel like it might have been eligible, but yeah, I guess it just didn't get any nomination. Speaking of nominations,
let's do it.
Yeah, let's talk about some of them. So we're playing Observation right now, which is up for British Game Award, and included in that nomination are Dirt Rally 2.0, Heaven's Vault, Knights and Bikes, which got a few nominations.
Yeah,
actually,
it did. It's
didn't
a family game as well.
Observation, Planet Zoo, and Total War 3 Kingdoms, which is, I think that's a good little,
I think that's a good slice.
there are lots of great British games this year, and every year.
And earlier we were playing Control, which is nominated for 11 awards. Quite a lot. But it's most importantly, perhaps, I mean not most importantly, it's also in the best game category. So it's
Big
one of the big ones.
Big one.
Yeah.
And what else is in best game category?
We've also got Disco Elysium, Luigi's Mansion 3, Outer Wilds, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, and Untitled Goose Game.
Thing is, like everyone, well, quite a few people are asking us to play more Sekiro. It genuinely terrifies me. Like, I'm very scared of it, of doing that.
The thing is, with the stream, it's not fun for you guys to watch us die 10 times to the same boss. And in Sekiro, dying that much is going to mess up the rest of the game. So we need to practice before we play it anymore on a stream.
Which you have been doing.
I have been practicing.
Because we are playing it at Res this year.
We are. And I will be practicing it even more. But yeah, so we just need to practice it more, which is why we're not streaming it more regularly. Otherwise, we would love to, but...
Yeah.
We don't want to die that many times with people watching.
But we've
He's fine with it.
I'm going chaos all the way.
But we did stream some like cool stuff recently. Like I really enjoyed the Resi 2 stream.
That was really fun. Yeah, and we streamed the Final Fantasy demo yesterday.
It was so good.
Which is really good. Yeah.
So fun. Later, Cater says, my stream was interrupted, came back to Ian saying, I shook it off my pants earlier.
Eurogamer!
Yeah.
Just the ordinary Eurogamer stream.
Yep.
So the schematic data is not found. Does that mean you should find it and link it up somewhere?
One of the hatches in here isn't opening. Maybe it's this one. So if it is this one, yeah, I think I've gone for the wrong hatch. I think it's this one I need to open for now.
AJ says, Outer Wilds is a great game. It is, and it's up for 9 BAFTA Games Awards.
Oh.
Sorry, it's up for 5 BAFTA Games Awards, and it's...
It's he's still going there.
Oh, it's there. I'll grab
Okay,
it.
go on.
All right.
I'll get it.
But did you finish Outer Wilds?
I haven't finished it. No, it's a sort of game that I really enjoy taking my time with.
Yeah.
I've avoided looking at guides as well.
Yeah.
Because there's been times where I don't really know what I'm doing. But it's
the fun of the exploration though, right? So if you don't know, Outer Wilds is kind of, it's set in a really kind of cozy little sort of galaxy where you are an astronaut, a space explorer of this alien kind of planet, and you sort of set out to explore the outer wilds, and there's a bunch of other kind of aliens that you can find out there, and like people that you know already.
Yeah, they're like little explorers that have gone off and kind of settled on other planets or got lost. And if you use a special device, instead of looking through the stars, you can hear them.
And they all play music, and it's really gorgeous. But I guess can we say what the sort of central mechanic of it is?
Yeah. The central mechanic is well known. It's like a 20-minute
time
cycle. After every 20 minutes, you die because a big star
It's a
explodes.
supernova. Yeah, the sun
happens.
Yeah. And it's kind of it's almost like Groundhog Day, and you're sort of reliving the same loop over and over again. And so you've got 22 minutes every time to sort of add another piece to the overall puzzle and kind of figure out how to prevent the world from ending.
Yeah.
Each time you play it, you learn
a tiny bit more. But it's a really cool idea because like the galaxy, it's big, but it's not too big, so that you have to sort of choose which planet you're going to land on, and then find out a little bit more about that planet. And
you have to choose like what you're going to do with each 20 minutes, because you can't do more than one, maybe two things.
It's really cool.
It's a really good game.
And the ESO4 hatch. Don't open it.
Okay.
Where is the hatch?
The hatch.
Looking for a hatch. It's probably on fire. Or maybe I have to change my camera angle over there.
Oh, there.
Jeez. Cool hatch design though with these things.
For a green button. Oh, there's a red button. I need to turn green, so that's down here. Add system link.
Oh.
So yeah, it's quite a gentle like puzzle experience, but you do have to, think around your environment, change the cameras and stuff.
Okay, Sam. I need you to get ready and open the door.
Oh, PNX Renegade, I said it right that time.
Are you ready?
I didn't, I said PNX.
Open
PHX Renegade says, well, everyone's on, just want to say thank you to everyone at Eurogaming, my go-to site for all gaming news. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Oh, much better.
There you go.
So it must not be water, it must be carb, the thing that comes out, fire extinguishers.
For electrical fires.
Yes.
Okay, get the vents on in there to clear the smoke.
Okay.
Clear these fumes. Okay, vents.
I mean, you could help out too, lady, but fine, I'll do
Oh,
everything.
that's an environment centre. Okay, so we need to find some vents. What looks like a vent? If I were a vent...
Are those not vents there?
Where would
Or they're
they
boxes
be?
on the ground?
These ones? No, they're burnt.
Burnt boxes.
It could be that my camera... Oh, here we go.
there you go.
Turn on. There we go.
Nice.
What games are we looking forward to over the summer?
What's coming out? I mean, Resi and Final Fantasy are coming out before
They're
summer.
coming out in the next month, and Cyberpunk is coming out
September.
As is Last of Us 2.
I get scared of horror games, so I can't play survival horror. So unfortunately, Last of Us 2 isn't the kind of game that I'd play. I don't think. I think I'm most up for Cyberpunk.
Yes.
Big RPG. Yeah.
Definitely Last of Us 2 for me.
Yeah.
That's
not too bad.
Just I can't wait. The first game was so incredible. Like I quite enjoy a bit of survival horror, but it's not just survival horror. It's such a character drama.
The performances are really amazing.
Just blow me away. Also, well, this month there's loads of games coming out. I want to play Doom.
Yeah.
Half-Life,
Yes,
of course.
that's
Half-Life
coming out really
VR,
soon, isn't it?
23rd, so the week before EGX that's coming out. And I think we're going to have to do some stuff with Animal Crossing.
That's right. I'm kind of
I am
excited
for
about
Animal
that.
Crossing.
All three of us.
I want
need
some
to get it in.
vacation juice.
Yeah.
Make myself a house. Gonna get myself into debt.
Are we having
Can't wait.
fondue? Yeah, I think we definitely should do, like you said, Ian, like a 3-person.
Yeah, we were
Crossing
going to
thing.
make our own little animal farms and invite each other to them because we want a little bit more of a wholesome series, like when we had Stardew Valley.
That was
so
fun.
yeah, maybe we can get some wholesome stuff going with Animal Crossing. Did I say Animal Farm?
Yeah.
Probably did, yeah.
Later, Kate is taking the day off work on The Last of Us 2 day.
Ooh.
Wow,
Nice.
commitment.
That's good.
You know what I'm excited for? Baldur's Gate 3, which is hopefully coming out this year when the next generation of console start. We have a video of it on the channel, which I made. 13 things you need to know about Baldur's Gate 3. It looks fantastic. It's a D&D game. It's so D&D it hurts. The tieflings look amazing. There's like surfaces and statuses. So like if you set something on fire and then you then put water on it, steam happens, which you can cure yourself. And it looks really, really cool. And I really can't wait to play it.
We need to do a late to the party on Baldur's Gate 2 as well.
Yeah.
We do.
Because I played that at university quite a bit. But yeah, Baldur's Gate all the way.
Graham Wilson, no relation, says, Zoe and Aoife, what do you think about Red 13 not being playable in Final Fantasy VII?
I think it's bullshit.
Zoe's very... It's
Fancy
fine,
stream.
You're right, that's fine. Zoe, we did talk about this on our demo live stream yesterday, but Zoe's very upset. I mean, yeah, I am too, but so the reasoning is that they thought it was too late in the game to introduce his mechanics. I feel like they could have done it anyway, but...
Whatever.
But he will be fighting alongside the party. You just won't be controlling him. And hopefully, do you know what? I'll be madder if they don't bring him as a playable character in the next.
Yeah.
That would be annoying.
I can't imagine they would do that because they know how much everyone loves Red.
Yeah,
surely.
I mean it's like fan favorite.
Yeah,
I mean they all are fan favorites, but yeah.
Just trying to work out why and how the fire started.
Dave isn't that rubbish a name. Says Animal Crossing becoming Animal Farm. Big swerve for the franchise.
Yeah.
What a twist.
Dark red. There's maybe something.
So Tom Nook and Napoleon would probably get along. That is true. Yeah. I mean, they were all on two legs, anthropomorphic. So you know,
they'd work.
Yeah.
Tom Nook's full name, if I remember,
Thomas?
is Thomas Nookington. I think. I'm pretty sure it's something like that. Severe stress warning. Oh, it's like us and you run up to rest. Okay.
Nightcat's
This
calling me
one.
out for swearing under my breath during control. Didn't even realise I was doing it. It's just ingrained into my psyche now.
This is Observer, yes, as
Yes.
you might guess.
No, observation.
Wait, what?
This is observation, not observer.
Observation.
Oh, Observer was the one with Rutger Hauer.
That's right.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes, this is Observation, which is up for British game at the BAFTA Games Awards. Shall we switch it up soon? Play something different?
I think we've reached a good point here because we've seen the mechanics of the game and how all the puzzles work, and also we've introduced a little bit of mystery. What was that dark red substance? What was that weird flash of it?
And shout out to Team No Code who are in the chat.
Yeah. Sorry I played your game so bad. It's hard to read the text when there's lights shining on the screen.
Yeah, several lights. Lots of lights. Yeah.
Okay.
So what should we play next?
Well,
What have we got again?
We've got Untitled Goose Game,
Yes.
Life is Strange 2, Outer Wilds, Death Stranding, Fortnite, which is also
Fortnite.
nominated, Sekiro, which is also
Sekiro.
nominated, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. One of those, I think, reckon should be good. What should we play? Chat, let us know. What would you vote for if you had to pick one to play right now?
I'd vote for Star Wars because I haven't seen any of that. I haven't played it at all.
Ian, what about you?
I'd quite like to have a little tinker around in Outer Wilds.
Yeah?
But I seem to remember the first part, it takes you a little bit to get off
Yeah,
the planet.
Not too long, but yeah, a little bit longer.
So I'd have to
than
run
normally
through
would.
that bit and
You
not
just have
pay
to run out,
attention.
you know.
No, don't pay any attention to the chitter chatter or whatever. But yeah, that's kind of fun.
The sound of the waterfall in Outer Wilds drove me. It gave me a headache. I had to turn the game down to be like, this is lovely, but water is too loud.
We've got some votes for Outer Wilds. We've got some votes for Life is Strange 2.
2 for Jedi so far.
Outer
2
Wilds,
for Outer
no,
Wilds.
yeah.
2 for Jedi.
Fallen Order,
3
LF2.
for
Oh gosh.
LF2's 2. I think Fallen Order is
Interesting.
the one to go for.
Already.
Now,
Well,
and then
let's
maybe
give it
we
a
can
go.
Outer Wilds it up.
Okay.
After.
It'll be a nice antidote to this kind of sci-fi. That's
true.
Yeah. Pivoting. To
And
the
you know
other
what?
side.
Like the opening sequence in Fallen Order is great.
Yeah.
It's very Uncharted 2.
Ooh,
which is fun. So how many awards is Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order up for? I think it's up for audio design?
Yes. Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, audio achievement.
Yeah.
And
I think that might be it. Yeah, can't see it anywhere else.
Oh no, narrative.
Oh, no,
Narrative, that's right, yeah. It's kind of...
Yeah, so 2. What's your favourite Star Wars film?
Probably Empire.
Empire. It's a close one for me, but I like Return of the Jedi.
I like Return of the Jedi too. A lot of people
don't.
Ewoks,
No,
but
yeah.
you know.
But I like it. It has, for me, it has the best space battle ever committed to film. The whole
big words.
battle above Endor, above the moon of Endor, is just incredible. And also, I just love all the creature design. There's so many weird and wacky creatures, especially in Jabba's palace. So that's my favourite one.
Yeah.
And you don't really have one, do you, Zoe?
My favourite Star Wars movie is The Two Towers, The Lord of the Rings. I don't, sci-fi and me don't get along very well usually. Lord of the Rings and fantasy all the way.
I love Star Wars.
Yeah.
Is Two Towers your favourite?
Yeah, Two Towers is great. It's got the Battle of Helm's Deep and the March of the Ents.
Nice.
I mean, the two best things in the film series. It's got everything.
I think Solo is a really good Star Wars film.
Yeah.
I think people kind of slept on it a little bit.
Mm.
The Mandalorian was great too. I think The Mandalorian and Solo, yeah, it's great.
It's a Western basically, isn't it? It's not sci-fi.
They kind of, to me, are what Star Wars is when it's at its best, I think. Just fun.
Yeah, Solo suffered because there was only like 6 months between it and another film. They released it in the summer. They should have done it as a Christmas.
They decided to slow it all down after that, didn't they?
Because they were just like, oh, maybe there's such a thing as too much Star Wars. Mandalorian is just, it has the vibes of the original trilogy for me, which I love. Like they lifted some of the sound effects and there's a bit in Mandalorian where there's some speeder bike riding, and the camera work on that was so reminiscent of the speeder bikes in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah,
it felt like they'd used footage going through stuff and then sped it up.
That's so cool.
But yeah, I thought The Mandalorian was great. I hope they go more in that direction.
I agree with he says, I really enjoyed Fallen Order, but everyone around Cal felt more interested in it. I do agree with that. I think Seer and Gris, who are his two sort of shipmates, were great. They're really interesting and fun. And then you've got the Sith, the second sister. They're just really cool. And Cal is just kind of, he's just...
I don't want to upset your rhythm, Cal.
He's generico hero.
Which, he's the straight guy, right? It's kind of understandable. I like this, I forget his name, but the character he's with now as well.
That one or the other one?
No, the other one.
Detected on line 10A. All our clamps were jammed.
I
need 2 workers to climb up and secure the cables.
Yeah, I did like Solo. I need to rewatch that.
It was fun. It was just fun. It was just a really, kind of like an adventure film in the same ilk as, I don't know, The Mummy or something like that. You're this sort of classic Sunday afternoon films.
Let's go.
I think it's good because I went into it thinking, do we really need a standalone film about Han Solo? Do we need to know how he got his name? Maybe we could have a new character. But, no, they did it really well, and the guy who played Han Solo, he did a really good job of. He felt like he was Han Solo.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he did an amazing job.
I feel like slowly sci-fi and superhero movies are gradually realising that sci-fi and superheroes don't have to be a genre on its own. It can be superhero western like Logan and sci-fi western and sci-fi adventure. They're not just because you are sci-fi and you are superhero does not mean that is a genre of movie.
Yeah.
It's more a setting more than anything.
It's a state of mind.
It's hard to tell where to go because
it's
basically we've got a million lights and they're reflecting off the TV in such a way that it's easier for me to see Zoe and Aoife's reflections than it is the gameplay. So if we're struggling at times, it's because we're trying to work out where the flaws are, or in my case with observation, where the text was.
Hopefully once we get out of here it'll be a little bit brighter.
So does Cal start off as just a dog's body?
Yeah, sure. Let's say that.
Cool.
This game moves along quite fast.
Okay.
I found it quite hard, the combat. I drifted away from it because I think I probably should have done. There's a frog boss right at the start that everyone hates, and you don't have to fight him. But I was like, I want to beat him. I want to beat him. Did you? Ah, shit, I couldn't. I mean, oh damn, I did not beat him, and I honestly tried for about 2 hours, and then I just
You must be really tough. Oh.
That was my. Did you know that you can fall through a hole in the ceiling and take his health down by half?
Separatist ship.
What?
Haven't seen a Luke or Hulk.
This bit here, when he comes up, when he walks up the ramp there, it reminds me of a scene in, I think it's Force Unleashed 1, it might be Force Unleashed 2, where the main guy, I can't remember his name, he uses Jedi powers to bring down a Star Destroyer, and it's the same kind of, he walks up a thing and you see this big panorama of the planet.
So my telekinesis is amazing.
Yeah, it is.
The Castaway DC says they had to turn the combat difficulty down because of that boss.
Well,
so
I'm
Ian,
not. I wish I'd have known I could have done that. Yeah, that frog boss was a nightmare.
Everyone was like trying to finish him when he was optional.
Yeah, I don't know why.
It's that pride though, isn't it? It's like I knew. It's why I'm stuck on this other general is Kiro because I want to defeat him, but
that's right.
I don't have to.
There's a lot of slidey boy in this game.
You are not approved trash.
Yeah, there is.
Trash.
All this way.
Trash.
This is very pretty, you're right, Shift. It is a gorgeous looking game.
Oh, I jumped too early.
It's the kind of game which looks good, but I do not find this setting beautiful.
No.
But you're not supposed to.
No, that's
you're not
true.
supposed to find this industrial stuff.
This is
pretty.
What are they scavenging old Star Destroyers?
I
at this
think so.
point?
Kind of like what Ray's doing at the start of
Yeah.
Force
I
Awakens.
think to your left, I think you can jump up there where that little light is. I love Ray's theme, the John Williams theme for
it's
Ray
gorgeous.
in Star Wars.
Look at this though, it's such a beautiful opening. Whoops.
Whoa!
That'll get you. That's a gap.
There we go. Oh, so that's
Oh.
where you slid down.
Okay, fine.
Slidey boy. Sekiro Jedi die twice.
Yeah.
Shift, this one is.
Yeah, were people surprised by how difficult the game was? I feel like I saw a lot of people on Twitter that were like, didn't expect it to kick ass as much.
Yeah, I
in
think
terms of
they were
difficulty.
kind of surprised by it. Oh, for God's sake, I'm just gonna throw myself off here.
Whee!
I cannot see a single thing.
Can you do a double
Turn
jump?
up the-
Yeah,
Right,
maybe
so
you can
that's-
turn up the gamma in the options.
It is very dark here. He's got his poncho on.
Pancho.
Visuals, yeah.
I can barely even read that.
Man.
Chromatic
Brightness, there we
aberration.
go.
Brightness. Oh wow, yep. That was very dark.
Oh, it's very dark. Okay, sorry.
Go.
Sorry. Oh no, wait. No. No.
Yup.
No.
Yup.
Hey, no.
Yup.
Wait a second.
Wait.
Who shot
Wait a
who with the
second.
what now?
There we go.
That'll do.
That apply stuff in menus always annoys me. I'm like, I changed it for a reason. Keep
Yeah.
it that way.
Did it do it? Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it did.
So yeah, this gameplay might look very washed out for you lot at home now.
Oh yeah, you
Apologies.
go up there and to the left.
But we can now
We can actually.
we can see the scenery.
Potatoes, potatoes. Oh, there we go. All right, fine.
Okay.
Once we get out of here a little bit, I can probably. Whoop! There we
you
go.
Whip. Yeah, once you get off this level and the next planet is like daytime on the jungle world.
Daytime.
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 So yeah, we'll be able to turn it back down a bit. Another thing, if you are coming to watch us at EGX Res, we're generally even worse at games than we normally are because of the latency
Hey,
of the
no.
controls.
Thanks, Ian.
Hey, no.
All right, well, speaking for myself, I'm generally worse at games because there's like almost like a second delay on the controls.
Oh, well, that's not going to be an
Big
issue with
screen.
Sekiro at all.
No, yeah, it's
Why do we
gonna.
do this to ourselves?
Yoink.
Oh dear.
We one-handed.
Needs a lot of core strength to pull himself up.
Good to see you.
You too.
Hello there.
Don't get yourself killed.
Hello there.
Bouncy.
Hello there.
Hello there.
did I imagine it? Are they making an Obi-Wan movie with Ewan McGregor?
I think the Netflix TV show, I think it's going to be.
Cool.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think TV shows work better for most things. Do they? No, they don't. But I think for something as big,
the thing that I just said.
I do that all the time, wreck on myself. But for something as big as Obi-Wan, I think surely that's a good move.
Oh dear,
Squeeze through the gap, I think.
Catherine M says, it's not washed out, it's atmospherically smoky.
Oh, yes, nice. Excellent work. Space is mauve. This is Mercedes.
Sounds like scrap rats.
This is definitely an unsafe workplace.
Just passing through, guys.
Oh my god.
No need to come out and say hi this time.
Space is move. This is quite long.
Yeah.
There we go.
Spaceships.
I need to get a little run up to that one. Thank you very much. Hup.
So what have you been told to do? Where are you off to?
Just having a wee run around.
Okay.
I think we're getting to some. There he is. We're following.
Oh, cool.
I'll meet you at the clamps.
EA122 says Obi-Wan is going to be a series on Disney Plus. Of course it is. Duh.
Oh, Disney Plus. So obviously it's already launched in America, but it's launching here in the next couple of weeks. Yeah, I'm definitely going to get it. Really?
I feel like they really messed up by having it launched so late.
I know. But I need me all my Disney films.
Yeah, I'm not too bothered with Disney films.
But remember that includes like Star Wars and Marvel and stuff as well.
I'm not that bothered with Marvel and stuff. The movies, yes, but the TVs, like Mandalorian, if that's coming out on a Blu-ray box set or something, I'd buy it on that rather than, and the same with Obi-Wan, I think. And yeah, I don't know.
Not too
fussed. Netflix has got the Ghibli movies, which I prefer to Disney movies. Some harder.
No, what are you talking about?
No, Ghibli
movies are great.
Yeah. We didn't. Yeah, I think my favorite Ghibli film. Howl's Moving Castle.
Oh yeah. That was Howl's Moving Castle. I think is based on a Welsh fairy tale.
That's right. I think someone in the chat was talking about the artist. Is it Diane Wynne?
That I wouldn't know.
Sorry, not the artist, the author. Yeah, it is. It's a very British tale, I think.
Is it based off the Mabinogion? That's the oldest Welsh fairy tales you can get.
No idea.
It might be.
Sorry, pulling out the receipts now.
Just
I think
if it's based on Welsh mythology, I definitely want to watch it. Because then I'm like, yeah, mythology.
I don't think it's based on Welsh mythology.
Is that all? All those wrecks down there look like wrecks from like Phantom Menace era stuff. So the Clone Wars wreckage.
Anyway, this is such a cool opening sequence. It is very. Can you see how like Uncharted 2?
Yeah.
It is.
I actually
Whoa! That's going down on the late to the party notes. Yeah. Have you played all the Uncharteds? What's your favourite one?
Got it.
Probably.
Really?
Yeah.
I like the fourth the best.
The fourth is very good. Yeah.
All right, clamp secured.
Definitely.
Oh my god.
I just think the performances in that series are just so great. Like the characters are so well rounded and fun. They're making they announced just yesterday, didn't they, that Antonio Banderas is in the going to be in the Uncharted movie.
Hey, what's he been doing?
I don't know.
I loved him in
Amazing.
Spy Kids. It's just the last thing I saw him in, maybe. Oh, he Puss in Boots as well. He was great.
He's so good in the Desperado movies.
I cannot. Tom Holland as Nathan.
Well,
I think
Tom Holland's going to be Nathan Drake.
They need to mess him up a bit. They need to make him a bit more. The thing is, I can't see him as a rogue, like as a roguish kind of like rascal. He's too clean cut.
Unless they're doing like Nathan Drake, the young, to the early 20s years, maybe. Yeah. Before he's. Because in the fourth one, he's almost got a little bit of a paunch going on. He's getting a bit older for it.
Oh, don't let me say that.
Oh no, he's in great shape. Very firm butt.
Just appropriate talk on Eurogamer.
No, he literally touched his butt.
What? When?
When we went to film some interviews with him, it was when. Do you remember Vine?
Yes, I
remember Vine.
Yes, I remember
Vine. I filmed a little Vine skit with him because the subtitle of it was Uncharted: A Thief's End.
Yeah.
And I did a skit where he put my wallet in his back pocket, and then I had the camera, and I reached in to pickpocket my wallet out of his pocket, and then he grabs my hand and he goes, "Hey, you stealing my wallet?" And then the camera cuts to us and we go, "Ha, I guess we could call that a thief's end," and then we both go, "Ha ha ha ha." It was, yeah.
Oh, you made Nolan North do that.
I'll find the video for you at some point and show
please,
you.
yes.
Brilliant. But yeah, we had to do like 5 takes because I was really nervous. You can see the camera like shaking because I was so nervous.
That's really sweet.
But yeah, it definitely wasn't an excuse to touch the button.
Definitely not. God
For once it
forbid.
wasn't me making that excuse. But he's a really good guy. I met him a few times since. Most recently at MCM. We weirdly in the green room and him and Troy Baker came. They're
Awesome.
No, I don't want our friend to die.
No! Wait, use a force.
Oh, thank God for that.
We're almost done there. Bye!
Wait, what? Oh, phew. Ooh.
Well done.
I hate when I get a burger in the stomach.
Yeah.
What the hell is that? A tentacle?
Let's go.
There's a tentacle.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
What?
Yeah, some kind of, I don't think it's the Sarlacc. It's some kind of Sarlacc relative, maybe great aunt of the Sarlacc, Auntie Sarlacc.
Auntie Sarlacc!
Great Auntie Sarlacc.
Oh, apparently my mic might be off.
Oh, haven't we?
Is it died? Is it dead?
Was it on 3 before?
No, it's on 2. Maybe the receiver is dead. Oh no, we're fine, apparently.
All right, okay.
Alrighty.
We gotta move. Come on.
You're just being unnaturally quiet.
Oh! Colin there with a force save on the mic.
Was that you?
Yeah, apparently
It
it
was
is
a Sarlacc
Sarlacc.
pit.
That was the force, wasn't it? Just for now, he's all okay.
He's got like muscle
I've
chops.
seen it.
Oh.
I've seen the stories. I've heard it.
Don't know what they're saying because we forgot to put subtitles on.
Something
so I'm
very
gonna-
emotional.
It is
probably.
emotional. He saved his life and stuff. Audio? It's never. I'm never sure whether subtitles will be in audio
or vision.
Extras?
Yeah.
No.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
I'm thinking about Control. I really want to play it.
Oh, there you go, subtitles.
Boop.
There we go.
Yeah, you should definitely play it. You need to go play it.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine.
Thanks, Colin.
Thank you, Colin. So, are we going to go until 12?
Yeah, I think so. How much longer do we have?
Half an hour?
Okay,
Oh,
yeah. 12 seems good.
Should we try and play a little bit of one more game?
Yeah, let's get another game in.
Should we do some Outer Wilds?
Try and get
You wanna
through
do Outer
some
Wilds?
space
Sure.
for a bit, yeah.
Let's narrow it down to 3 choices for everybody. Outer Wilds.
Yeah.
Untitled Goose Game.
Yeah.
Or
Sekiro?
yeah, Sekiro.
You? Yeah.
I feel like
Because
we
Life
know
is
what they're
Strange 2,
gonna
we
go
won't
for.
get that far into it, and Death Stranding ditto. So
Yeah.
although they're
Death Stranding is just a half an hour
I
movie
think
at the
Death
beginning.
Stranding, well, it would still have the save where I left us
Oh, that's true. We
getting
could just
eaten
poodle
by
around
an inkwhale.
killed.
Yeah, I left it mid-inkwhale murder.
Yeah, you just went for it at the end, didn't you? You were like, just gonna
Yeah,
run.
it's like, let's finish off the
towards
stream
it.
with some chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some creepy enemies in Death Stranding. The whole, what are they
Yeah.
called? The floaty...
What the
B something?
The BBs? No, BBs. It's the something gives the something gives the BBs the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, those things.
Yeah.
Wow, it's really close. I think I'm
Outer
going to say
Wilds
Outer
seems-
Wilds.
Okay.
You have to play it though because I can't.
I'll try and rush us through the first
I
bit.
can't. The
That
spaceship
sort of-
stuff I can do, but if I've done it for 10 minutes before, where I'm getting my
Moving
bearings.
through 3-dimensional space, I'm just like, no.
No.
So if you are just joining us, one last time, we have been streaming for loads of time this morning because BTs, of
sorry.
course. Because the BAFTA Games nominations went live this morning, and we thought we would celebrate that fact and get excited because it's been an amazing game. It's been an amazing year for games, and you know we thought we'd play some of the nominees, talk about the nominees,
Wear black tie.
Wear black tie. We're very
Yeah,
fancy today.
Very fancy.
Yeah.
And yeah, so Outer Wilds got 5 nominations. Both Death Stranding and Control received 11 nominations,
11?
Beating the record held by God of War. Disco Elysium got 7 nominations. Life is Strange 2 got 5 nominations, as did Call of Duty Modern Warfare. It's been a really exciting year.
Yeah, a really good year. Good year for games.
Cannot wait to see. So the BAFTA Games nomination, the BAFTA Games awards themselves are taking place on the 2nd of April. And it'll be broadcast on twitch.tv/BAFTA. And yeah, we get to see what all the winners,
who's gonna win,
winners will be.
Winners.
Are you inverting?
Sure am.
Yeah.
I can't remember if the ship look is like actually inverted anyway because it's
space.
Yeah.
Space.
So I'm just going to invert that one, and then text we want. Oh, I think the text comes up anyway because it's alien language. So text audio. So let's go to the menu. We'll give it a go anyway.
Nice.
New expedition.
So I played a lot of this, but it was on my Xbox One, and I hardly ever turned my Xbox One on. So it's been a while since I played the intro.
You should pick it up again on
Yeah.
thing.
I think if I had it on my PlayStation, I'd definitely have invested more time in it.
It's so gorgeous. Like I think it's the music really stands out
the
to me.
music is lovely.
Like it's so good. I think it is up for best music. Yes, it is. Yeah,
That would make sense.
for music. Yeah.
Wake up!
Wake up!
Wake up! I just want to fucking shake up.
Is not going to be able to hear the audio going to be an issue with this?
No,
we
not
can just
really.
float around, can't we?
Yeah, we'll just get up into space. I mean, it might take a minute. So yeah, you wake up.
You better roast a marshmallow on that fire right now.
Every morning or every time you get looped, you wake up by this fireplace.
You better roast a wee marshmallow.
I like to set my marshmallows on fire, pick off the burnt bits, and then it's really melty inside.
Oh yeah.
Hello, Slade.
It's too many eyes.
Oh yeah.
One eye looking at you, one looking for you, and the other two just
chilling.
Just chilling.
Just chilling.
2 on the prize.
Oh wait, hold on a minute. No. We'll need to get the launch code. So, because Johnny did a stream of this a while ago, and I wondered if it had picked up his save.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he streamed this on his own back in day.
Back int day.
What?
You need to hold and release it to jump.
Oh yes.
There we go.
This is
Like
one
spring.
of those
Whee,
absolutely
bounce.
can see nothing kind of things again. Here we go. Hello.
Oh wow.
Hi.
Franklin Art says the game has been completed in 15 minutes, I believe.
15
Wow.
Speedrunners are incredible.
So with 25 minutes left, I expect you guys to finish it.
Right, fine. I'm going to speed run it all the way.
No pressure.
Spoilers from here on out. No, not really. So I need to get the codes, and the guy is in the observatory, I believe, which is
Observe.
yonder.
Up here.
Up yonder. This way.
Password DC says you can complete it in 10 minutes if you know how.
Do you know, I kind of love it when there's little secrets like that in games.
Yeah.
Like, I liked how in Far Cry 4 you could finish it technically in, like, what was it, half an
It
hour,
was
15
10 minutes. Yeah, you just sit there and
Because don't do anything.
Yeah,
He's
because
like,
someone,
"Okay, I forget."
he comes up and says, wait right there, I'll be right back. And if you actually wait right there, he's like, oh, star, you waited for me, brilliant, let's go. And you're like, and then end credits.
Does he just let you go? Or
What does he
kill
do?
you?
No, he kind of, you get into the helicopter.
yeah, you just basically, it's like, oh yeah, you're my bro.
Yeah.
My pal.
I think it's a
Come
bad
along and-
ending. No, it's Pagan.
Oh, Pagan Min, yeah, I haven't played 4. My mistake. I thought that was the thing they had in most of the Far Cry games, like you have the option at the beginning to do nothing. When you try and rest Joseph Seed in 5, is there the option to do nothing, to side
Yes.
with them?
Yes.
If you don't
if
put
you
the
do
cuffs in
nothing,
their hands.
yeah, it's the same kind of
right,
thing.
yeah, that's right.
4 started that, and then 5
It's running
it,
with it,
continued
yeah.
it. Yeah. Hello, Hal. So.
Timmy Shea says, good morning, lovely EG folks. Good morning.
Morning.
Man, is it still morning?
Yep, we've been streaming for almost 4
Whoa.
hours.
Wow.
now. Yeah.
The crab rangoon, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
In fact, Johnny cooked some crab rangoon
He
back in the
did.
day.
Please don't talk about food. I'm
so
very
hungry.
hungry.
Yeah, it'll be lunchtime when we finish. We can go out and get some food.
Someone says the RE3 remake demo is meant to be coming out soon. It's a thing we might have to do at some
Yeah,
point
hope
in the
it'll
not
come
too
out
distant future.
before Thursday, because I'm going to stream it Thursday.
would be great.
Because we do have a stream scheduled. Ian, what's tomorrow looking like for stuff on the channel?
Oh, tomorrow. Well, tomorrow is all about Dungeons and Dragons. It's part 1 of our second campaign of the Break Quest Club. So that means Good, Bad, the Bad, Good will be back. Etain will be back. Morrigan Manafort will be back. Robert O'Cop will be back. And Hal, of course, will be back along with and Pangavan, sorry, yeah, and of course everyone else in the world will be back as well. That will be going live 2 p.m. and we will be doing
a premiere.
Yeah, a premiere. So
because we're all about fancy this week.
Fancy.
You might not be able to make the premiere. Though.
Yeah, I'm unfortunately busy, so I don't think I'm going to be able to be there.
Busy, you guys.
I'm busy. I have a life. I have stuff to do, but which I'm genuinely really sad about. But this, we can say what the campaign's called.
Yes.
The campaign is called Family Jewels.
Yes.
Family Jewels. What is it about?
What is it about?
Who knows?
Is it about someone's, or is it about someone else? That was the
We were being black tie.
What? Here's the changing subject quickly. Here's the little universe you can explore in the outer world.
Look at how cute it is.
Yeah, so Giant's Deep, and so all these planets you can land on, but there are other
Aren't there
little
comets
bits.
that come through
Yeah,
as
there's
well?
comets and there's little satellites and things you can land on.
Awesome.
So what at the moment I'm doing is trying to find the guy who'll give me the launch code.
I think he's up on the. He's out of here. You need to go up on the. Oh, no, that's him up there. Did you just miss him?
Oh, did I miss him?
Yeah, I think he was actually behind you. There he is.
Oh yes, there he is. Awesome.
How did you guys see that?
I don't know. I did not see him. I did not see it. Oh, you have played this?
Yeah, I have played it. Yeah, I played it for about an hour and then
all conditions
I
are
got
good.
distracted.
He'll be our first astronaut ever equipped with the no translator tool.
Timmy Shea 12 says it's also 6:30 a.m. on the east coast of the US. I'll have to catch up back up on the VOD. Well, thank you for even tuning in at 6:30 a.m. We really appreciate it.
I'm going to wing it just how I live life normally.
Yeah, let's do it.
There we go.
Catherine's, you guys were putting on airs and graces, then Ian went and Ian'd.
Classic Ian. Oh, that guy. What a letdown. I'm ready to die in space.
Yeah!
Shakar Coyle says it's 3:40 a.m. in Seattle. Oh, good God.
Okay, I got the launch codes.
Nice.
Now I've got to try and see where the stairs down are. I think I'm on them.
Shift, boo! Tell us your favourite space bodies down in the comments. Boo!
Right, how do I get my translator out?
Is it one of the bumper buttons?
Is it that? Oh, this is
that's
the frequency thing where you can
I love
find your
that.
friends.
That's awesome.
What was the other thing
what
you
was the
had?
bumper
You
button?
have like a decoder.
How did I bring that?
The other week?
That's... Oh, maybe I don't get my translator.
Maybe not
for
yet,
a bit.
no. The way they do text in this is so cool. though.
Yeah.
It's all curved. And
Yeah.
What's that film with the aliens and it's got...
Arrival.
Yes, Arrival.
Yes.
I was going to
I was like,
explain
I know
it
it
in a
begins with an
really...
A.
Yeah.
I couldn't finish that movie.
Got
Stopped
Captain
halfway
Marvel in
through.
it, right?
Yeah, I got too stressed.
Oh, it is stressful.
Which, almost as more stress than watching Whiplash, which apparently you burn calories watching because it increases your heart
Whiplash
rate.
is incredible.
Whiplash is so good.
It is super stressful. Did you manage to finish Whiplash?
Oh yeah, I finished it. Yeah.
What a film.
It was great. It was really good.
What's it about?
It's about a drumming student who is trying to win the approval of his professor,
That
played by
one.
J.K. Simmons.
That I definitely didn't expect it to go in that direction.
And his professor has incredibly high standards. It's basically psychological torture, trying to get him good enough. It's a thriller. It's really, really good.
It's bonkers. If you like thrillers and you haven't seen it as well, Nightcrawler with Jake
I
Gyllenhaal.
love Nightcrawler.
Yeah. He was so hateful.
I love Jake Gyllenhaal, but yeah, he lost so much weight for that.
Yeah, he
So
looks
much
like
weight. He looks gone.
starved. Yeah. Although I think the role of a lifetime is Mr. Music in John Mulaney's The Sack Lunch Bunch. He's hilarious.
I have not seen that.
It's just he's only in it at the very end for a couple of minutes, and it's so funny. It's on YouTube. You should watch it. But
You're accidentally selecting dialogue options.
I am, yeah.
Whoopsie. See you later.
See,
Oh,
I
what's it
just want to
called?
go
The
to
Sax
space.
Tube.
The Sax Tube.
John Mulaney's The Sack Lunch Bunch. It's on Netflix.
I don't know why I got a Sax Tube from that.
But Jake Gyllenhaal's role specifically is Mr. Music.
Yeah.
What's that super chat?
Quixon Quincy is super chatted saying, looking forward to the Oxventure Break Quest Club crossover, especially the interactions between certain characters. Can't wait for tomorrow. So you know, we're not going to say it. Like,
Never say never,
Never
but-
say never. That it might happen.
Yeah.
It won't happen tomorrow, but maybe there'll be a crossover.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't.
We like
we
our
are.
crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we all exist in the same universe.
We do exist in the same
That's
universe.
all I'll say.
Yeah.
Also, I really like the fact that both your names begin with the Q. Q is an underused letter. Like Z, it's underused. It should be used in more things.
It's like Marvel superheroes, like they do love a bit of alliteration
They
when
love
they name,
it.
when they name superheroes at Marvel.
I'm
You're
going to see
checking
if I can
that
turn
it's-
this. I'm just going to turn it up a bit because that was a struggle finding the spaceship, and if I'm in space,
Buckle
there
up,
we go.
Buttercup.
Look at the stars. So what I have to remember, and I keep forgetting when I play this game, is when I leave my ship, to if I'm on
your
put my
suit.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, I've done that a few times. Yeah. You're like, why am I what?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
air.
I
Okay.
need that.
Here we go.
Inhospitable atmospheres. Got it.
Do you
Yeah.
use this camera to see where you're
Just
going?
to get the flying away from
okay.
the. 'cause
You're
there's
so
a-
far away. You're gonna crash into another planet. Ah.
There's a cool little tool that where it fires like a little drone that flies
I
all the
love
way around
that
the planet,
one,
so you
yeah.
can see quickly now. I'm not really sure what planet to head for. Oh, yeah, I do need to invert the ship controllers as well. I mean, you can go wherever you want.
Well, you've got
really,
15
so-
minutes, so make them count.
Yeah.
Why?
Why?
Invert. Oh, there we go. Should we just head up to this planet?
Yeah.
Let's go and
Yeah.
explore
The
this
big
planet.
one. What's it called? Giant Steep?
Giant Steep, I think that's where they wanted us to go anyway. If I was playing this normally, you could have like stood on your on the planet and used the little sound scope thing to find noises and head to. I actually think there's a little moon you're supposed to go to first with a friend on you
That
with
one
an
there.
instrument. Is it this little moon by? Let's see if we can do it. That's no
That moon is
moon,
too
that's a
tiny.
space station.
You can put it on autopilot though when you get, because I just couldn't match
yeah.
up the
What is-
velocity. I was like, I want to go there. Oh, there it goes. Bye.
What is the autopilot man?
I just went to a crawl, an absolute crawl.
Yeah.
Oh, I've messed it. I've messed it up.
I've messed it up.
Oh, here you go. Press to lock.
The sun. Let's go there.
Yeah. What could go
Fly
wrong?
into the sun, Higton.
Currently, you are
Is
flying
that
the
L
sun.
to lock on? Oh, no. Autopilot on. Let's go to the sun.
Yeah.
I'll bring up my solar system map. Here we go.
Wow.
So, is it L
The
or R?
interloper.
L to
That's the
lock on?
comet, right?
Yeah.
Just like swinging past.
Oh yeah. So I am catching up on Giant Steep, very slowly, 140 meters away. Give me that planet. Give me that lovely planet.
I love how it kind of sort of put together or unput together a lot of the ships and just the general aesthetic of this game is. Like, you think of space travel and you think like shiny rockets and high tech and whatever, and then these are just like little kind of lumped together constructs that look like they were sort of, sticky tape and wood and other bits and pieces.
I love it. It's so aspirational.
Yeah.
It's like you don't have to have all the fancy gadgets to get to space. These guys just really, really wanted to go to space, and they did whatever they could to make that happen. Oh, you might slow down. Otherwise you're gonna. There we go.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, this is
That's really
scary.
scary.
So this is the first ever planet I landed on, and I drowned almost instantly.
Yeah.
No.
Let's not get out on the sea. Is this what?
Look at that.
Landing mode. There we go. I think I did it.
Aoife's like gripping the desk.
It really stresses me out. I can't. Don't forget to put your
Okay.
suit on.
No, land. And then get out, unbuckle.
There we go.
Right, so
Nice.
this one may have an atmosphere, but I'm going to suit up just in case. You should.
Marooned at Noon 22, which I said right this time,
Timber.
says, I've got a question. Which generation do we play with? The gen we use is 5e. We're 5th
For
edition
D&D,
as
yeah,
well.
we're 5th edition,
we're 5th
yeah.
edition.
I just don't know what any of that means.
There are different editions for different versions of
Yeah.
D&D.
And
Right.
5e kind
5e
of
is the most
changed
recent.
a lot of stuff about it. Made D&D more accessible. I think a lot
Definitely.
of people would say.
I used to play 3.5 and 5e. I find a lot easier to pick up. A lot easier to pick up.
5e, I think, kind of more than previous generations, encourages a bit more just
Homebrew.
storytelling and
Yeah.
homebrewing and just a bit more flexibility with the rules.
I've not been to Giant Steep.
Have you not?
No, I went to Little Bracken.
Yeah,
That
is that where you meet the first guy with
Yes,
is in the
yeah,
campfire?
yeah.
And
Oh, he's lovely, yeah.
That's where we should have gone. But
Oh, this is fine.
use jetpack booster R2.
Head first into the rock.
Bam.
Ooh. Come on.
Come on.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Go up and round.
Just on the beach. Use your jetpack.
Just chilling. Isn't it R2 and X?
Yes, it
Yep.
is. Yes, definitely. It's exactly what I was pressing.
Yeah.
I totally. Ian knows read how to.
Ian knows things.
I know words good.
There we go. I love the whole lost civilization thing. I really love it.
There you go. What are you doing?
Translate.
Too
R1?
close.
Need to move back a
Is
little
that
bit.
R1?
Yeah.
Statue workshop.
Oh. How do you get in though?
It's really cool how they've interpreted like the flow of conversation in this language. And
Yeah,
in the
I
notes.
love it. Yeah.
Like it all branches out from the different coils. It's really cool.
I love when people conceptualize how different cultures might do writing.
Yeah.
Like, I think we forget that, like in Arrival as well, the way they do language and kind of writing
That's right,
is so
yeah.
different.
Yeah, that
we're
was
just so used
coils
to it.
as well.
Yeah, it was what circles where each node represented a different thing.
So
It's really
good.
cool.
This is pretty crazy. Well, these purple things are like gravity, so you can walk up
Anti-grav,
walls
yeah.
and things.
So cool.
But only where those purple blips are. What? See, now I'm floating.
Did it ever
now.
tell you that, or did you figure it out? Or
I had to figure it out.
Yeah.
Gosh.
But I have, for somehow, I've entered an area with no gravity. Ah!
And you just come out the other
Yeah,
side of
it
it.
goes, ah, pooped
And
into
you're
the sea.
drowning.
Okay, definitely should have gone to a different planet first.
The thing is, I don't think it tells you a lot of stuff because it can't guarantee what planet you're going to go to
No.
first.
That's true,
so it just
yeah.
kind of lets you
Yeah.
figure it out.
It's a very non-linear game. Yeah.
It took me first few tries of just wandering around dying, not knowing what was going on, to then go to the Bracken.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, okay, so there is a slight narrative to follow.
Yeah. I didn't realise why I kept dying. I was like, what? It happened, the 20 minutes happened, and I was about to discover like a bit of the ancient civilization.
Right.
And I thought I'd been blown up by a gun or something. And I was like, what happened? What warning for that? I didn't see a weapon.
We've got a super chat from Shakar Coyle, who says, as for the D&D crossover, the problem with running a game with more than 7 players at one time, the problem is running a game with more than 7 players at one time is extremely hard. Agreed. But if anyone can do it, Johnny can.
Hard agree.
And
Yeah.
I think he would say that too. So.
Yeah. So this is when you piece together clues to kind of put together missions?
Every time
Rumours
you,
even?
yeah, basically it's like
Gabbro
one of
is
those.
your mate, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like one of those notice boards with the red line, you know.
Basically,
red
it's always something.
pinboards
Yeah,
and
where it's
stuff.
like.
So yeah, am I not on Giant Steep then?
You can
Map
look at that.
mode. Timber Hearth? Where is
No,
it?
that's not where you
where
are.
we
You're this
started.
one. Yeah, you know you're on Giant Steep.
So the first planet I went to was the Atl Rock. That's where we should have gone.
The Atl Rock.
Yes, that's the little moon.
And our world is
the
called
lunar
something
ruins.
Hearth, isn't it?
Timber Hearth.
Timber Hearth, that's it.
Yeah, so it's
The Atl Rock looks nice.
yeah, it's the little moon off Timber Rock. I just decided to just fly off into space.
not?
Oh, screw it! Right up into space.
That's the beauty of
Sounds
the
about
game,
right.
though. It doesn't really give you a goal. It doesn't really impress on you the importance of doing any one thing. It is just like, there you go.
Because time keeps
Have a wee look.
resetting, so
Yeah,
there's no
it
rush.
doesn't
It's
matter,
just like,
yeah.
yeah, it's fine.
So Brittle Hollow, was it? It was Atl Rock I need to find, wasn't it? So
Yes.
where is Timber Hearth? Here we go. So Timber Hearth, and then
Atl Rock.
Oh,
so this has got a lot of No Man's
quite
Sky
fast,
style
aren't they?
vibes.
there you go. Lock
So it's a
on.
lock on,
There you go.
and
Right.
then exit map, and
Oh, if you press up on the D-pad, that's autopilot.
up on the D-pad.
Yeah, but I think you have to have your, you have to be...
What?
Oh,
Come
man. Words are hard. We've been going for quite a long time.
Come on.
Why is he not left off?
Are you pressing R2 or L2? That's up and
Pressing
down
R2,
thrust.
yeah.
EA122 says, we're spoiled for streams this week. A Final Fantasy one on Monday, BAFTA Megastream today,
There
D&D tomorrow. Thanks, Team Eurogamer.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
So if you go to cockpit view,
Wait,
you
have
should be
I
able to turn
no.
autopilot on.
Okay.
Press up on the D-pad. Oh, maybe it's just gives you a different times.
Gavin UK asks, what's the game for VR Corner this week, Ian?
I don't know.
We've been kind of busy so far this week
Yeah.
with setting up streams and
prepping for this.
Yeah, so hopefully after tomorrow we'll kind of get a bit more of a grasp on what's happening with the rest of the week.
They released a load of Half-Life
Nightcat
Alex
system.
footage last night.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, so
Ooh, maybe a
might
video
do a deep
on
dive
that.
into that. Or there is a VR game called Space Channel 5, which is a dance game. Which
Is
might
that
be quite
the one from...
It's based on an old,
Okay,
older
yeah.
Dreamcast game, I think. And yeah, so it might be that. Or I've got a list of different ideas. One is to download the Alien Isolation VR mod and play Alien Isolation in VR. So we shall see. Where's our planet?
Dave,
here?
isn't that rubbish a name? Is anyone in the Gamer Network office watching who could bring them some snacks?
Oh, I think we're nearly done.
We're gonna,
and then it's going to be
we've got
Snacksville, USA.
5 minutes left and then we'll definitely get some
Right,
snacks.
there it is. The Apple Rock. Lock on.
Dread Wolfie, I most likely won't be able to join the stream on Thursday because I'll be at a hair modelling event signing up to get selected.
Exciting.
Get you.
Modelling.
Okay, Nice Cat says that autopilot is homicidal, but I think that means we need to try it out. So
Yeah.
press up on the
autopilot, here we
D-pad.
go.
Let's go spicy. It's 5 minutes left.
Yeah.
It's because it wasn't autopiloting because the lock-on had cancelled.
Oh, okay, cool.
But now we are heading towards. Hopefully the Apple Rock is this and not behind the sun, which I'm.
No, it's that little one there.
there you go.
that
So that's our
little right
planet.
ahead.
That's our
Yep.
start planet, Timberhearth. And then this is the little moon.
Easy,
yeah.
easy,
Oh,
easy, easy,
Wow.
easy.
It's autopilot. Oh,
Oh,
wow.
it is homicidal.
It is homicidal.
Yeah,
That's
jeez.
hilarious. You need to put on your spacesuit quick because now there's a crack in
Okay.
the
There's a
glass.
big old
Exit
crack.
ship to. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Landing mode. That's it.
Landing.
You just
mode.
smacked your head against a planet.
Down thrust. Okay, I think I've done a landing.
Oh, later Kater loved your GTA 5 video.
Oh, yes. Thank you everyone for the.
you
I
had it
to say
on,
that.
yeah.
Thank you everyone for the suggestions for torturing me with. I might do another one at some point if I get some more excellent suggestions. It's very fun.
Should we see if we can find our buddy on this planet?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Let's repair the ship
Yeah.
first.
Oh, that's true.
It's good that it doesn't force you to find any resources or anything to fix your ship.
So that is not.
Yeah.
There's one closer, which is the guy on the
46
planet. There we go. So he's 46 meters in this direction.
Nightcat,
Yeah.
I mean, what were you expecting?
Yeah.
You did warn us.
It's
Yeah.
true.
But we
That's
had to
true.
find it out for ourselves.
There he is. He's over here.
Oh, you ended up quite close to him.
Yeah. I mean, I meant to. It was all part of the plan.
Squatter Otter, did you guys go full ball gowns? I love the black tie, Ian.
Oh, thank you.
It's kind of a little bit fancy, you know?
yeah.
It's BAFTA. So yeah, if for the
You have to for BAFTA.
You have to for BAFTA. Oh my gosh. Yes, because the BAFTA Games nominations were announced. We chatted through all of the categories. There's new categories as well. There's animation, technical achievement, best performer in a leading role, and best performer in a supporting role. And then there are also some of the other categories like artistic achievement, best game, British game, debut game,
Loads of categories.
game beyond entertainment. Yeah, so it's super exciting. The awards themselves are taking place on the 2nd of April. And yeah, it was really fun to kind of go back through the year and sort of talk about what games we liked, what games we didn't. It feels nice to celebrate good games.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah,
I mean, there's so many titles on there that are just so deserving for awards.
Yeah.
It's a hard choice for a lot of them, especially best game.
Yeah.
But just to be nominated, of course, I'm sure
Pretty
is
special, you know?
a big, yeah.
Because I think one of the great things about BAFTA is it does shine a light on so many games that wouldn't ordinarily be recognised otherwise, and just games in general. It kind of shines a light on games for people who may not pay attention otherwise. 'Cause,
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
getting a BAFTA nod is a huge honor, and it's like, yeah, we deserve this.
Yeah.
Damn
We
straight.
deserve this.
Yeah.
Games deserve this, and you know, games are an art. Game making is an amazing craft, and games can be a force for good, and that's what it's all about. So,
Do we get a BAFTA now that we've done this?
you know, I wouldn't say no if they want to give us a BAFTA
BAFTA
for
for best Eurogamers.
Best Eurogamers.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
definitely would be in the running for that.
I think so.
Definitely. Well, yeah. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching this stream. If you are brand new and you've stumbled across us for BAFTA goodness,
Yes.
you know, do like this video, do subscribe, yeah, ring that bell icon and all the other stuff that YouTubers have to say.
And if you become a member, there are special members-only videos that we do just for you, and an AMA. And emojis, yeah. And an AMA went live on Sunday, so you've got fresh new videos to watch as well if you want to become a member.
Definitely. And we've got lots of good stuff coming up this week. We've got our D&D campaign continues tomorrow with a brand new adventure. Part 1 will be premiering at 2 o'clock, so join us for that. And
Yeah, that's about it. I guess thanks to BAFTA for letting us do this as well.
Well, they didn't let it. Well, I mean, you know, we were just like, yeah, we're gonna celebrate BAFTA because it's a good thing to do. But yeah, I think like we've got some other charity streams coming up in the not too distant future, but we'll talk about that some other time.
Yeah.
You know, we need coffee right now.
I need food.
We need food. We need coffee. Thank you so much to everyone who joined us
Thank you.
from everywhere, wherever you were in the world, because I think there were people from like
South Africa,
Australia,
New Zealand,
America, everywhere.
Seattle.
And thank you to our mods as well. Thanks
Yes,
very much.
as always, our mods are amazing. Thank you guys so much. So we'll see you next. And thank you to Colin as well.
Thanks,
behind the desk.
Colin.
Thanks, Colin.
Bye.
Bye.